Brando, and Todd.
Hey, kid!
Welcome to Ballbusters, a show for fans by fans. From who's hot to who's not, so what's on the menu for the tailgate this weekend and everything in between. We got a crazy week here. I am your host today, the producer, Dirt McCoy, and our executive ballbuster on the scene, Mr. Big T, Little Odd.
Here I am.
And we've got some guests on the show today. The famous Orlando comedian, Puerto Rican goat.
Yeah.
Let's say from Minnie, everybody.
Yeah. How you doing? Yes,
and also returning to the show is Brooklyn's favorite son, Mr. Markier.
What up?
Yeah.
All right.
So, weird week we got going on here. So, anybody who's been listening knows that last week Danny was out. This week, Danny and Brando and Liz are out. And so Todd decided he wants to do NBA heavy here. We're wearing our NBA jerseys. You can go on the live stream right now and look at Todd wearing his Tracy McGrady throwback.
Looking good.
You guys could have told me.
I know.
Somebody could have.
Nobody told me. I just came like
in
this.
a group chat. Somebody could have said, "Hey, asshole."
I'm not into coordinating my outfits with my
and
buddies.
not
All right.
flower
You
shirts.
just having.
Yeah, I don't
having-
coordinate with my buddies.
We
But
just
I got my Brooklyn hat on.
Oh, that made it. There you go.
Uh-huh.
That made it.
You know what I mean?
No, but you got a style though that you always look cool as a motherfucker when you walk in the door. And so I wouldn't want to fuck with that. I'm like,
It hurt my feelings,
that.
Dirt. It hurt my feelings.
I am.
Oh, you already knew you ain't gonna be saying.
Todd.
Man,
So I got illusions now.
Todd, see, Todd, it's so funny though.
I've been drinking. Speaking of
Todd,
drinking,
you have a
speaking of
style,
drinking,
bro.
I know.
You
It's a
have
bad style sometimes.
But
too.
it's a style.
Let's
you
get
want
into
some
some of this
edibles?
proper 12. Let's get
the
into this
proper
proper 12.
12.
Oh, I thought we
Four
were-
glasses. We're just going to be drinking some whiskey. We're drinking
All right.
proper 12 here through the first part.
Proper 12.
Yeah, we're just going to have a go of it. We're going to sip on this, and we'll talk about it through the day.
okay, well, why don't we let's do this.
No.
Todd, why don't you explain, so without the wings and beer segment that we normally do, Todd, why don't you explain what we're doing today for that? in place
Put
of
more in there than that. Let's
But
just
keep
go
on
in.
where you at. Yeah, I got to
All right.
drive home.
Well,
So let me get this one.
Okay. You take what you want. I can sleep on the couch.
You know, shorter than all y'all. It's going to hit me first. That's true.
Oh, come on now.
This
Come
5'3" is going to get drunk real quick.
I don't have some
Oh man,
Chardonnay.
and dunked on.
Yeah, right? We got to go?
I went from Chardonnay to Hennessy to
Oh, you have a good
Heineken,
day.
and now we doing proper
Whiskey.
12.
Yeah, you got
Hey, well, that just is proper 12 because
Connor
you've
gonna
been
put me in a
properly
headlock.
drinking.
Exactly.
You've been properly drinking all
makes
day
sense.
today.
And one day, Minnie,
Yes.
we'll tell you the story about how Dirk
Oh.
got me on some whiskey, and Todd had to carry me to the
I-
car.
listen,
Oh.
in which my lady had to drive me home.
Oh.
Show me my softer side.
Okay, so hold on. So he was drinking Hennessy that night.
Okay.
I didn't think there was that big of a difference. What dude's already drinking
Oh, yeah.
Hennessy, and so then he started drinking my Kentucky bourbon.
From your private stock.
No, trust me.
From the special Walmart stock.
Oh,
only-
the things that people drink that end up penniless?
Yeah.
I like it.
No, here's the thing. I
From
always
the
say
charity
this,
stock.
I drink
Yeah.
the cheapest beer. I drink the cheapest beer and the cheapest whiskey, not because
My man.
I don't appreciate the nicer things, but
Right.
because I drink too much of it to buy the nicer
was
things.
I
So,
hear
you
you
know
on it.
what I'm saying?
Clearance
Like,
rack
listen,
Yes.
whiskey.
hey, yeah, Natty Light is $12 for a 24 pack. That's
didn't
great because that
taste
24
party
pack is
time.
going to get drunk today. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like,
All right. Back in the trailer park over there. Back in the trailer park.
Anyway,
That's hilarious, though.
so
That's hilarious.
I spent about 40 minutes hugging his toilet back here. In this,
Oh, praying to the porcelain god.
you
Yeah.
guys need to redecorate this bathroom
Just to let you know.
FYI.
Just to let you know.
But yeah.
Man, was that your
was
first
good.
time
He
drinking
was-
whiskey
he was-
at all?
No.
Was that your first time drinking whiskey ever?
Not ever, but to that abundance.
To that extent?
Like
yeah.
I am
Henny drinker,
Henny.
cognac.
They don't got Henny, I'm not drinking.
Not even Remy?
Nah, I ain't
Oh,
drinking.
Well,
you're a different
I might
kind. I
drink
like
some
it.
juice.
also, I want to
like it.
I want to
Okay,
give
so-
him credit for the fact that
Minnie doesn't know I'm 41, brother.
Oh,
Yeah. Well,
okay.
So when you get a certain
79 was a good
age,
yeah.
you are and drink what you drink.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Matt,
There ain't no switching on the.
You got tricked by the classic white man move. Come on and drink with us at the party. It's
My
just
cousin
fun.
was
You
giving
get
me
all
Tito's
fucked
the
up.
other day. And that's something different.
Oh yeah, Tito's will do you in.
Jesus
Tito's will
Christ.
do you in.
Huh? Tito's?
Yeah, Tito's will do you if you
You
don't
don't
know
know
about
for
it.
that shit?
Tito's.
If you don't
I
know
drank
about
so
it.
much Tito's, I was answering questions that I asked. And also, I was like,
That's a good drunk.
The end of the night, I was like, oh, I said that.
Oh, man.
Well, see, the thing though is, what
You know,
I was gonna say,
I always find it comforting when you find yourself your best fan to yourself sometimes.
That is true.
You're like, man,
Has that happened
did
a lot
I
of
really
times?
think about that? We just had a spot out there on the porch talking about some good ideas.
That is true.
well, that's
But we'll keep that quiet,
Yeah,
though.
please
I think
do.
that...
Well, see, that's the reason why I was like, I was telling Todd, I was like, you know, if we want to do this, let's come up with some ideas. Let's make this a totally different show because I know the conversation is going to flow. I know that's not going to be a problem.
Right.
I've known Minnie for over a decade, and
Thanks.
I've never had a conversation with him this boring. And Mark
Thank you.
is the guy that he can pepper up and every time you think you know what's going on, then Mark will throw some shit out there. You're like, man, maybe I don't know shit. You know what I mean?
Let me
So I
question
know
that.
the conversation will be good.
Right.
But, well, one thing I was going to say is to give him credit, though, when it came to the whiskey thing, that
Right.
when he was drinking whiskey with us that day, me and Brando and Todd, we drink whiskey like because we've been drinking it for a long, long time.
Right.
So the way we drink it is a lot of it, and it doesn't. It takes a lot of it
Yeah.
to get to that point where we're like.
Right.
But it's also just
Well,
like
can I
from
interject
from
real
drink
quick?
nine.
Built, yeah.
Can I interject just...
No, you can't interrupt me. I'm talking.
He's riffing, damn it.
From drink 9 to drink 10,
Right.
it's like drink 9. I'm still good. Then drink 10 hits, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm playing with my shit outside 7-Eleven.
I just
you know
wanted,
what I mean?
I just wanted to back up your story. Is me and Dirt, I think we're at about 187 consecutive Wednesdays where we've sat on this back porch every Wednesday night and pounded down whiskey.
Yeah, Whiskey Wednesday, man. Whiskey
Every-
Wednesday.
we haven't missed
187?
weeks. It's been.
Ever
It's
since
got
I moved in,
to be
this
over.
house.
It's got to. We're got to be going on our 4th year now.
I moved into this house in September of 2017. It's been every Wednesday since then.
Yeah.
Jesus. My God. Hey, you guys, look at you. Are you still alive and walking around and shit?
My liver's never been stronger.
I'm about to say your liver. Jeez, your liver got to look like Barry White.
Oh, come on, man.
No, but the thing is, it's
He's
almost
still going
like
strong, though. He's still going strong.
it's like being
Still
a
got good jokes.
no, but it's like
hey, baby, I love you so much.
That's his liver right there.
Give me some of that more whiskey.
No, you
Jesus
did.
Christ.
You a
Let's
jack
get
guy.
into this here today.
Yeah,
So let's talk.
Hey,
We
we're
got
over
a
here
lot going on.
deviating from what we're supposed to be talking about, basketball.
okay. All right,
Wow.
so let's get into let's let Todd. Do you have a segment for us this week?
I think I can still goof off with NBL, NBW, do a little history through.
All right. Well, we
Last
can't.
couple
There
days.
is
I've
not
got
a
a
show
couple
with.
good ones.
Oh, and I got to. You have a sponsor for NBL, NBW next week.
What?
National Women's National.
No, but you have an actual local business that wants to sponsor NBL, NBW. So.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Oh,
Yeah?
No, I'm not even joking.
He's not even joking. He's serious. He's
I'm
being
being dead
serious.
serious. I
He got
wouldn't-
serious
I
face.
You
wouldn't
could have
joke-
told me at a different time. all
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, true.
NBA, NBW.
It's their
Doesn't
favorite.
have to be.
It's their favorite segment of the show. There you go.
Get
Take
the
your hat
fuck
for it.
out. Look at you. People love you, Todd. And little did you know.
I'm not blushing. It's just the whiskey.
It just was, yeah, I got you. I'm with you.
All right, so let's get into NBL, NBW. Todd, remember the sponsors are listening, buddy.
Yeah, whatever. You know what that 5-letter word is?
Here's Big T, Little Odd with the
You got my favorite
NBL and the NBW of the week.
That's Nintendo.
Gaming, son.
You put a B behind that? What?
That's Nintendo.
I think like Space Jam or not Space Jam, but what was
Castlevania,
it, though?
Zelda.
All right. Here we go. This is Big T Little Odd with NBL, NBW this week.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where we're going to go with all this. I got some silly stuff this week. Let's start off with a little history, though.
Okay.
Okay, 2012, February 25th, was the 61st NBA All-Star Game. And it was where?
Oh, wow. 2000 what? 12?
Yeah, 2012.
Was that the Orlando year?
That's right. Orlando, Florida.
Look
West beats the East 152-149. MVP is Kevin Durant. OKC.
Is that in the Waterhouse there?
That was the new one.
The OG
Yeah,
Waterhouse.
that was a new one. Every time you build a new stadium in the NBA or pretty much any sport,
Yeah.
you're going to end up getting the All-Star game
Right,
shortly
right,
thereafter.
right,
So
right.
Yeah, because every time they build a new facility, it gets bigger and better than the last one. So you're going to get the big,
The big game,
just to
yeah,
showcase
the big
it,
game.
show off.
yeah.
also we got back 1984.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Oh, that? Okay.
1984, February 2nd, 27th. We have Carl Lewis, and he broke an indoor track and field record, jumping 8.675 meters,
Jeez.
which is 28 and a half feet.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's like almost, what's a 3-point?
It's 11 feet short of a bus.
Facts. What's a
is-
3-pointer? A 3-point is what? What 3-point?
33?
It's 30.
Think of somebody
No,
jumping
feet.
at the front of a bus and
Is it?
landing in like the
I think
about
the
this.
three-pointers
The,
are
the
third.
free throw
third to
line
last
is
row.
the free throw line is 15 feet.
So it's like,
Yeah.
what, 30?
I think 3-point line is 24 feet. I think
24?
that's
So
longer
he almost
than a
damn
three-
near jumped from the 3-throw.
Yeah.
God. I mean, from
Look
the
at that,
3-point
Just
line?
to think about that,
God,
though.
damn.
Think about
That's
that.
somebody almost dunking from the 3-point line.
Yeah, we'll have to
That's
do
what that
do
is.
it.
That's
well,
probably the equivalent, though, because
well,
where he landed, he would
it's
have
where he
had,
lands.
yeah.
He's at the ground. So,
I
yeah.
know, but that would have been the equivalent. He
Yeah,
probably
but I
Somebody
wonder what-
dunking from the 3-point
I
line.
wonder
Not-
what
no, wait,
his-
2 steps in front of the 3-point line. Let's
I
say
wonder
that.
what his vertical
that.
would be.
Yeah, that's a question.
Carl Lewis
Yeah.
was a stud.
Dude,
He was,
Carl
he
Lewis
was,
was-
Oh, we know.
he was a stud. That cat
We
could
know.
run. Oh, here we go.
That's
Carl
our-
Lewis is a stud.
You know what I mean? That was like today when people do the Kobe.
Right.
Back when I was a teenager, it was Carl Lewis,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me I'm lying.
Oh, yeah. No, it was.
and
Carl
you were
Lewis
gone.
was.
Yeah.
There was the other one.
Yeah,
Who
I'm
was
out.
the chick? Marion Jones or...
Oh, Flojo.
Yeah, Flojo. Flojo was a beast,
Yeah.
too.
Florence
That chick
Griffith Joyner.
could
Oh,
run.
yeah.
Woo.
I remember the interview when he won, I think it was the 100 meter in the Olympics, and he was cut on his leg and he was bleeding. And when he crossed the finish line and they did that interview with him, we all repeated that interview because every question the guy asked, he would answer, well, as you know, I was bleeding profusely.
Oh.
That's how he started every answer. It was awesome.
I was beating profusely out my leg. And I still ran.
As you know.
As you know.
All right. Well, here we got a good one. On the second... God, I am just backwards. My dyslexia is really coming out right now.
There you go.
All right, February 26, 1941, in Detroit, Michigan. Sammy, God, I can't.
Not Sosa.
Sicard and Pat Carroll scored simultaneous knockouts
What?
in boxing.
I mean, I've
the
seen
first
that happen
time in
before.
history that
But yeah,
happened. They both hit
damn.
each other and went to sleep.
I think I've seen that.
Wow.
There's a video of that,
Yeah,
right?
but I don't know.
There's
what,
a-
I
there's
had
been
to
a
search
couple
their
of them.
names
There's been a
because
couple
it
of
came
them, but
up.
that's the first one? Damn.
It came up and it didn't even list, and I had to go search this for a
That's
while to
crazy.
figure out who it was. So I don't know if there's video or not.
The most
but there is
surprising-
another one that was like that.
The most surprising part of that story to me is that both guys knocked each other out at the same time, and Don King was not the promoter.
Facts. That would have been. You know why? They're both like, oh, we gotta lose.
Yeah, because Don King
Yeah, 'cause
got
Don. Yeah,
Don King's in the stands holding that Vegas ticket.
exactly. Straight up. So one of us gotta lose. No, both of us gotta lose. Fuck it.
I don't want my kids to get murdered.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm getting knocked out.
That's one of the fights where the ref knocks himself out.
Exactly. Like I ain't judging this shit.
The ref lay down with him.
Yeah. Don was a bad man, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
We got something recent here.
What you got?
We got a natural born wrecker.
Wait a minute.
I know last year, late January, we lost great guy Kobe, but then we almost thought we lost Tiger the other night.
Oh yeah, man.
When he wrecked, he wrecked out. Everybody's worried about it, but now that he's okay, we can talk
Is he
about.
all right? Is he all right?
Yeah, he's gonna live. He's got
okay.
I mean, he's got
His
he's
golf
got a
career's
plate
in
in his
question,
leg,
but
yeah.
still.
He was.
He's got his son. His son's gonna. That
Oh, his
kid's
son
gonna
is
be
good.
bad.
He's
Charlie,
a
yeah,
baller.
Charlie.
His son is good as
Yeah.
hell. I didn't see that coming.
Moment of honesty.
I didn't see that coming. What
Oh.
happened?
What's that?
What you say? What you gonna say? Fuck Tiger Woods?
No.
Oh.
I love Tiger.
I hear you.
But I was like, damn, his Asian side is fighting strong.
Oh,
With
wow.
the
With the driving?
Yeah,
Yep.
No, that's what I'm saying.
What,
He's got-
what happened? Why did anybody know why he crashed?
Why he always
Well,
in
let
an
me-
accident?
Yeah, let me get into that.
Facts.
So, in the last year, they've had
maybe.
12 major wrecks on this stretch of the road.
Oh, they in that stretch?
On that stretch
Jesus,
of the road.
they might
And
want to
now-
do something
and
about
now
that road.
they're- Yeah, and now LA is saying, oh, we need to do something about
Oh,
this.
now because it's Tiger Woods.
Because
it's
it's
Tiger
Tiger.
Woods.
Yeah.
7 people died, but Tiger Woods got hurt. We want to fix this road, guys. It's crazy out here.
Yeah, and so, but he also has a history of wrecking things. I mean, he
Oh,
got
facts.
a DUI a couple of years ago here in Florida somewhere. Was it 2017?
I think it's down to Jupiter, right?
Well, yeah, that's
it might
somewhere,
have been
He was
that's
getting it
somewhere
in.
in Florida.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
getting it in. He was getting it in.
Yeah. And then we also have, what was it?
Let's not act like he wasn't on Jupiter.
What was his
when he
famous
was
event?
driving.
That was
he was gone.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah.
That was in 2009 was his most famous incident. Where
Oh,
he,
yeah.
So with the
Where
marriage
he,
thing?
he wrecked into the fire hydrant. Then his wife had to
yeah,
demonstrate her golf swing by busting all the windows out to get him out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that part.
And then Tiger's image changed a lot, but he came back from that.
You guys know how much fire hydrants cost?
No.
Probably pretty expensive.
I
You
know
gotta shut
people
down
who
power.
have hit fire hydrants.
How much they cost?
And you have to pay for them to
I expect that, but how much would they be?
They can be close to $5,000.
Oh my God.
I hit.
Just for knocking one of them hoes
True
out?
story. True story. I
Just
took
for
out.
bending one.
I took out a.
Don't
I'm
knock
gonna
it.
move right out the way. Like I would rather crash
Don't
the
knock
wall.
it.
Fuck, it's gonna cost me
I
$1,500
know
for the
someone
wall.
that just bent it a little bit, and it was.
Markier, I drove through a sign on I-4 one time.
Doing what?
That sign. Don't worry about that. All right?
Doing
having
what?
a good time. You know,
There you go. Okay.
Todd has
I
this
think-
little pouch.
I took
I don't
this
know
sign,
if you've
that
ever
sign
noticed.
cost me $1,500.
Oh,
I'm like,
Lord.
damn, and a truck.
Something
Like, the
we could have
sign-
made. Something we could have gone to the shop and fabricated and did.
Oh
For
man,
less than
And
that.
a truck.
oh dude, it was rough, dude. That one little sign, one post took out the whole thing.
So anyway,
Nice.
Tiger and his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, Tiger, he's.
Yeah.
Seems to be so. He seems to be okay. At least
He
he's
could
alive.
afford a
He's alive.
fire
He's
hydrant.
all right.
If your name is Tiger, don't you think you want to be petted a lot? And he was pretty good at
Facts.
getting petted a lot. I
Well,
mean, he was-
yes.
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot of Waffle
How
House
can you blame him
waitresses.
though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but
There's a lot
anyway.
of strokes there. But
How do we feel about the pure capitalism of the car company asking how you feel about the car that saved Tiger?
What they say? What? What they put that in there?
Oh, yeah.
They put
Wait,
an ad.
Kia did that.
No, it was
Stop
Hyundai.
it. They
There's
did?
an ad.
Genesis is a branch of
Wait
Kia.
a minute.
No,
Or Hyundai.
Hyundai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
There's an ad
That quick?
says
They don't even-
there's no waiting.
Jesus.
Yeah, because
okay,
the
there was a half.
But to Dirk's defense, you
Yeah.
said
Is that
I said the sheriff said he's like if he had been in any other vehicle because of the way that the structure of the cabin in that SUV is built with the side curtain airbags and the front airbags,
I'm
they
with
said
you.
if he had been in any other vehicle, he wouldn't have survived that crash.
so? So he was.
So it is a bragging
Hold on,
point.
Was he? So
they
he
is
jumped
a
out the
flex.
gym like
was he
Jordan.
thanking Blake Griffin for dunking over?
The Kia?
I thought he dunked over a Genesis.
No.
Kia.
Kia Sorento. It was a
Okay,
one of
so
those small.
It was the
Kias.
front part. You didn't even dunk on the high part. If you're
so
listening.
we
Don't
came
pick
out.
on me,
We
man.
came out
Come
the
on.
bag this quick. So is the next commercial that car rolling down the hill with Tiger in it?
That'd be some shit.
And
That'd be
Tiger's
shit. He's like safe. He's just you know how Matthew
He gets
McConaughey
out
does
and
that
hits a
commercial
hole
with
in one,
talking?
But the most
He's just
important
talking
thing
the
will
whole
be
time.
his golf clubs in the back never moved. They were
gets-
there
He's still
You got airbags back there for your golf clubs.
He
No,
gets out.
all right,
it'll be
well, we're good.
it'll be they'll show the
I can
crash.
still make my tea time. I'm
It'll be
all right.
dramatic commercial. It'll be flash of the crash, and then it'll show Tiger walking out of the darkness towards the camera like Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump.
Nice.
I mean, like, I got fake legs now, but I didn't die thanks to my Hyundai.
Tends to my
Lieutenant
Honda.
Dan, for those of you he doesn't talk like Forrest.
Well, that's true. No, I just remember that line, Lieutenant Dan, you got new legs.
So I mean, there was news on the surgeries and stuff.
So you
I
just
think- I
does
get
he?
into
He's
that.
gonna have a surgery? Is he gonna have?
Yeah, he had a
Is
plate.
that bad?
He had a plate. He had a rod put in his leg
had-
to
so-
replace his. Can I?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I mean, he had a rod put in his leg.
Okay.
Connecting his ankle, rebuilt it. And I,
Oh wow!
Yeah, so
That's-
he's
once your
screwed up,
ankle's
but-
gone, it's hard to fix your
yeah,
ankle,
but
bro.
modern technology is, especially
way.
medicine.
ankles are iffy, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we'll see what he
I
does.
see people come back from like getting their tendons, their Achilles tendon rupture.
So-
Which is
so this is a
one
good-
of the most.
yeah,
This brings me to a good question here, though. So, do you think that the PGA would be willing to let golf carts play rather than walk? If Tiger could play, but he couldn't walk that far, and he needed to use a Segway or something,
They would change that rule
would
so
you think
fast.
they would change those rules for that?
Absolutely.
to let
Absolutely.
Tiger play probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
What if we got a Tink Tink Tiger?
Man,
with the metal legs. With the metal
I remember I
legs.
sent it to you because you know who John Daly is, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows who John Daly is.
Yeah.
And John Daly was quoted as saying, I've rolled so many cars and nobody said shit when it happened to me.
Damn.
Yeah, but he was
Damn.
a different element than Tiger. First of all,
John Daly is
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
John Daly didn't hide that he was just I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
No, this motherfucker's he's fucking hitting a putt at the
Hill-
Masters with a Marlboro Red hanging out of his mouth.
Pills and Coke are two different.
He was a last second call up in whatever the Open as an amateur. He was a last-second call, drove straight there, teed off, and then I think he ended up winning that thing.
He did. I don't know if it was if he won the tournament, but I know that his first appearance in the PGA, he set the record for the longest drive in his first appearance.
Damn.
Yeah,
Tiger did the same thing.
he's a
Tiger
big
hit the
dude, man.
bombs.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
We should have an inebriated Olympics.
yes, I would watch that.
What would you compete in?
It doesn't matter.
I know, but you have to have something.
What, beer pong?
Make everybody whatever
Got
drunk
beer
as
pong,
fuck.
cornhole,
Cornhole.
spades,
But
dominoes.
you can't
Dominoes
start
would
the game.
be all right.
What?
The game
I need a
can't
refresher
start
on that
until
one,
we're
but-
already.
Yeah, everybody gotta be
starting.
fucked
We
up.
blow.
Yeah,
You gotta
everybody gotta be
blow.
fucked up. Yeah. Everybody gotta be fucked up.
Whoa, you don't qualify. You don't qualify for the .18 games.
No, but
drinking.
look, your favorite player is on the bench slamming a sheepdog.
Proper 12.
Yeah, proper 12.
Yeah,
He's slamming it, trying to get to
I'm
that.
with it.
That'd
like
be
it.
great.
Greatest athletes of all time.
what you got next, Todd?
They would be.
Oh, I don't know. I love this. So this is good. All right.
Yeah,
So he pretty much wrecked his way into the NBW this week.
Najaborn record.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, he's
I
wrecked
like
a few
it.
things. Awesome. Well, let's go to another one here. We got a little history, too. February 26, 1994, Jersey Joe Walcott passed at the age of 80.
What was he doing?
He was a heavyweight champion boxer.
Yep.
He's famous. He's famous for being the oldest heavyweight champ until it was broken by somebody else and eventually broken by George Foreman, I believe.
No. George Foreman broke it first.
Oh, George Foreman broke it first, right?
In 94. He was
94.
45.
There you go,
when he went.
94.
Yeah.
Okay.
George broke it.
So I think it was from what, it was 1948 until 1994, I think,
Big
right?
ass gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he did really well with that. I mean,
Well,
and
actually-
ironically though, this happened in February was when George Foreman won his first heavyweight title too, and it was also February when Jersey Walcott passed.
Oh, yeah.
At the same year.
That's crazy.
Really? Yeah. That's
Well, Foreman, so...
like Walcott passed after Foreman won it. He's like, all right.
Well, they
it's
would've
in good hands now.
got it.
It's in good hands now.
They would have measured it from, oldest heavyweight champion, they would have measured it from the day that Walcott lost the title, and that was in 1952. He lost it in 52 to Marciano. So it would have been from 1952 to 1994. Yeah.
Good old
Yeah.
Rocky. Still, that's a
I know,
long
but to
ass
think
way
you
to
lost
go.
your title to Rocky.
mean, it is fucking
1952.
Yeah.
And dude, here's
guy
funny.
never lost.
So Jersey Joe Walcott is iconic in boxing because he was one of these dudes that was just he could take a beating and be like on the verge of needing resuscitation and knock you out.
So, yeah.
He was that guy.
Yeah, that
if
one
you
hit
remember the
I saw
album
that
cover,
last week with Derek Lewis.
well,
One punch.
there was so this is
I
where
know.
Jersey Joe Walcott is in if you don't follow boxing, you've seen the picture of the cover of the Alice in Chains album where it's the guy getting punched in the face and his
Right.
face looks like jelly. That's Jersey Joe Walcott getting knocked out by Rocky Marciano.
Got it.
Also, Jersey Joe Walcott was the referee in the ring the day that Ali knocked out Sonny Liston.
Oh, wow.
After he retired as a boxer, he
Yeah, he
became a
became a
referee.
referee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's keep going here. I got a natural born winner, and it's in history. And that's February 27th, 1959. Bob Cousy set an NBA record with 28 assists
Bob
As-
Cousy.
as Boston Celtics scored 173 points against the Minneapolis Who?
Oh, shit.
Who?
It wasn't Colts, goddammit.
No, it was a Minneapolis
I know.
basketball team.
I
But
know, I
what
know.
was their?
That's the first thing that came on for no reason.
That was perfectly
Damn, it wasn't
legit.
Lakers.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Good
Right,
call.
exactly.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
drink for that.
Minneapolis Lakers. Yeah, you'll drink for way less. But continue.
All right, yeah. So
So, what was passing like in 1959?
Well, I mean, they scored 173
passing was-
points.
back
So
then-
what
I know, but back then it was a purist game. I mean, they didn't have 3-point line. They had different. Everything was run through
No,
program.
okay,
They could
so-
run a play for 15 minutes
yeah,
if they
pretty
wanted
much.
to.
To help think outside the box.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Athleticism today is something different than it's ever been.
Yeah. It
Well,
wasn't.
we get
Way past it.
So I'm passing to a guy that's not. It wasn't a flashy pass.
Right.
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 Well, it was all
No,
chest
prob-
passes.
it was probably-
It was all chest passes.
It was
and-
probably no Jason
So
Williams
in
passes out
1959,
there.
Yeah.
I won the most passing.
And it was 59.
Passing is important.
What do
Though.
you
I
say?
mean, especially
Yeah.
basketball, working the system as a
I mean, most points come from.
as a
So-
guard. That's your as a point guard. That's your primary thing. It's not to score. It's to make other people score.
Right.
What year was it?
This is 1959.
So he was passing to Bill Russell and
Pretty much.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep.
And Bill Russell. All right, let's keep going on this. It was broken by Kareem Porter in New Jersey Nets with 29, and then broken by who in December 1990?
So 1990. Would it be what's his name? Oh, really, Penny?
No.
I mean, fucking
No, Scott Skiles.
Scott Side. Oh my God!
And he
Scott
still
Skiles.
holds it with 30 assists against the Denver Nuggets.
Skiles,
This is in the
goddamn,
season
man.
or a preseason?
No, this is in one game.
And regular season.
One game.
Wow,
Yeah, but he had
good job.
Shaq. I think he had early Shaq.
No,
His-
Shaq's not till 92.
Okay,
That
so it was Reggie Theus, Nick Anderson,
Okay.
Jerry
Jeff
Reynolds.
Turner,
Yep.
Jeff Turner,
Jerry Reynolds, Terry
yeah,
Catledge.
Jerry Reynolds. Who was the other big awkward white guy we had on that team? Jeff Kite.
Greg Kite.
Greg Kite, but it was Jerry Reynolds that he gave it to, and he had that bar right here on Kennedy Drive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Heroes in Eatonville.
Yep.
Oldest is the oldest African American established city in the United States.
yeah.
Yeah, he
That
really
is-
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, he would have had Dennis Scott back then.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good
Dennis
point.
Scott was on
That's
that
a good
team.
point.
Dennis Scott was shooting that thing.
All right, and I'm gonna
Oh,
stay
yeah.
with the Magic
3D.
here
The
for.
ones that counted.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
stay with the
exactly,
Magic here for the winner of Natural Born Winners.
Oh, look at you.
And losers.
Yeah, look at you. I like
I
it.
am.
I like it.
And it's going to Vucevic.
Really?
I mean, he got his late call up. We were wondering if they were going to pick him,
Yeah,
and they chose him,
I'm with you.
and he got his call up. But he joins who else in Magic history to attend multiple All-Star games? There's 5 other players.
Okay, so we got Shaq.
Okay.
We got, I think Penny got it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Did Dennis Scott get it? No, Dennis Scott.
No.
Come
Come on. He just won with the Lakers last year.
Yeah, I don't know.
with the Lakers last year.
Superman.
Oh, Dwight Howard?
Dwight
Oh
Howard.
yeah, Dwight Howard did stay there for long. I'm trying to think of people that stayed there for long.
This guy. I'll give you another hint. He used to have some of the best duels with Paul Pierce.
The other guy?
Yeah. I'm wearing his jersey tonight.
Oh, I said Penny. You said
No, Tim. This
Oh.
is McGrady,
Oh, yeah, that's
baby.
McGrady.
Come
I'm sorry.
on.
Tracy McGrady, yeah.
Tracy McGrady.
And the last one, the fifth one blew my mind too because I didn't
Who
even
was
think
it?
he
Who was
even
the
played.
fifth
The fifth one is Grant Hill.
Oh, damn it!
I know you would have.
too.
I know, but he never really even played for us.
I am wearing my Grant Hill jersey tonight, and to
I
this
see
day, I have worn this jersey more than he ever did.
I wouldn't doubt it. I remember Pistons Grant Hill at most.
Yeah. And you know who we
Well,
traded to
Dirt
get Grant
likes
Hill?
to dress poorly anyway,
Well,
so I mean,
Wait, here's this is the reason why.
He drinks Sprite. so-
Listen,
Oh.
I was a Duke fan growing up as a kid. My family was all Duke fans, and
I see it.
and so when he came to the Magic, I'm like, that's great. And then I see him get off the plane on crutches, and I'm like, what the fuck do we just do?
One of the greatest
we didn't
alley-oops
know.
in the history of Duke.
Listen to this though. Think about this,
That team was amazing.
Was one of the greatest
Mark.
alley-oops I've ever seen in my life.
Mark.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but
against
looking
Kansas.
back hindsight, let me tell you what the Magic did to get Grant Hill. They
Too much?
traded to get him from Detroit, right?
Ben
Do
Wallace.
you know who we traded? We traded Ben,
Ben
Wallace
Wallace
and
and
Chauncey
Chauncey
Billups.
Everybody who's in that team, they won.
And then they won. Yeah, then they won because they had a good mixture up there in
Yeah.
Detroit at that time. They had Tayshaun Prince, Richard
Yeah.
Hamilton. They had another
Rasheed
cat.
Wallace.
Rasheed
Yeah.
Wallace is the one.
She
Yeah,
was my
that's
dog.
the one.
That was
That's
the one that put
that's
him
the
over
one
hump.
that sold
That's the
that
one that
team.
put him
I
over the
love
hump.
Sheed.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He was that man.
I love
He's
That
one of the
little
ones
patch
that
right
you're
here?
happy that he's battled through a 13-year career
Yeah.
to finally get one.
Well, not only that,
and
but
I always felt short when Charles Barkley and Carlos Malone never got that. But that
Me
was
too.
kind of the answer for me. I'm like, man, he got
But-
just Dirk
Me too.
Nowitzki
Didn't
too.
Payton get one with the Lakers?
You
I
said
feel good
Ben
about that.
Wallace?
yeah, Ben Wallace and Chauncey Billups.
I
We
know,
drafted
because I
both
think
those
Peyton
guys.
was
What was
with
Ben's
Karl Malone at the
nickname?
same time.
The
Again.
Spider Monkey, right?
Peyton came. Yeah,
Isn't that what they
Peyton-
called him?
He was, but I don't know if he. What was it?
Who was the Spider?
Ben Wallace.
What
When
was,
they-
his, what was his nickname?
His nickname was
Something
oh my
strong,
God.
'cause he was-
Afro. That dude had
No,
a
man,
set
wow.
of hair on.
I remember Stuart Scott calling him the Spider Monkey because he's like, when you look at that dude, he's like, when he goes up and grabs a rebound, he literally looked like he jumped over the entire defense and he was
can't
above
control him.
everybody when he
Maybe.
pulled it in.
Stuart Scott is the go to the
That's
goats.
still a proper 12 there you got?
Yeah, awesome.
How you feeling?
I can't
I
remember his
did. I
name.
finished mine.
Wow.
But,
well, I'm on my second sip here. I'm
Oh,
like,
well, listen. I'm
Yeah, that
not,
was one of many mistakes. Sadly, the management in the Magic made.
Yeah, exactly.
Trading good ass players
well,
away.
I mean, honestly, we're a small market team. We got to do some stuff like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
What's
Give
your,
ourselves a chance.
I
I
hear
knew
you.
we weren't going to win those two.
I hear
Those
you.
2 times we were in the finals.
I'm
we weren't
saying
going to win,
this,
but I'm
though.
still happy.
All
with
I'm
that.
saying is, let's count all the people who's won a ring that was in the Magic before.
Horace Grant, Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, Horace Grant won one before
Well, this doesn't matter.
he came to the Magic.
Yeah, I guess we can leave them out. Dwight, we got Dwight because
Dwight, just recently.
Yeah, Chauncey and Ben. They've been traded away. People that have been traded away.
Anita, he went with the Lakers and won some with the Lakers.
That's true.
So,
yeah,
okay,
French guy.
around the table, who was your favorite Orlando team? Most of y'all are probably
mine 95. That's something to be Jordan. I think it's like 95.
Mine will be their
94, 95.
Mine will be their inaugural season.
I figured.
I mean, actually getting to go see that.
Same.
Yeah.
Or to actually, I think my biggest moment I remember there, I got a bunch of moments in that old arena, but seeing Shaq the first time.
Fucking seeing him.
You're like
building.
13 playing basketball.
You were like, we're going to get this fucking brand.
We had a guy,
Tampa this year.
We had a guy in the neighborhood who had season tickets, right?
Ooh.
And he would pass it through the neighborhood, let everybody
That's a
go.
nice guy.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ray Harkins.
Yep.
And he,
Great guy.
yeah. So me and my dad, our time came up, was like, hey, let's go. And it was Shaq. I can't remember who it was, but I remember he had nice seats. Like you're 17 rows up, center court.
Right.
It's like sitting just behind the fat guy.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
Like, all right. This is going to be a good time.
I saw him play
But
against
Shaq
the Spurs
stands
that
up,
season.
and he is still eye level with you when you are.
He's
when you're standing there, you're like 5'10". You're like, man, that dude is still just staring in my eyes, man.
It's a whole mountain, man.
But I used to love going and just giving Dwight Howard shit.
Did you?
Because he always played like a little man, man.
Remember when me and you went?
As big as he was, I could.
I get it. He's a crybaby.
Oh man, I know, but
He's a crybaby.
as big as he was, I think I have the same aspirations as I do for Aaron Gordon.
That's how I
That
felt
dude
about.
he can take
what's
a
his name
game
from the
over.
Spurs?
Dwight Howard
could
could too, but he just didn't have.
He doesn't have that dog. I
Yeah.
told you. That's
Tracy
the only thing
McGrady
wrong
had
with
that dog.
Yeah,
Tracy
he had that
McGrady.
dog. Sadly, I wish he never got hurt because he had that ultimate dog. Kobe hated him to guard him. He hated to guard him. For Kobe who thought he was better than everybody because that's what Kobe was, to hate to guard this man.
McGrady?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody
yeah.
did. Do you know the best battle I saw was Paul Pierce? I think I've seen this like
That was
3
the game
times.
the game me and you went to.
Me, you, and Wyatt Earp.
Yeah.
He got us the tickets, I think, from Detroit or no, it wasn't Wyatt Earp, but he was.
No, I got the tickets
He
from
was
the dealership.
dating my sister.
Yeah.
He was some country. He was real.
Yeah.
Right.
He used to
Like,
race. He used to do like barrel horse racing and
Yeah,
shit
no,
like
he
that.
did. He was like Lake County rescue on
Same
horses.
color neck
and
as
stuff.
you, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you could.
that's your face right now after
Yeah.
that. Go ahead, keep going.
All right. But he got us tickets to what was it? It was Celtics with Paul Pierce. I think Garnett wasn't on. Garnett, I don't think was on that team yet.
No.
Ray
It
wasn't
was
there.
way before that.
Yeah.
So
But
that
that
was
was
before the big three. So
Yeah,
that
it
was
was before the
so
big
you have
three.
what,
It was
Antoine
before-
Walker in there.
Yeah,
It was before Boston was contending for a title. But the thing about it was what I remember. So me and Wyatt Earp that he's talking about, we worked at the same dealer. We worked at the Dodge dealership at the time.
Okay.
And there was they were handing out tickets, and so he grabbed one, and I grabbed one, and then he grabbed a second one, like he never got one, so that Todd could go with us.
Nice.
And that game was a double overtime.
What?
The first shot, Tracy McGrady hit a shot to take us into overtime, and then Paul Pierce hit one at the buzzer to take us into overtime number 2.
But it was better than that.
And
It was better than that because
all night.
It was before McGrady had to make that shot. McGrady already made that shot 15 seconds ago to get the lead. But Paul Pierce would go down. He's like, you ain't winning.
Right.
I'm scoring. But it ended up
it's just
whoever
back and
had the
forth, back
ball,
and forth,
it's
yeah.
like back and forth. The team would
So
jump
did
up.
Orlando end up
Oh,
winning that game?
I don't think Paul Pierce always got us.
I think the Celtics got that one.
Paul
Yeah.
Pierce always got it. It was like 134,
appreciate
132
you
or
guys.
something.
Yeah.
The truth.
It was.
I appreciate
I love
you guys.
Paul Pierce. Paul
I
Pierce
get
is another one. I'm glad they got a
Too
championship.
high to remember.
But that was, I think that was the Paul. I think Ray Allen was on that team though. It
Okay,
was
so then
Paul
the big
Pierce and
three
Ray
was out
Allen.
No,
it was before. It was before Garnett.
Ray Allen came from.
But I thought they all came at the same time. I thought when
Did they?
Ray and Garnett came, they came as a package.
Yeah, but Paul Pierce has been there for
He was
like
drafted there.
Paul
5,
Pierce,
6 years.
Paul Pierce and
before
Antoine
that.
Oh,
Walker
so I might be
was the
wrong
two
about
before.
that then.
That's probably what
I just
Antoine
looked it up.
Walker.
It could have been. Yeah.
Number
Yeah,
8
Antoine, they had a couple.
Mr. I lost all my money, but I made $150 million.
They
Yeah.
might have had
Jesus
Nate.
Christ.
Was Nate Robinson on that team? Maybe.
No, that's after.
That was after that too.
That's
Oh,
after.
man.
That's
Anyway.
after.
All right,
Nate was probably in
You don't have to bring up little people to make him happy.
He is one of the little people goats. Nate the Great.
Spud Webb, does that make you feel better?
Hell yeah.
Muggsy Bogues?
Man was out there touching the rim.
Let me tell you
He
what.
was 5'5" touching the rim.
That
I know.
Joker would jump
love it.
out of the house.
I'm 5'3".
I loved it.
Dude, I'm 5 foot. I'm 5'6".
So you taller than him.
Wait, I know. No. He measured NBA official measurement is 5'7".
Subtract,
is it really?
subtract an inch and a
5'7".
half.
Okay,
and then
okay.
Muggsy was 5'3".
Five
Right.
Muggsy.
But when I watched that, and I'm like, he's an inch taller than me, and this motherfucker's dunking. Like, I can't two-hand dunk an 8-foot goal.
It's athletic ability
I could
at
never
its
dunk.
finest.
I could dunk a
crazy.
volleyball, but never a basketball.
It's crazy. That
When
man
we were
used
growing
to
up,
fly.
I watched other people.
I'm
that could dunk. My dad
5'11"
could
and
dunk.
have a hard time dunking with 2 hands.
That
so
man used to fly.
All right, yeah.
There you go.
All right.
See, I'm jealous because I'm 6'2", and sometimes I can hardly touch the damn rim.
Todd,
Like if I was showing
Todd,
off, I was double hand
Todd.
slapping
You've
the
seen the movie
backboard.
before, right?
Todd,
When we were
Todd,
kids, Todd's dad is what he's an inch or two taller than you.
Todd,
It's about-
we just
6'3"? He's
discussed
6'4", baby,
how
6'3",
pink
6'4".
your neck is right now.
Right?
When we were kids, when we played basketball in the neighborhood,
Yeah.
we'd be playing like pickup game or whatever. If Todd's dad came walking by, we were like, we called his dad Mr. Mickey.
Right.
We'd call him out there because he could dunk. And so he was like, he would come out and basically he would just call him over, hey, come dunk on a bunch of 8-year-olds. And he would come over there and he'd dunk on all of us.
But did he dunk with
that's
swag or
That's
did he
it.
dunk with?
2 hands, just come down like Charles
Just
Barkley
put it
would
in
do.
the-
Yeah.
Old
2 hands
school,
with
baby.
authority.
Old school.
Yeah,
Comes
he's a
at
whole
that old
guy.
school
Yeah,
game.
yeah. His most important thing he
He's
ever
old
taught
Bill
me was
Russell.
how to box out.
You know it.
Oh,
He's
Bill
like, it
Russell
don't
style.
matter how
That's
big
important.
that joker is. You put that tailbone on their upper thigh and you start walking
important.
backwards, they're going to get out your way.
That's important.
You're going to be able to push them out and you'll be able to. That's,
Yeah, you might get the read
I
there.
wasn't that athletic at basketball.
But you're a big guy.
Skinny, though. What's good is 6'2" when you're 135 pounds.
Well, yeah, he's
You were string bane out.
yeah, he
I
was.
played soccer.
He was tall
I ran,
and skinny.
I
Yeah.
was
Oh, yeah, I forgot
running-
you did play
Yeah, I was
soccer.
running like
Yeah,
30
you was
miles
out
a
there
week,
running,
too.
yeah.
And
Well, he was a
playing
defender,
basketball
yeah.
and I was running.
You was out there. Oh, and you were a defender too? Yeah, you was out there running your
But
ass off.
Put me on a
boy.
basketball court, though.
Yeah, you were
Running
flying.
these little things.
He was
Suicides all
red
day.
as your
Come on,
jersey.
buddy. Oh, I could run.
He was red as your jersey at the end of the game.
But I couldn't jump, though. I mean, I just
Yeah, well,
didn't
you know.
understand
Well, no,
that.
that's
Yeah,
the thing
yeah,
I want to say though. No, when we were in high school, dude,
He
Todd
said we know.
Todd
Is
ran
there
cross
science
country.
behind that?
Todd ran cross country and played soccer and then played basketball up through middle school. But so back then, Todd was like he could run like miles and miles and be cool.
What were
Like
you
the wind.
eating, brother?
Oh, dude, my favorite was spaghetti with butter and bread.
Jesus Christ, your spaghetti sandwich on
Oh,
there?
dude.
That is
They
pretty
kick
fucking
it, they
good.
kick in like 2 hours later in the middle of a match or something. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh,
All those
yeah.
carbs kick in.
I'm not
This
gonna
is
lie.
before you had any pre-meal or nothing.
See you out there. You just
I'm not
built
gonna
up.
lie. After a couple whiskeys, Hennessy's,
I used to have to have my-
That sounds
That sounds
fucking
delicious.
delicious.
We would be playing.
God damn, we got.
All right.
Now
Okay,
I'm thinking about some of the
bananas
times
in the
how
goddamn-
like stuff I'll eat. Sometimes I'm
Yeah.
like, no way I'll eat that after exercising
Right.
that hardly. When I was a kid, I remember going to soccer tournaments like, Dad, I'm starving at halftime. Go get me a hot dog.
Damn.
Go get me a hot
don't
dog.
throw
And
that
it was
shit
like
up?
almost every halftime. My dad would be like, all right, I know he's going to be hungry.
That's crazy.
Eat up. But if I drank Gatorade,
Yeah.
I'd be puking everywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Gatorade fucking did not like me when I exercised.
Yeah.
Water, I was just strictly water.
Let me
Not even
interject,
cold.
by the way,
No
because I was
electrolytes.
going to say that white man can't jump. But to me,
Rex
the
Chapman.
coldest dunk contest winner of all time was the white boy with the windbreaker. Does anybody remember him?
No.
Who was that?
Whoa.
He won the dunk contest with a windbreaker on, never took that bitch off.
It wasn't.
You said the coldest. I thought you were
The
about to.
coldest white. The
No.
coldest
But
dunk contest
listen.
I've seen in my life. This
I thought you were
motherfucker
about to
didn't
say
take the windbreaker
something.
off.
It's not Rex Chapman was a good one.
No.
But it's not that. Is it
I thought
before
you
or
were about
after?
to
Is
mention
it
a white
before
boy
or
that
after?
handled the cold like no other.
No.
Is it before or
Like
after?
he was dunking.
Before other who?
Before or after Rex Chapman competed?
I think it's after. And you got to give up. He's actually a commentator now.
Not black. What?
No, he's a white boy.
Tell me.
Rick Barry.
Oh, that man. And what's his dad was famous for
I
what?
remember.
I can't remember what he said.
Underhand free throws.
Underhand free
man.
throws.
Yeah.
He was the greatest. He still, I think, holds the NBA
highest
title
free
for
throw percentage,
highest
yep.
free throw percentage.
If you look it up,
the-
Rick
But his
Barry
son could
did
fly.
He
Yeah,
spun
he
it
still-
backwards.
no,
He spun it back.
yeah, he
I
used to
think it's
hold the
because he
ball.
was bald and he was more aerodynamic.
He wasn't like Granny shot like this. He held the ball like
Yeah,
this,
from
like
the bottom.
in front of him,
Yeah.
and he would just flip it.
Flip it up. Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
There's a story to
There's
that.
an underhand on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you, I went to a free throw shooting
was
competition
science.
back when I was like 13, and we went up to Bobka
That was
High School
skill.
gym.
Yeah.
We're going to duke it out, best of 25, and one of the cats I went against was Aaron Barrett.
Yeah.
And he goes up there, and I'm watching him shoot, and I'm like, he did the same sort of thing. But when he threw it, he had a little spin on this thing.
Backspin on it, yeah.
And it would hit, if it hit anywhere on that square,
It's going
it was
down.
turning right in there. I'm like,
That's how I learned how to play because I'm short.
that-
So I have to shoot above you.
Yeah.
So I have to put
Yeah.
a backspin in
This
it.
jack-
So if you try to block it, I hit anywhere in the square, it's
Yeah.
going in.
this,
Oh, yeah.
Above and before.
this joker goes 19 for 25.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm like,
He's in that square. It's going in.
But I got him. I went.
in.
Yeah, I remember having to
I'm,
coach teach me.
I'm disappointed in both of you white guys for not knowing who the hell was the coldest white man to ever win a dunk contest.
I knew who Rick Barrow was. I didn't
passed me, but I
Look
remember it.
He had a windbreaker, never took it off.
That was the same time as Chapman.
He did that. It might have been the same time. He did the free throw line dunk with that bitch on.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow.
He could
I gotta
jump.
look it up.
He was
That's
cold
great.
as fuck. He never took it off. The whole windbreaker.
So you think
the practice
hold on.
windbreaker? You know what I'm saying?
So you bring me another point. So was Rick Barry running around on his wife? I mean, was he like? Was that an adopted child?
What the fuck? That's cold.
Man, you're digging in the backyard now.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Where he get that athleticism
there's
from?
something. No, there's something.
Damn.
comes
That
to
man
him.
went from.
I don't know.
His daddy never came close to that. His daddy was nowhere close to that from anywhere.
Did she
Let
send
alone
you a
from
message?
that.
Ask that question?
Yeah,
Good
Rick
question,
Barry was
though.
like king of the set shot.
Yeah,
His
exactly.
wife-
This man was out here dunking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His wife sent Todd a message to
Yeah,
ask
I
that
see
question
that.
on the podcast.
I think that's why R. Kelly wrote that song. I believe.
I thought he said I piss on you. Okay.
Come on now.
Dave Chappelle wrote that song.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You know who brought that on my? Sorry.
Todd, do you have any more for NBL?
That's all I got. I think that's about
man.
it.
Damn,
All right.
what a long ass segment that was.
That's fine.
good.
Hey, so no, as long as we're having fun, it's a good conversation, man. We're cool with that. So I want to do this before we leave for break. I just want to bring this up because this is very important to me, and I know it's important to Minnie too.
Yes, facts.
I want to address the fact that Minnie and I both lost a member of the Orlando comedy family this week, Erik Myers. Erik Myers was one of the first dudes I ever met when I started comedy. Minnie was like 4 or 5 years behind me, and he was the first guy that also gave Minnie vindication in comedy. Easily the funniest guy I've ever known in my life. And he passed away this week. Member of the Orlando comedy family. The guy opened for Ron White. He opened for Louis C.K. He opened for Mitch Hedberg. He was touring with Andrew Dice Clay at a period. He was on tour in Texas this week and was hit by a vehicle and killed, and it sucks. I don't know any other way to say it, but he was literally one of the smartest comedians I ever met in my life, and so I just wanted to throw that out there. I just want to share a story. Me, personally, with Erik was he was just one of those guys that no matter the dumbest idea you could come up with that you thought might be funny, then he would laugh along with you and encourage you to keep going and write that joke. And so I just wanted to give props to Erik Myers this week. I'm going to play a clip from him going into break. But Minnie, did you have anything story you want to share about Erik?
Oh, Erik was like I was telling you earlier. He was definitely the first person. Like if you were a comedian, you know, a lot of us go out and go to open mics and stuff to practice our stuff.
Yeah.
And when you're starting off, you don't even know anything about that. You're just going to open mic thinking that that's like a show.
Yeah.
So you go out there and you're hoping to make everybody laugh.
Yeah.
What you don't know is sometimes you get a room full of comedians that are not going to laugh. Even if they laughing in the inside, they're not going to show it.
Yeah.
For all kinds of reasons. Just because we're miserable people too.
Yeah.
But, so one time it happened to me, and I go outside, and I'm like just depressed about the shit, thinking that oh my god, I suck. Why am I even funny?
I'm short. No, I'm not funny.
Like, I'm not. I have nothing. I have nothing. And I remember Erik coming by, and I remember Erik would be the only people laughing. Him and the owner of the actual location, laughing at my shit. And he just comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, what's wrong with you?" And then he gives me that Erik amped up voice, and he was like, "Oh, those guys out there, those guys ain't shit. They're fucking comedians. You're funny." And he just walks off. And that's the first thing he ever said to me ever.
Yeah.
And I love the guy after that. Like, he could do no wrong after that.
Yeah.
He was a confidence builder. He's somebody
Yeah.
who's like, he sees when you're hurt, and he's like, hey, I've never met the guy, but just hearing stories, listening to him talk,
And I've been
very funny.
I've been playing his comedy
sees-
bits for you for years. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
apparently he saw you a little weak right there, and he's like, hey,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah,
buddy.
he didn't have to do that.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
that's what makes.
And also,
I mean, I would like to just I would laugh at people doing bad.
Oh,
But
we
when you
all
don't-
did.
I know, but
Yeah.
as a comedian, that's the best thing
but
to ever.
When you
I
don't,
love it.
when you don't hear any laughs, I mean, that's
Oh, no, trust me, it's a lonely place to be.
Yeah. Well, and then he taught you that lesson that everybody has to learn when you go into comedy. When you're doing open mics, it's literally an audience full of comedians,
Yep.
and they are not going to laugh at your shit.
Yep.
They're not going to laugh because what they're doing is they're not laughing. They're listening to your joke. They're sizing it up, and
Yep.
they're trying to figure out if your material's better than theirs. So they're not going to laugh at it. They're listening
that's
in a
100%
totally
correct.
different way.
That is,
And
or
so they're
can they
not
do it
gonna
better
laugh.
than you just did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and so I will say that for anybody out there listening, so it's Erik, EIRK Myers, Myers, and both of his comedy specials from 2013 and 2019 are free on Tubi. If you go on Tubi, you don't have to register. Just go on, sign on as a guest, look him up. Gen X-Man and Dopeless Romantic are his two comedy specials. They're both free on Tubi. And we're going to go to break with Erik Myers. This is a story that he tells from Dopeless Romantic about his DUI and having to go to weekend jail. So you're listening to Ballbusters.
I'm sober. I've been sober a while. I'm a recovering alcoholic drug addict. And I had to get sober because I got a DUI. True story. I'm driving home from this bar. It's 3 a.m, and I have an open beer in my lap. And I'm drinking it and driving because I am an idiot. And I didn't turn my headlights on because I thought the cops wouldn't be able to see me. But when you're banging into shit, they can fucking hear you. Now, if you get pulled over with an open beer, give up. The cop sees me, I am shit-faced. He sees the beer, he's like, Sir, have you been drinking? No. He's like, Sir, I'm over here. No. I was young in a tree for 10 minutes. No. Oh my God, you're tall. You have squirrels in your hair? This is ridiculous. He's like, whose beer is that? My friend's drinking it. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here tonight. I'd like to report a missing person. His name was Friend with an F. He searched my car. He found a bag of weed under my passenger seat. He holds it up. He's like, oh, what do you have to say about this? I'm like, dude, thanks. Where was it? I've been looking all week. You should be a detective. You get your supervisor on the phone. I hate the cops that hide behind the bushes with no lights on. That's fucking cheating. That's bullshit. I don't drink behind the bushes. I'm out on I-4. I'm keeping it real, bitch. And they're bewildered. They pulled you over. Why were you speeding? Because I couldn't fucking see you. You piece of shit. That's right. It pisses me off. Turn your lights on, I'll slow down, eat the weed, throw my beer out the window, practice speaking English. Give me a fucking chance, buddy. This is entrapment. I'll put the system on trial, goddammit, I will. I'm representing myself. I had to go to weekend jail in Baltimore City for 3 days. I asked the judge, I'm like, can I write jokes in weekend jail? She's like, you can't bring a pen into weekend jail. You might use it to escape. Seriously? Who am I, Hannibal Lecter, for Christ's sake? How do you escape jail with a pen? What, am I going to write my way out? Trick the guard with my trickery? Creep up to him? Psst. Read this. He's like, what? It says he's free to go. There's a picture of him leaving and everything. It's got a stick figure. He says, I'm free. It's been signed by J. Edgar Hoover. This is amazing. And I had to go to rehab in Boca Raton for 28 days. And my first day in rehab, my counselor comes out. He sits me on this couch, and he pulls out a mirror. He's very dramatic. He's like, look at yourself. Look what alcohol has reduced you to. I'm like, dude, I've always looked like this. He's like, maybe you should hit the gym. And in rehab, you have to share in a circle. And the only drug I ever really did was weed. And I had to follow a heroin addict's rock bottom life story with a pot story, which kind of pales in comparison. And the heroin guy was like batshit crazy. He stands up. He's like, I was on heroin for 9 years. I killed somebody. I burnt down the Walgreens. Allegedly. And I've eaten a cat. They get to me, I'm like, I'm Erik, and I eat too many sweets. And I've eaten a cat. Next, keep going, keep it going, keep it going. I ate the cat, I did.
Straight out of Eden. I've got to keep on pushing. I've been for a minute, you know.
You're listening to Ball Busters.
Yeah. Keep on, keep on. They know, man. Who they know, man? Yeah. Wait for me to start it. No choice. I've been rapping for a minute, yet I do not have a deal. Pushing since 03, and here you see me pushing still. They scared of Markier, like what he pushing can kill. You feel how I feel, then what I'm pushing can heal. For real. Most overlooked since your grill. I'm ill, pop a pill for you catching some chills. I can't quit. The game needs me in it quick. It sounds crazy.
Welcome back to Ball Busters.
Classics right now. G.
Yeah. No, what was that? Where you had that was that track we just played coming back. That was our guest Markier over here. Bad Habit with Pushing.
That was beautiful.
That was from that's
that.
old. That's like 10 years old, right?
10 years.
That's
you
like your
heard-
first
you heard
mixtape?
me? 2003. You heard me say the date in the song.
Yeah. Vintage. That's so good, though. That was
2003.
nice.
That's old
nice.
me, man.
I like that beat.
I'm scared of that individual.
So we're coming back with Ball Busters. We just did the NBL, NBW, and so Todd,
Well,
you got this marked out. What are we doing here next time, man?
we're drinking some Gentleman's Jack now.
You
Gentleman's
switched
Jack
it?
now.
You switched it on me? You didn't even tell me you switched it on me?
Well, I said we're gonna do a
The
sample.
Gentleman's
We
Jack
did some
now?
Irish whiskey.
It's got a sweet
Now we're
playing.
doing a little
smell
Kentucky
there.
whiskey.
It's a little Kentucky. Let me present it to the
All
folks.
right, yeah.
Kentucky.
Yeah, hold it in front of the
Little
camera right
bottle.
here.
I was hoping I could go to the liquor store and find like a trilogy set of something.
Oh, yeah.
Me and my boss
like a
went
tasting
to what's the
Hey, give me a little tasting right then, like up right there.
Give that man a taste of that whiskey.
what's
He got
what's
little
one of those
gator
cities?
arms. He can't reach over
Can't
here.
remember the city. Anyway, I spent some time in Kentucky, and they are proud of their whiskey, and they're
I'll
proud
bet
of their
they are.
horses.
And basketball.
Their horses.
Basketball horses too.
And it's
yeah.
beautiful.
Don't take that from us, please.
Where
I
the
love
fuck was
horse
I at?
racing. They already got rid of dogs.
Oh, they're threatening to take that away?
Well, I don't know. I
The
imagine
dog,
okay.
dogs are going away.
Lexington.
Horses
dogs
are
are
gone.
I know, but we're
Lexington.
in California though.
Lexington, Kentucky. That's where I went.
Right.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
There you
Right,
go.
but in California, they
Very
were having a
beautiful
big
place.
petition. Like there was a horse dying every day for like 30 days
Oh, wow.
racing.
Oh,
in
yeah.
one place, and they were against. But that's
that
what
would make sense at that point.
Yeah.
They're proud of their whiskey.
Well,
They're
they
proud
just
of their
need to
horse.
change the way that they treat them. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't run something like that. But then again, they're going to go as hard as they can, anyways. I mean, a
That's
horse don't like losing either.
Gentleman's
Facts.
Jack, you said? Tennessee? Out of Tennessee?
Yeah.
Wow, the Tennessee.
Oh, yeah?
Gentleman's Jack here.
Gentleman Jack, that's part of the Jack Daniels distillery, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. That's
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding.
Captain Obvious over here.
Yeah, gentleman.
Yeah. All right. So, hey, why don't we do this? So, Minnie has been, this is your second visit to the show. Minnie
sir.
is our NBA analyst.
That would
So,
be me.
Yeah, you follow the game a lot closer than the rest of us do, us casual layman sports fans. What do you got?
Right.
So let's get into the NBA current status. Where we at?
Right, so the standings in the NBA right now, we'll start with East. So we got Philly number one, right? You got Philly number one. You got Ben Simmons playing the best defense in his life.
How odd is that?
It's super odd, but this is the reason why. Ben Simmons got defense going on. Supposedly might be the defensive player of the year. You got Joel Embiid playing MVP status.
Hold on, slow down for a second, because you're excited about basketball.
Yes,
and
I
I know
am.
that. But slow down when you say the names,
don't
because
think
there's
that
people
was-
out there going, "Wait,
Oh,
what did
yeah,
he say?"
you're right.
Well,
All right,
Joel
yeah.
Embiid is playing MVP type
There we
style.
go. Yes.
That's,
There we
there's
go.
a lot of names in the NBA right now that are all difficult.
No one's going to ask you to
Vucevic,
spell
Embiid,
Antetokounmpo. Yeah, Giannis.
Antetokounmpo?
Yeah, I have a hard time. Like, it's like Matumbo.
Antetokounmpo. But yeah, so Philly's number one with Ben, like I said, playing the defense pretty good. Brooklyn, number two still, even without KD. No KD.
No Kyrie.
Still yeah, exactly. And still number two. Kyrie came back. But they're having Harden play the point now. Harden's playing the point, and I think that's what's changing. I think that's what changed.
He's a great passer.
Yeah, he is a great passer. I don't know how is that working with Kyrie, but it is.
Kyrie likes to he likes to have his moment where he can be.
Yeah, he's still gonna get solos.
He gets his chances. He gets more chances when you don't have the discipline to be the guy to set you up.
Facts,
right?
Yeah.
If you don't have that pressure of setting somebody up, you can just be a free spirit out there, and
he moves without the ball well.
He's good at that. Yeah, that's a good point.
And imagine how scary it is going to be when KD comes back. You know, they're number 2 already.
So, as our resident Brooklyn fan, Markier, how do you feel about your Nets this season?
I mean, I still feel good about them. They're still playing. They're playing well, even with all their injuries.
Yeah, they're playing pretty good.
I'm not worried. I still expect to see them in the playoffs, and I'm going to hold strong to them going to the championship.
Okay.
There you go.
Do you
coming out the East. So you think they're going to come out the East?
I want to throw a thought at you here.
Okay.
It hurts me to say this, but the only thing completing the Brooklyn Nets is Aaron Gordon.
What? Here you go with Aaron Gordon again. You're trying to add Aaron Gordon to everybody.
I know, but Aaron Gordon, we could get a lot for Aaron Gordon right now. Maybe who knows?
They don't need Aaron Gordon right now.
No, but here's the
I
thing.
can't tell if Todd
they need
is
a defender. They
trolling
need
or
a Simmons.
podcasting right
They
now.
need a Simmons, just like Philadelphia has, because when you run into
No, they
Philadelphia
don't.
and they can shut you down.
Hold on. So
Playoffs are about defense, not offense.
Todd has said this multiple times in recent weeks, and he said when you look at the Nets, he's like, yeah, they put up a lot of points, but they allowed up a lot of points. He goes, they need a strong defensive player, and Aaron Gordon is a strong defensive
That
player.
is
so
true.
he's like, man,
I don't know if they should give up
Aaron
anybody
Gordon
for him, though.
retweeted Todd's something.
He's trying to get in.
They have
Aaron's trying to get in.
They have a relationship
I know,
somewhere.
but
He's definitely trying to get him in every team there is.
But I would much rather him stay or him leave than lose Vucevic.
No, that's a fact.
You know,
I mean, that'll
we
be
need
dumb.
to free
That'll
up
be
some
dumb.
money
Yeah, that's the
because we're gonna
Orlando
have
in
to
you.
pay him.
That's the Orlando
Let's-
magic in you.
Yeah, well,
So you got number 3. You got the Bucks coming in. Bledsoe might be traded, which might be a big deal. Even though the Bucks could be fine without him, but Bledsoe might be added to him. Bledsoe might be traded to the Bucks,
Where's
and they
he
need a
coming
point guard. Bledsoe, I think, is in the Raptors still, no, right?
Bledsoe, no.
No.
He's like not Indiana.
No, it's not in Indiana.
I'm trying to pull.
You got me there.
Yeah, Bledsoe,
either way,
he's a little bit older. He's like
so what does he bring? What does he bring to the Bucks?
They have no point guard. Like right now, the reason why the Bucks can't win is because Giannis can't shoot past 15.
Okay.
And because they have no solid point guard.
Okay.
If they had a solid point guard to actually be able to facilitate that for him, then it'll be great because at least it get some kind of penetration or something.
Somebody running point.
They need somebody running.
Somebody
point.
calling the plays.
They need that.
Yeah.
They can't have Giannis go back and forth
Every team
time.
needs that. Every team that's ever been successful has had that.
I think
can't
about
do that.
Milwaukee, though. I don't think they've ever had a great point guard ever in their history.
Before you were born, Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, that's Milwaukee.
Okay, well-
That's Milwaukee. That's one of the greatest.
NBA,
players.
well,
the greatest of all time.
Let's reunite him back
There's
up. Let's
another
bring him
one.
back.
I think he's
Tim
dead.
Hardaway
but-
didn't play.
well,
No,
he
Tim
might not
Hardaway
be.
didn't play.
I don't want to say that
There's
because
another one.
if he's not dead, don't want to kill him. But
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
need somebody like
Let's-
that. I agree with you completely on that because I
Yeah.
watched them a few times. They try and run through Middleton and Giannis all the
It
time.
is not gonna work.
And it's
Not
just
that
like
way.
it's two-dimensional. Everybody figured out like, yeah, we can stop
If
this.
you got a true point, just a true point. It doesn't have to be a scoring point guard. Just a true point guard.
Someone who
I know,
knows
but
how
and
to
besides,
facilitate the
That's
basketball
it.
where it needs to be when it needs to be.
I know, but even Milwaukee is let them get in the playoffs and they're going to lose.
Well,
That's what they do.
Their style of play is not conducted to winning. Number 4, we got the Raptors coming in. By the way, they've been playing with no coach.
Really?
Because they caught 8 coaches caught the COVID.
8 coaches?
8 coaches caught the COVID.
How many coaches? Is this NFL or NBA? How
They
many
have a
coaches
lot, right?
do you have?
Exactly. And they still won 2 games without no coaches, and it seems like the coaches are not going to come no
Was
time
Jeremy
soon.
Lin on that
Ain't no
team?
bubble.
Yeah, there's no bubble, no restriction. The restrictions
Ain't
are
no
like,
bubble.
there's nobody there for real. There's a restriction, but it's more like a suggestion.
You know,
Where,
as a
where,
Raptor, though, I mean, you've been
where
kicked
are
out
these
of your
cases?
You've been kicked out of your country.
Don't know.
You're living in Tampa now.
Basically,
how
pretty
many
much.
coaches again?
8 coaches caught the COVID, so they have no coaches
What teams?
for the next
You
the
don't know?
Raptors.
Raptors.
No, for the Raptors. The 8
8
coaches,
coaches
in the Raptors.
on the Raptors?
On the Raptors.
Goddamn,
So they've been playing with no
Canada.
coach and winning. Playing with no coach.
Canada.
The Pacers coming in number 5. Sabonis has gone to the All-Star.
He's solid, too. I mean, he
KD
averages,
got out.
what, like 20, 10, and 5
Oh, he was
or
solid.
something?
He was
Yeah.
solid. I know you're not gonna like this, but I actually liked him over Vucevic in the East.
I
thought
don't
he
have
was
a problem with
I
that.
thought he was balling more than him.
I don't have a problem with that
Me personally, his stats were
because they're winning more than the Magic are.
Facts. And then you got, surprisingly, and I say surprisingly because, God, if you're from New York and you're not from Brooklyn, you're loving this part. Number 6 is the New York Knickerbockers.
That has been a long time coming.
The New York Knickerbockers at number 6.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had a basketball team anymore.
I'm from Brooklyn. So when they became the Brooklyn Nets,
Right.
that was it. But all my life, I have been a Knicks fan.
As you should have been.
And, I had to watch Jordan tear them down year after year, and it hurt to
That was
watch
harsh.
them. It hurt to watch God come down from heaven and
Black
fucking
Jesus.
destroy
Patrick Ewing curse.
my fucking city.
Yeah. But does it feel good to see him at 6?
To have this motherfucking little win on us,
At
we coming
6.
through.
Hey,
Let's
it
go
looks
Knicks,
good.
baby.
You
Let's
know,
go
you're-
Knicks.
We in the playoffs. That's another thing.
Your energy
That's another-
reminds me of myself when Tom Brady came to Tampa.
Look at you.
Look at you.
No,
Look
I
at
felt
you.
like we had a
Had
chance
to
to
bring
win.
it back to Brady somehow.
You know what? So,
I like it.
You know what,
if
though?
both
No,
my
but having
teams make it
Durant-
to the playoffs,
Durant
like,
and
fuck it.
Harden, come on, that's a good.
So, just a
Knicks
little,
are knickerbocking right now.
Yeah, they are definitely doing that. So, just to throw a little precursor out there, a little tease. A couple seconds from now, Markier did throw out a very interesting question in relation to that, and we'll have a debate about that.
So, you got Todd Gibson is still playing. By the way, he's playing the Knicks. Obi might be in the dunk contest, which is pretty good. He's actually a pretty good dunker. If you've watched any of the Knicks game, the one thing that stands out for you is the rookie playing his life out and Obi dunking on everyone. So you got Derrick Rose back with Tom Thibodeau. Everywhere Tom Thibodeau goes, he brings Derrick Rose with him.
Healthy.
I'm not mad, and he's healthy, so I'm not mad at that. He's playing his life out, and of course, I am going to mention them, even though they're not worth mentioning. Jesus Christ, my boys at number 9, the
might be
Celtics.
close.
My Lord, can you do anything?
They had a rough
Can you beat anybody?
I got them
Can
at
you
number
do
7
anything? They're number number 9, number 7 right now.
Yeah,
who
they're
lost
16 and
yesterday?
17. They won last night.
They won last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one win got them from 9 to 6. I mean 9 to what 7?
Well, it's tight because Magic are only really 3 games out of the
Exactly.
playoffs.
well, exactly. And you got the
I mean,
Hornets.
and we're at the
Where did
bottom.
the Hornets jump? Because the
Yeah.
Hornets were at number 8.
What are the equivalent to a suction?
Where did the
sucker
Hornets
fish
jump?
right
Because they
now?
were at number 8.
Yeah.
Where the Hornets at now?
Hornets they're at 10.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, one
Right
win.
out.
They're tied. They're almost tied with Indiana, but Indiana has a game in play.
All right. Yeah.
So
okay.
they're 15,
okay,
16.
yeah.
Charlotte's 15, 17. Chicago's 15,
Look,
17.
listen,
They're all there.
They're all there. That's what I'm saying. The thing about the East is it's all packed. Like the West is a lot of contenders, but the East is really packed.
Oh, yeah. And here's the thing. When you think about the New York Knicks, and this is just one thing I always think about when it comes to the Knicks, and they've had some dumpster fire seasons in the last couple of
Right.
years. And the thing that drives me crazy about that is that they are one of the largest markets in America when it comes to professional sports.
Yep.
That team has every opportunity to build a team. They have the money to do so.
Yep.
And for some reason, they don't do it. And and the reason I bring this up is because you see it in professional sports in other sports. So the Chicago Cubs, diehard fan base. Cleveland Browns, diehard fan base. And for some reason, that organization, it took them forever to put together a Cubs team that could win the World Series.
Yeah.
And as Markier, growing up as a kid, the Knicks fan base, and people, don't get me wrong, New York is a different market. So you can love a team and still talk shit about them. But the New York Knicks fan base is loyal, right?
It's been.
We super loyal.
I think I got a teaser here. Sorry.
Don't let me see Dolan on the street.
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying is the Knicks. I don't think won a
Man.
championship
So
since
what
Phil
I'm saying
Jackson.
is, you're too busy fucking playing guitar in the fucking East Village with your band. That's the type of shit you're worried about. You're not worried about championships.
He's not
You're
definitely not worried. He's never
your
been worried about
players.
championships.
Are you
You're
talking
not worried
about
about any of
Walton?
that shit.
He's talking about Dolan, the owner.
Dolan, the owner.
Yeah, and didn't he have Charles Oakley kicked out of a game, too?
Yeah, he did. Like a douchebag.
New York's a tough city to win at, just like Chicago.
But I tell you one thing that would change the demographic of
It's a
the
fucking
New York
legend
Knicks.
right there.
Yeah.
I know.
How
How
you
you gonna do that?
First of all, how do you disrespect the things that man has done for this building?
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean?
It is the Garden.
So right there, that made a lot of Knicks fans' decision.
Yeah, because he kicked him out because of a personal disagreement.
We already had how we felt about Dolan in our
business-wise,
in our midst, but
Yeah.
when the Charles Oakley, what was that? 4 years ago, 3 years ago,
About 3 years ago, somewhere there.
somewhere around then.
Yeah.
We already. That's when we really.
that showed his
made our
character.
fucking-
That showed his real
yo,
character.
So
what
which
the
brings
fuck?
me to my next point. Why did Jay-Z not buy the Knicks?
Because of that.
I know, but buy and get rid of that guy.
Well, you know what? To be honest with you, we don't really know what politics like super deep inside of New York City.
Well,
that place
that's
is
a
a
whole
fucking
different story.
Well,
entanglement
no, but here's the thing.
of a cesspool.
I can give you a
on
quick
top
answer
of
on
a-
that.
You don't fucking know.
I can give you a quick answer on that. The New Jersey Nets, their value.
He might not have had enough money. Not to say he don't got money.
Okay, so the Knicks are a franchise, NBA franchise,
Right.
As far as like they're one of the 5 NBA teams that are untouchable. And when I say that, it's old money, old family money has been running those teams
It's
for
too
so
old.
long. But when the Nets wanted to move from New Jersey, that team was so devalued and so far at the bottom of the NBA.
They needed
And,
investors.
yeah, but when you had a guy like Jay-Z come along and say, I'm going to buy this team, then all of a sudden everybody loves Jay-Z. He's one of those guys that's very hard to dislike, and he was able to get guys to go, hey, I'll go play. Hey, he owns the team now. I want to go play for an owner that at least understands what we're up against.
I might see Beyonce
And it's
there.
so funny though, but like when we say
That's a plus.
it's one of those things though. We say he owns a team. How much of this team does he own? Like,
I'm not even sure.
What's
to be honest.
really
I don't know if
going?
he's a majority. Is he a
what's
majority
really
owner?
going
He's a
on?
majority owner.
Okay.
He's a majority owner.
Just
But
as Magic Johnson is with San Diego Padres.
no,
isn't
no,
it?
Los Angeles Dodgers.
Oh, okay. Well,
Nice.
just as
Yes.
well,
He got a little money on
And
him.
he's got that money to throw.
And might I
around.
throw out Magic Johnson when he came in as he was the majority of an interest group that bought the Los Angeles Dodgers. At the time he bought them, the Los Angeles Dodgers franchise had vending machines in the locker room, and they were charging their players for their pregame, their pregame protein drinks and all that sort of shit.
Me.
Yes,
I'm a
yes.
Wow. You got to be kidding me. That's
They were
crazy.
charging their players for their pregame drinks and all that sort of shit. And the players were tweeting about it. They were like, this organization is in the dumps. And Magic Johnson put together a group of people, bought that team, and took them to 4 World Series appearances in 7 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
7 years' time. From the time he bought the team until this year when they won it. Wow. So they had to go 4 times to win it, but still.
Went from vending machines to that,
They went from vending machines in the locker room
So
to
you're
winning the World
comparing
Series in
them-
7 years.
So you're comparing them to the Portland Trailblazers.
As in?
Well, Portland Trailblazers, how many times they go to the
7
they
years
could
is
win,
a
but they
long
never won.
time.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They never
That's a
won,
good
though.
point,
They never
right?
won.
Yeah, no,
Dodgers
I'm
won.
just talking about how far that organization fell, because you got to remember in 2012, the Dodgers. Look at this. The Dodgers were like bottom of the AL West,
They
like
turned that
not
thing
even
around.
competitive.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson came in, took out the vending machine, said, "We'll put your whirlpools back in. We'll give you what you need to play the game. We'll show you respect. We'll show you the organization cares about you." And then they started building a team from there, and that's what it takes. When you have an owner that cares about the team, it changes the entire complexity of that locker room.
Absolutely.
Well, I was just going to say, I'm going to finish with saying Kirk Gibson on that.
There you go.
I mean, I love that.
That was before, but yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but
yeah. All right, so let's go to the West. You got the West, you got the Jazz.
Already in LA.
And is it crazy how good the Jazz are right now?
Yes, it's crazy right now.
Complete team.
Yep, exactly. Jokic and Murray are just taking it right back from what they were doing in the bubble, where they were balling on everybody. They're still balling on everybody. There's a little dark cloud on top of the Jazz organization right now because of supposedly there's talks of their ownership having some bigotry in them and not being able to even interview people of not, minorities for the job for a long time.
Really?
And they were getting away with it and they just got caught. So
Wow.
so that's a little story that's going around the NBA when it comes to them as an organization. But as a team right now, they are balling. Last time I seen them this good was Stockton and Malone. They're doing everything they can to get there.
I hate to interrupt you on this, but I just made a relation with that. Utah is a pretty white basketball team.
Exactly.
And
It's
Utah,
in
No, I know
Utah as a place.
Yeah,
Hey.
I know, but still, it's like
Question.
that's
Mormon controlled.
no.
Yes.
Has anybody ever been to Salt Lake City here?
Salt Lake City,
Yes.
Utah?
I
No.
did sleep with one though.
Get him.
Listen,
Yes, I have been there.
How was that?
it's a pretty white place.
I wouldn't doubt it.
It's a
It sounds
very
like-
white place.
Salt Lake itself is quite
Well, I mean, they're
the
all-
whiteness.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so you guys, I mean, and not not to diminish
Not
what they're doing
saying
on the court.
That there
Right.
are good
That's-
people there.
That is part of the story.
No, I'm
sadly,
sorry.
right now.
I just connected the dots when you said
No,
that.
you were right. I
You
mean,
know?
I led you to that.
Yeah.
I led you to say that because, I mean, think about it. Anybody who knows Utah would be like, oh, well, that makes sense.
And also,
Well, I mean, even
shockingly, there's no jazz in
Yeah,
Utah
exactly.
because they were the New Orleans Jazz that
Yep,
moved there.
that moved there,
No
yeah.
jazz in Utah. Only Mormons with super underwear.
Yeah, that's why the mountains are the.
Yeah.
so even to that note, even the black folk there have a little asterisk on their name. You know, Malone isn't the
Come on now.
Yeah, man. Look, listen,
shiniest
Carey,
individual.
let's not.
Careful,
let's
man. The
not go too
mailman
far.
will come get you.
Let's not get too far.
He'll
Malone,
come get you
Malone
now.
has his demons. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, trust
Yeah,
me.
a
He does.
lot
He got
of-
a lot
yes,
of
he
demons.
does.
So
Yes.
you got the Clippers coming in. They're playing
Oh, my
way
God.
better defense right now. The Clippers are. And you could tell they're actually playing together. As in last year, everybody had those questions: what happened? What happened to Clippers? What happened to Clippers? If you notice, they barely played together as a team. All
No
healthy.
cohesion.
Exactly, no cohesion at all. That's what was problem. So it seems like this year they figured out a little bit, which is good. Now, next you got the Lakers with no AD.
Can-
And my God.
I want to go back to. I know, but I want to talk
Yeah,
about
go
the
ahead.
Clippers a little
What
bit.
about the
too,
Clippers?
though. I mean, who are their featured players? They got Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, Kawhi and Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard. And then you have Paul George.
Okay.
You also got, I think you got Patrick Beverly in there.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
you got a
I'm
couple-
trying to
yeah,
think
you got
of the
a
team.
couple.
I mean, I've
No,
seen
they
them
got a
come
team.
through.
They got
They
the
got
two
rid
of
of.
the
They
best
got rid of
defensive
Doc
wings.
Rivers, right?
Yes. I mean,
And-
they got the two best defending wings right now.
Who's
so
coaching them now?
I have no idea.
What is working?
It is working. I'll tell you that.
Kawhi's a beast, though.
Who?
Kawhi Leonard.
I mean, come on,
Kawhi
the man-
Leonard.
the man
it's
has-
not Kawani.
Oh, whatever.
Kawhi-
The man, do you
yeah.
know? Have you seen the picture of him holding 2 water bottles with one hand?
Yes.
No, but
That's how big his hands are, bro.
I have seen him single-handedly beat an entire
yeah,
team by himself. I
yeah,
mean,
pretty
he's
much.
the last person
2 years
to do
ago when
that.
when the
Yeah,
Raptors won the
Toronto.
championship.
He just
By himself, he
that's-
can palm a ball. Come on now.
For me, that oh, all right.
It's just crazy. It's just
Yes.
crazy. No, Kawhi and Paul George are a really good team. Last year, Paul had a bunch of problems because we all know Doc Rivers, who he was.
Yeah.
He was the father of his ex and all that. That wasn't going to
Oh,
work
I
out.
did
You didn't know that?
not
That's
know
why
that.
that's why he was
All right.
playing and being a little weird.
I know, but did Paul George is the one who had the crazy leg break, right?
Yes.
Yes,
In
a
the-
while ago,
yeah,
a long time ago. He came
Indiana?
back. He came back. Yeah,
Yeah.
he came back.
Yeah.
Flowers on that. So after that, you got Lakers with no AD now. Without Jesus Christ, they're about to give somebody a 10-day contract. His name is Damian Jones for 10 days because they need that much help in the inside. With AD left, LeBron's shooting 19%. After out of 15. If it's away from the 15, he's shooting 19%. And of course, layups and dunks. But anything other than that, 19%.
Can I throw something in here for you?
Yeah.
What do you think about Mo Bamba?
Mo Bamba
That's
going
been a
to the
rumor.
Lakers?
There's a rumor. There's
to
been a
Lakers?
rumor.
I've
There's
heard
been
that.
a rumor.
I've
about
heard
That would
that
be
come out.
that would be the Band-Aid that they would need by getting rid of Dwight Howard.
I know, but as a Magic fan, anybody we send to LA,
Oh, they're gonna win a
All
chip.
right.
They're gonna chip. They're gonna win a chip. It's gonna put them right over. But that's definitely what they would need by getting rid of Dwight. Because the problem
What
that I
would we
told you,
get,
remember
though?
the last time that I was here, I was telling you the only problem with the Lakers, and now with no AD, you see it more than ever, is the fact that they had no big man. They got Montrezl Harrell, yeah, but Montrezl Harrell is a good player. He has no size. He's a good offensive player, and he has a good motor in him, but he has no size.
well, I know, but last year they had Dwight Howard that could come in. They had Cousins, I think, too, right?
But because it's barely played.
Well,
but
I
they
know,
had
but still,
Dwight
they had
and they had AD.
size
That's
last
size.
year. They had
so
size
if you
through the
bring
bench.
Mo Bamba in, you put in the equation back together with the size, so that will work for him.
But
And Mo Bamba's stats are best when he's only playing positional time. Like the
He's a
Magic-
role player.
Yeah,
which
they
would
put
be
him
what
in
he
the-
would be doing.
When they let him in play 20 minutes a game, his stats are worse than when he plays 12 minutes a game.
Right? I mean,
And that's
the
and
longer
that's
you
perfect
leave him
for
in,
what LA needs.
yeah. That's true. It's just his bag of tricks ain't that big yet. So the longer you leave him in, the more of a liability he
That'd
is.
be good for him.
You know what I mean?
If I
So-
was him, I would be dying to go
Oh,
play
me too.
play with a legend.
What?
I mean,
Exactly. And you mean AD is going to be a future legend himself. So that's right there. You can learn a lot of things from AD at that position.
on NBA on TNT 2 weeks ago, They were having the discussion about the All-Star draft.
Okay.
And they had this discussion on the table, and Charles Barkley emphatically said, he says, if I have to pick one player in the NBA to start a franchise around, I'm picking Anthony Davis.
I mean, I don't see
And everybody at the table said, no, what about LeBron? And he goes, Anthony Davis, he goes, he's such a freak. You can't put a small guy on him. You can't put a big guy on him.
That guy
He's
can
like,
play point guard.
he said his skill set is so diverse in the game of basketball, you literally don't know who you can take to guard this guy. And because you don't know who you can take, you have to put multiple people on that guy. And he goes, if I can pick one guy to start my franchise on, he goes, I'm taking Anthony Davis over everyone in the NBA.
I'm not mad at that.
AD's my guy.
I'm not mad at that.
As bad as Charles Barkley's golf swing is, I'm going to agree with him on this because because Anthony Davis is like, he is a modern size. He's what you'd say you take Giannis. Thing lacking from Giannis is actual mass. Same thing that's lacking from Kevin Durant. AD has that. AD's got good mass. He can handle the ball. They run the offense through him. When I was watching him, I'm like, man,
he's a great player.
He's like Jovic. Jovic, same kind of player too.
Jokic, guys. The thing to me is when it comes to AD, he's like if you take KD, take AD, put them together, and they'll be like the perfect player. AD has the back to your basket moves that KD would need, and KD has the better shooting that AD would need. But it's like taking KD and just taking the shooting away and making him way better down low.
Yeah, but KD is not selfish enough as AD. AD doesn't have a problem running everything. Like KD will be happy having 15 shots.
Yeah, somebody else running. Yeah. No,
if he gets 15 shots, he's going to score. He's going to score 25 points.
AD is okay with being number 2 on the squad.
Yeah,
if it
that's
makes
true.
everybody better.
That's true.
Exactly.
And he won a chip like that.
He
so,
played with Curry. Come on.
So you got next exec.
Wait, no. Did Anthony Davis play with Curry?
No. Well, yeah, he did. Well,
no,
with,
Anthony Davis, but Kevin Durant.
New Orleans. Then he played in New Orleans. Who he played? Who was his?
That was the Pelicans. Yeah, New Orleans Pelicans.
But it wasn't Curry. It was his point guard.
It was.
I think it was. Was it? It wasn't Bledsoe.
Rubio?
No. Davis got traded when Zion came there.
Yeah, you're right.
It was when Zion came to New Orleans. That's when they traded him to L.A.
So I got all right. So next you got the Suns. Like I said, Devin Booker might be consideration. I guess now that somebody's out the All-Star game.
I'd say you give it to Conley though.
I guess you can make the argument. Conley's balling.
It's young and Brooks' career, and I think him missing out.
Booker,
I think missing out at a young age is going to drive him. Maybe light a little more fire in him.
But did he get snubbed last year too?
I don't know. Last year he's
because they put Chris Paul over him this year.
Yeah, Chris Paul's
number. I mean, he's a stud, but his numbers are not as good as Devin Booker to me, at least.
But hey, the
Suns are number 4.
Chris Paul?
What's this season for him?
The season for him, he's got to be at least number 13.
Yeah.
He's on his way out.
He's got good passing.
He's getting up there.
He's also a great free throw shooter.
Pretty consistent as hell.
On your way out.
So the Suns are doing big.
Markier, question. So Markier, Chris Paul on his way out. If you're an NBA executive, so you're building a team right now, and you're trying to put something. Let's say you have a team that is on the cusp of the playoffs. You think you just need one more thing to get there. Wouldn't you want to grab Chris Paul? Because it's like he might not be physically the player he used to be anymore, but could he be the leadership that takes a young squad to the next level?
His mind.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
His basketball IQ.
Right.
I'm going to argue that.
I think that's going on right now.
I know. I'm going to argue that because Chris Paul was with Houston Rockets. Could not win.
Really
Everywhere he's gone, they have not been able to win.
I would like to elaborate, but there's no more elaboration other than he had. You just said it, Dirk. His IQ. He knows where players need to be. He knows when to put the pass there.
Right.
And he can relate that to future upcoming players or younger players on the team just by experience if they're open to listening.
Right.
You know?
I think that's what's happening right now. I think the Suns are benefiting from him being on the court at all times. I think that's why they're running their offense so smooth as they are. That's why Devin Booker is able to get the points that he's getting. Because I hate on the fact that they picked Chris Paul above him. But at the same time, when you sit down, he might be getting the numbers he's getting because Chris Paul is on the team. He's on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The attention, the passes.
He's got a mentor. He has a mentor.
Thank you.
The cameras and the recordings of, audio isn't always there to hear what
what's going on. Yeah,
what
not
he's
just that,
seeing,
but
what
recently-
Chris is saying, and just
Recently,
certain
though, it's been
factions inside the
Chris
team.
Paul's team. Chris Paul had a game within the last week. He had a fourth quarter where he just...
Oh, yeah, he went on fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He went on
He
fire.
did that, and I mean, now you're picking after you just watched that. You're like, well,
yeah, that's true.
you know?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the last thing you
It's
see
not
is what's going to be in
going
your
on
mind.
votes.
Yeah,
We're
you're
not
right.
going on votes.
Yeah,
We're
you're
going-
right about that.
We're going on representation and how you're playing right now.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I mean, they picked 6 or what? Well, we're getting that later.
You got number 5. You got the Trailblazers out there coming on strong.
Surprising.
Lillard is still balling, and surprising. Talking about surprising, Carmelo is acting like Carmelo. He finally realized that he's not the Melo of the Knicks, and he's over here passing, doing all the little things, doing the little screens.
Being an elder statesman.
Thank you, but getting his open shots and being able to know when to shoot, know when to pass.
You know, Carmelo, when he came in the league, I thought he came in the league same year LeBron James did.
Yeah.
And I convinced myself
They was better.
Carmelo is going to win a championship before LeBron because Carmelo took that
mellow.
Syracuse team
Right.
and
He did.
just ran through, and they were not a great seed.
They were
And
not.
Carmelo just said, I got that monkey. I can carry him.
Yeah.
And he just finished games for them. I'm like, he's going to do that. He knows how to win games, but he got there and couldn't do it with, man.
I think he had a lot of things going against him, but
Facts.
Carmelo's still, for me, one of
and
my,
he,
Legend.
he
yeah, he's
I think Carmelo
Marshmallow.
came into the NBA, found himself in a lot of unfavorable positions, and became a head case.
Yep.
I think
A little
he
bit.
became. I think that
I think if me and Melo were walking down the street together and we saw James Dolan walking down the alley,
I don't think James Dolan treated him too good, but yeah.
we will fuck him up.
yeah, Mark. Because
We will
I'm with you, though.
he's
fuck
right. You have
James Dolan up.
you have to think about it. So Carmelo came in with the Nuggets into an organization which was totally unorganized
Facts.
for an organization, and then went to a New York Knicks team that was just intent on keeping the lease at Madison.
Lala might jump
They
in.
weren't trying to win
was
championships.
it.
They were just trying to keep the lease. They were
was
just
it.
trying to be in the Knicks. And
was it.
and as a player, when you want to do great things and you see the game, like it's like the Wizard of Oz. Once you put that curtain back and you see it's only one guy pulling all the strings,
Right.
It makes you go, okay, well, fuck it then. I'm
But-
just gonna go out here and I'm just gonna go out and do me.
And do me. And to your point, though. Remember you said you thought he was going to win before he won.
I did.
All right.
That was my first notion.
But to
I
your
would've
point,
put a huge
but to
bet
your
on that.
point, saying that when they made the big three, when LeBron decided to make the big three, one of the people he wanted on that team was Melo,
Ain't that
and
crazy?
another person was Chris Paul.
I didn't want that.
I'm just saying. So if that would have happened, they would have been vindicated. One would have not won before the other. They both would have won at the same time.
Hard to be loyal to something that isn't loyal to itself.
Oh, facts.
Well,
Being
yes.
he's from New York and all that,
Exactly, yes.
they didn't do that. I mean, that was the biggest downfall.
You know, but which brings me to the next point.
Loving
I
New
mean,
York more than loving his career.
If Boeheim would have come down and coached a professional team and would have been able to take Carmelo, would they have gone and got a championship?
I don't know.
That was a good team there.
Yeah,
Good
that was a good
size.
team.
Sorry.
Well, I don't know. I'll tell you this. It would have been, remember when he was saying, it's not going to be 1, no 2, 4, 5, 6. If they would have had Melo in there, that might have been true.
See, this is another thing that brings me up
I
that
believe
really
That might have been true.
It's possible,
that really upsets me. With all
And those
these,
are the conversations I
I know,
love.
but
like
Melo,
the what ifs.
Melo, LeBron, and there's somebody else at that same time who came out.
Not Wade.
Wade was pretty close to that time. He was a little bit before that.
Wade won before LeBron. He won.
Wade won and it
Yeah,
was
I know, but
yeah. Wade won.
I'm thinking.
No, but Wade retired first. Wade came into the league a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
But Wade,
he's older than them. Yes.
watching Wade at Marquette in the tournament
Right.
was amazing, and I could not do nothing but root for him the rest of my life.
Yeah.
After watching that, I went for him.
Great
and
player.
That other
Great
little
player.
white point guard cat that he had, I can't think of his
What,
name.
Dragic?
No, on Marquette. It was
Oh,
Wade.
you're
It
talking
was
about-
Wade
you're
and
talking about
Wade
in
and another
college.
cat.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
scored all the points.
Yeah.
But they worked off each other, but Wade always kept going and always was the best player. He was.
Yeah. He won MVP when he won with Shaq, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
yeah. In 06.
He was a better
Yeah,
player
yeah.
than Shaq.
yeah.
He was a better
He-
player than Kobe. He was
the
a better
first-
player than Chris Paul.
And that's the
That's what I'm
part that's the what Shaq brings up every time someone wants to. And I'm going to say this: as much as Shaq broke my heart when he left Orlando, Shaq is true. He doesn't talk shit.
Yes.
Like Shaq's just like facts.
Yeah.
And the fact is, he's like, and I remember him saying it. He said, hey, I went to my first finals in Orlando with a guy who thought he was the man.
Right.
He says, and then he goes, and then I went to LA and I played with a guy who knew he was the man.
Yep.
And then I came to Miami and I won a championship with the man.
Yeah.
He said that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
He said of all the
like, hey Charles, I can beat you to that TV.
It's pretty good Shaq. It's pretty good damn Shaq. I'll tell you that. It's a pretty good Shaq.
And just bringing up, have you seen Shaq lately? Have you seen the pictures? The body morph?
Oh, yeah.
Dude is getting into shape. And they're like, what is he doing? Is he getting in shape for a comeback in the NBA? And Stephen A said, no, he's getting in shape for the WWE.
I saw
that would be fire. The Diesel.
I saw a tweet on Twitter saying
I know I got skills, man. I know I got skills.
Shaq forgot to log into his burner account, and it's him on the Megan Instagram's.
He was creeping on Megan Stallion?
Watching that booty.
That'd be the perfect chick for her. She's like 8 feet.
Shaq is... Man, that brings me
that's
to
his
another...
side. He likes them tiny.
I don't want to get into these. I don't want to get into these yet, but we were talking earlier about symbol, like changing the NBA.
Right.
Am I jumping you on this?
Right. No, go ahead.
No,
You were saying.
but Shaq for me is somebody that could be that.
What, the Shaq dunk? The one
No,
from
but
the,
he
from
could
the
be the
Walmart
logo
shoes?
for the NBA.
The one from the Walmart shoes, though. That would be the logo.
I just
It
saying,
would.
Shaq.
Yeah.
Doing
I
the Shaq
know.
attack.
I'm just saying.
I couldn't do it.
Because I know, but Shaq,
I'm picking Kobe
he
over
would
that.
be like standing on the ground, like he wouldn't even be jumping.
Shaq is the slowest faller of all time.
I know.
If you ever seen a video of him falling, it takes 5 years.
Yeah.
He falls forever.
Well, yeah, that's because me and you.
I know, because your little
Me
mouth
and you-
running through his legs, bro.
No, but that's just Minnie. We're not far apart as far as height goes.
Yeah, facts.
So when me and you fall down, it's like falling off the last step of the stoop.
Yeah, we're close to the ground.
When Shaq falls, it's like falling off the top of the Empire State Building. It takes a
takes
while.
forever.
Yeah, it's like almost like you can pass out from
Y'all are retarded.
you can pass out from the ozone layer before you hit the ground.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that we were going to talk about logo. I hate to jump
Shaq
on that
as
one,
the logo for the Walmart shoes
For
is
the Walmart logo.
ridiculous.
we were talking about Kobe taking the NBA logo.
That's
over, right?
the petition, right? Is that the petition? Is there a petition?
No,
that's going
there's a
on?
petition
Yeah, this is-
for
yeah, this-
Kobe
You
to
brought it
have
up,
the logo.
and I can't argue with Kobe being the emblem,
Right.
or the logo would
Right.
be the right term. But
Logo.
it brings in other players that you want to think about, like
Who?
Jordan.
Bill Russell.
Okay.
That Bill Russell, good too.
Yep, Bill Russell good with it.
Yeah.
But then you got to
Kobe,
think
Jordan,
Shaq.
Bill Russell.
I mean,
LeBron,
Shaq
I guess, would
should
have
be
to be
in there.
in that argument. No.
I don't think you can bring LeBron in yet because he's still an active player.
Okay, so who?
It's got to be guys who already
LeBron's not relevant.
left
Sorry,
and have a
Conversation.
legacy.
Shaq is
Okay,
almost
in
not relevant.
Kobe's defense, he was a player that was still active in that argument. That argument was in play when he was alive. Him being the logo.
Yeah, I mean they've been talking about changing the logo
for a
years.
while. For a while, yeah.
So let's not do that.
I would
Right?
agree with you on this because I would much rather.
So who else?
I would much rather give someone tribute that has passed and fucking celebrate somebody who's walking.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
get
Yeah,
it.
I agree.
And then that for me is going to get rid of Jordan, get rid of all of them.
And not that it matters, not that it
Kobe,
matters, but
no,
Jerry West is still alive, and
Right.
he's totally cool with not being the NBA logo anymore.
Yeah, he
He's
said
like,
it publicly. plenty
He's
of
done
times.
it. He's been there. He's like he's been there, done that. And let's be honest, like Jerry West back in the day, he was the fucking man.
I
was
can't
badass.
understand.
He's got lots of rings. He does not care.
I mean, I wouldn't be.
Mini.
Yeah.
He was.
Who? Jerry West?
I can't understand why I don't give a fuck
Okay.
about Jerry West.
Okay, I got
'Cause
you.
it's so long
Because
ago.
it was before. It was so far before you were born.
Even before
that
the
it was like,
fun
you weren't-
NBA came out.
I don't
Yeah.
give a.
Even before, what was that? What was
Like-
that? The,
And it's
the
crazy because
ABA?
I look at your jersey.
Yeah.
You got a Magic jersey on.
Yeah.
I see Jerry West right there. Todd, I look at you. You got.
A lot of people don't even know that's
got
Jerry West, though.
You got your Jerry West right on your left, right above your heart.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right
But-
above your heart. They did that on purpose.
Yeah.
I don't give a
But
fuck
Mark,
about it.
Markier,
Markier,
if they were to change the NBA logo, if they were to change the logo, how long would it take for you to see that new logo and immediately in your head recognize that's the NBA.
I would care so much about Jerry West. It's ridiculous.
See? You see?
Isn't that weird?
You see how it changes?
See, for me, I think the biggest
Thank you, Dirk.
thing that I've noticed about basketball, which has made basketball and entertaining, is clearly the music. The music in basketball, NBA, they're perfect mix.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yes.
I've never heard a country
R&B?
song to
Is it,
someone shooting.
No, right. Well, you might if you're psyching them out.
Or dunking.
There you go.
But,
Right? When you watch ESPN?
it works perfect because it is a game of emotions and I don't know. I have a hard time describing
basketball
how it
is the only sport.
But the music and basketball completely. Those two music.
And they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand.
They're perfect, and that's
hand in
what
hand.
I expect, and that's what.
Can
that's
I
what
say?
makes me go to the logo as well.
I
It needs
personally
to fit that. Why could it not be an R&B symbol? 'Cause
I
think the
personally
music is
feel,
stronger
I
than
personally
it, so.
believe, and this is, again, my number one sport is baseball. I'm a diehard baseball fan. I honestly feel like in my entire life following sports, I feel like basketball is a sport in and of itself. It's an entire culture. I think the sport of basketball is an entire culture of its own.
Absolutely.
And I think that the culture of basketball, it supersedes every other sport. I know that football is becoming America's pastime, but I think basketball, from start to finish, is an entire culture.
What do you think that would be contributing?
Well, I'm going to give you that. That's where I was going right there.
Of course.
That's where I was going there. And you know what basketball is so great about basketball? Is you need like a 16 by 16 square and a 10-foot hoop. Right. You want to go play football, you're going to have to round up people. You're going to have to play two-hand touch on the street, tackle in the grass. Watch out for the mailbox, right? But basketball, you can do all that in a little area, have a good time, compete, talk all your shit you want to talk, make your best friend mad just because you can just, hey, I got you today. You know?
Right.
I broke you. You beat me 18 times in a row, but I finally got you. And my
quick.
mouth is open. I'm on you.
Real quick, to your point, Todd and Dirk, what song do you think of when you think of basketball? So you said the culture and the songs,
I don't think I think of a song. I just think of a rhythm. Everything about basketball, the deep bass when you go in there and you just hear.
A music nerd would ask you what rhythm would that is.
I don't. That's
what's the rhythm count on
all right.
that?
First of
Dirk,
all, I'm a construction expert.
I don't know. Listen,
let's not say they're playing black.
No.
Hey, points.
Yeah, but that's
points,
still
Curtis Blow.
That's
okay.
right there.
Points.
All right.
Curtis Blow.
Curtis Blow points.
Curtis Blow.
There you
That was 83.
Exactly.
All right.
No,
but listen, here's
That's a
the
good
thing,
one.
though. I'm telling you, it's not. I don't know the name of the song, but I can tell you when I think NBA basketball, the first song that pops in my head is that song they play when the Chicago Bulls come out.
And now
your Chicago Bulls.
And you know
that
what?
song, oh my God! If that's
I
not
love so much that both of you have, like you said it. You said it and you said it. Basketball is a rhythm.
Yeah.
it's a culture.
And like
No,
there's someone smart enough
argue that
to put a whole NBA basketball game
right
into some type of app that turns into a song.
But the best part, is a true. It's a true American sport. The only sport that has not mimicked anything. I don't think.
No.
Baseball mimicked cricket.
Yep.
Football mimicked rugby, but basketball is ours.
It's soccer and
I know, but it's the greatest entertainment that you can have on your driveway. That's what makes basketball.
It's a true American,
your
go
kid
out in the
talking
front
shit
yard.
to you? Your kid talking shit to you? Let's go out there.
Yeah, play hoops. Real
So
quick.
that goes to the
what
point
happens.
of hand-eye being one of the best coordinations you can
It's
learn.
not about that. It's a different spirit that drives you.
Michael
I think
Jordan
it's more of
said-
an emotional thing.
Michael Jordan said the greatest games he ever played in were not filmed by anybody because they were in his driveway in North Carolina.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And I do not doubt that ever because,
I wouldn't
you
doubt
know what? There's so much personality and so much, true,
When it's your
grit
buddy
going to
playing
that.
you, they know how to fuck with you. Like, you might be
Really
a
good
fucking
game.
good college player, but you come back home, I'm going to play you tough, and I
And-
might just beat you.
Right, and you know what you're good at, what you're not good at. Yeah.
And important question: can you play one-on-one football?
No,
No.
that's what.
Can you
that's
play
what we're
one-on-one
at, Dirk.
baseball?
That's
No.
what I just said.
But you can play one-on-one basketball though.
Yep.
You can't play one-on-one soccer.
You can.
Yep.
You can play
It'll
one-on-one
be boring as shit. I would've
Soccer,
played.
yeah.
It's not as fun.
I
But
wouldn't do it.
basketball, you can literally, you and your buddy can go out grab the ball, go out to the goal, and play
Ain't
one-on-one.
no one-on-one volleyball.
There's different,
Yeah.
but basketball has showed us that there's different ways to win a game than just straight athleticism.
It's physical.
Basketball had like some players can win out moments. Like I'm gonna have to use Bill Lambier. Bill Lambier, he was
Goddamn
not a
Bill
great
Lambier.
athlete, but he knew how to rattle.
God, I hate him.
motherfuckers.
He was a role player.
I was
To
a
this
bad
day, I
boy.
still
I'm
hate
a
him.
bad boy.
To this
man.
day, I don't know
Oh,
why. I hate that
Because
man.
I like that
Probably-
style. Just rough you up. You ain't coming to my house.
I'm with
Jordan
you on
comes
that.
on me, I'm putting you down. You are not putting me on a poster. That's
That's
that's,
true.
that's my
Oh,
spirit.
yeah.
I mean,
It's probably the most
true.
physical manifestation of boxing. You know,
It is without punching each other. Yeah, it's the most physical you can get without hitting
each other. Yeah.
there's no
That's
other
pretty sure.
one-on-one there is
Yeah.
that you can get
that's a true. We talked about that.
other
Like,
than chess.
Yeah, we talked
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
But physically,
physically imposing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Physically, that involves chess. If you think about it, because you're always, I think of basketball,
you have to think
you're always
5
thinking
steps
about,
ahead of the other player. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do this. He might stop
Like I was
me
telling
here.
Minnie, I would play people that were way more talented than me, but I'd draw them out because I'd box them in every once in a while, and I would
Right.
shoot a bad shot just because I knew I could outrun them to the rim and get an easy rebound and score.
Tall man game.
Well,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
Tall man game.
that's what basketball has, just like boxing does too. I mean, that's a good analogy. MMA, same thing. You don't have to be the greatest talent there, but you can still think your way through something. You're kind of like an astronaut, I guess.
Elite
Because you're-
brain games.
Yeah, you're able because it's weird how they're able to process all that and keep it under control and know how to win.
You have to be fundamentally sound on both, though.
Yeah.
Like you can't be slacking.
Can't be
on the
Chris Webber
fundamentals.
calling timeout.
Yeah, you can't be slacking on fundamentals in the MMA or in basketball or in boxing. You slack off
But
one
how
time.
great was Chris Webber in Michigan
He was
to
awesome.
basketball?
Until
was
he
on the
called
whole
a
Fat
timeout.
Five.
I know.
The whole
but
Fat Five
the
was
whole
amazing.
He was an
style,
era.
Thank you. Shorts, the long shorts,
the style
hip
just
hop.
reversed
The
back.
shoe. Let me tell you something.
the shoes.
Not before Nike.
Black
the
socks.
Fila.
Yep.
Chris Webber had a Fila
I remember those.
that I bought every colorway to just because they sat so fly
Dude,
on my ankles.
They were
You
the
understand me?
dirtiest team even here in Apopka.
And then when he switched to the Nike, let's do that too.
Oh yeah.
They
Chris
changed.
Webber, and then let's not mention Tyra. And
They
all the
changed
other
everything.
just-
I think
Chris
they
was a
started. I think they started wearing pants below your.
The
No,
long,
that
the
was
long,
the
the
first
long
ones.
shorts,
Those were the first ones.
the long
The
shorts,
Fab Five.
The Fat Five,
was
the
first
black
one.
socks,
The
and
long shorts, then we
Jawan
got the-
Howard. God, who else was
Jalen
on there?
Rose.
Jalen Rose, Mr. 81 on my head.
Webber.
Yeah.
There was another one that was another all star.
Let's
Jalen
not
Rose.
act like I don't respect.
Look at you.
You understand?
Hold
That's
that,
right.
hold that shit in front of the camera. Look at
That's
that.
I
right.
respect
Oh,
that.
it
That's
doesn't
right.
smell funny.
That's
No,
right.
but they
That's right,
don't.
though.
So
That's right.
I do have those. I have a pair of those Kemps.
Oh, nice.
Those the white and blue.
Yeah. Those
Air
are fire.
pocket all the way around.
Yeah.
You know, all I could ever convince my
Those are
parents into
nice.
buying me for cool basketball shoes were the catapults.
That's as far they will go.
They're like Todd, you're going to keep growing. Why am I going to buy you a $140 pair of Nikes, Todd?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Nice.
Wow.
I'm like,
When-
the other guys
when-
got them. I'm like, come
When
on.
140 was the 190 today.
Yeah, the
Oh,
190
yeah.
to 225.
Yeah. And I still shop at the 75.
I remember going. I remember going balls out. My first pair of shoes. I was I went balls out on the Shack when he came to Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the Reebok pumps with the Shack and all that
yeah.
stuff.
It was
Oh,
like that.
And
back-
they were
Pumps.
listen. They were
was
like
Yo,
D
he
Brown.
went to
D Brown did the
92.
pumps.
I know, I know.
90.
No, but
It's early 90s.
No, but hold
before
on.
93.
hold on. Follow me. I'm bringing it to now. I $130. Like the day they came out, $130. You went to Foot Locker, $130. You walked out wearing those shoes. Now,
Yeah.
that $130 will get you like a stock pair of cross trainers with nobody's name on them.
Yep.
I know. I remember
That's
we used to
it.
have the Just for Feet. You could go try a pair of shoes on, go play basketball on a
Just
hardwood court
Yep.
before
For
you
feet.
bought them.
Just
Yeah.
for
And
feet.
people were just up there scamming like, "Oh, I'm going to come here and play it." Like pickup games going on in there.
I did. I used to play the manager all the time, right in Altamont.
I'm like, yeah. Did I buy some shoes from you? Was my
You might have.
cheapskate dad in there?
I was making my money on the side, player.
You got another story for us, Minnie?
Oh, yeah, well, a good story for me, I think, and we could debate who's the best brother, but Mr. LaMelo Ball is out here actually balling. He's averaging 18, 7, and 7 per 36 minutes a game. The only rookie to ever do that ever was Oscar Robertson. That's the so. Do you think
Since Oscar Robertson?
Since he's the only one ever, the only two ever to do that, to average that per 36 minutes a game.
Wow.
So do you think he's a lock-in for rookie of the year? Did that make him a lock-in automatically?
I don't know anything about the season. I would say yes. If he is mirroring Oscar Robertson numbers, who is a first ballot Hall of Famer,
1877.
I would say yes.
Okay, I'm going to ask, what other rookies are in competition here?
Right now, that and making those kind of
No, I'm just
stats?
saying
No,
any
none.
rookies. Who were the
Also,
number ones last?
Can I be an asshole and ask who are their baby mamas? Just
Wait a minute.
Zion.
I don't think Lonzo got any baby mamas yet. I think Lonzo don't have anyone yet. I mean, yeah. No, not Lonzo.
Lala's
I
in
think
there.
Melo doesn't have any
That
yet.
should put he got Lala.
No, not Melo. I'm talking
I think that the big difference though is
LaMelo.
is the one thing that we're hearing.
There's only one Melo to me. I'm sorry.
Or
You gotta
that
be
we're
careful.
not hearing is their dad
Yeah.
being the public noise for the son. I mean, this is the first
Facts.
time he's kind of just sitting there. No, I don't know what he's doing. Maybe they deport him. They got him tied up in a cell or something. Who knows? I mean, I would have him.
But look what happened.
My
Look
dad,
what
what are
happened.
you doing? You're putting way more pressure on me than what I need right now.
As soon as
he
he shut
did
up,
that
one
to
of his
his
sons did that.
He did that to his oldest son, and it really, like, I think it hurt him on developing.
Facts.
Because they're like, man, your dad talking all that shit. I'm going to play some extra defense on you, motherfucker. Or
All
I'm going to
kinds of
fucking
stuff.
foul you. You get on me? Mm-mm.
I mean, even with the coaches, man, he was bitching about playing time, all that stuff. So it was very detrimental to his Lonzo's career.
Yeah, I feel
for
like-
sure.
yeah,
I mean, he played better when he went to New Orleans, and it was just a little bit more free. His dad wasn't on his back all the
Yeah.
time. When he was playing
That
for the
was a good
Lakers, it
move.
was just too much.
His dad he lives over that way, huh?
When he played for the Lakers, he lives in L.A. When he
Could
played
that
for the
have
Lakers,
been
he was in
ball
every
seniors?
game.
Yeah, I know. And that's
Could
the
that
problem.
have been Salt Ball Senior's MO to like put a battery in his kid's back by talking that shit?
All I know is he talked too much when Alonzo came out. He was talking about he was going to be the next Magic Johnson, all that other crazy shit. So it was just too much pressure. LaMelo came in, and there was like almost no pressure other than the fact that your dad was talking shit back in the days. Nobody really cared what he would do. He did put an egg on the first game, 0 points. So to go from 0 points to averaging 18, 7, and 7,
That's huge.
that's huge.
No, those are good numbers anyway.
Yeah, throw up a zero. No, you think about that. From all the games he's played, he's averaging 18.7, and that's including an egg on game one.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's a huge.
Oh, I mean, that's
Slide rule there.
That's
It's
cutting
crazy.
half on the first game that you score.
Yeah.
I mean, statistics, that cuts it right in half. I mean,
But let's think about the mental aspect of that.
Yeah.
Coming back from not scoring, not a damn point. And it wasn't for the lack of trying. If you watch
I
that
know,
game,
but I
he
would-
missed a lot.
Let me ask you a question then. Would you much rather come in and have your first game score 35 points and then be just a donut the rest of it, be a donkey the
Oh,
rest
if it's
of
going to
it?
be like that, then of
I
course,
know,
I'll
but
go
you
the other
come
route.
in, you always want to find a way to get better. And he's showing that. He's
Yeah,
showing
no,
us like, hey,
facts. That's
I
true.
came in here,
That's true.
I got to work on my shit.
Yeah.
And
To your point, I think if he would have came in and he would have scored 30 points, it might have not been the same 18, 7, and 7 that it is right now.
Right.
He might have had that one 30-point game and a bunch of 7-point games after that.
Right.
So that might be hitting something there.
Exactly. I mean, that's what it's all about. Like Sabonis, he's a 20, 10, and 5 guy.
Which is crazy.
That is ridiculous.
It's crazy. You look at him at a grocery store, you wouldn't know he's a basketball player.
No.
At all. You'd be like, oh, that's just a guy putting up produce. Like, no, it's the freaking 20, 10, and 10 guy walking around. Like, it's crazy.
That's one of the reasons why I think that Orlando Magic
Was he
players
from Sacramento
love
before?
living in Orlando so much is because I've literally been in a bowling alley in in Winter Park on a Monday night and run into Dwight Howard.
Oh, nice.
And literally, I'm like 3 lanes away from him. I saw him. I walk up and I'm like, hey, man, can you sign my shit?
Yeah.
And nobody else in the bowling alley was even paying attention to him. And I'm like,
nice.
You got to think that, like, as a player,
right?
If you can be in an environment where you can go out to the bowling alley on Monday night and nobody fucks with you, that's got to be at least a little bit of a benefit.
You know what?
I'll give you that.
Changed that. Made me think of something. That's one thing that I think Dwight Howard beat Shaq on. I think Dwight Howard had a better smile than Shaq.
Young
Shaq. I will say,
Shaq kind of held his lip off to the side a little bit.
If you met Shaq when he played for the Magic, you would have a totally different.
You're talking about the faded Shaq. Shaq with the fade, still had hair, skinny
Shaq before he left for LA.
Yeah.
If you lived in Orlando and you met Shaq before he left for LA,
even now,
you would have a totally different opinion of Shaq than you do now. Because back then he was not a nice guy.
I'm gonna push back.
No, he was not.
No, I'm telling you.
Come on.
I'm telling you. He
tarnishing the legacy here.
No, I'm telling you. He was a young dude that came out of LSU. And he was dealing with a lot of things at that time. And then when he went to L.A., all of a sudden, because he still lived here, and then all of a sudden when he went to L.A. and he came back, then you saw the videos of Shaq out in public and because he had so much pressure on him. He was brought here to be the franchise of this team.
Right.
Yeah.
He had pressure upon pressure upon pressure. Shaquille O'Neal did not become the Shaq that we know now until he went to play in L.A.
No.
I promise you that.
No, he didn't become Shaq until he got whooped at LSU by Christian Leitner and Duke.
Well, that's like you're saying. Like
I know, but that was
we're not talking
then.
Like Marty McFly Back to the Future stuff because that was way before what I just said.
I understand that. I understand that, but that was what we expect Leitner to do.
I promise you, I saw it firsthand. I'm just saying firsthand. Shaquille O'Neal is a different guy. Was a different guy when he went to LA.
I love to push
He became
back on
way
you,
more
Todd.
humble. Way more humble.
I love Shaq.
Shaquille O'Neal has a $5 million smile.
He does.
When he does smile, he's not angry. That man does.
And
you know my favorite part about him is when Charles is around.
Yes,
I love him.
And I'll say this too.
Rings.
Important thing to point out about Shaquille O'Neal is that of everybody, Shaquille O'Neal does not endorse any product that he doesn't actually use or approve of. So when you see Shaq endorsing a product, whether it be those the icy hot back strips or the General,
So you're telling me, hold on.
Yeah.
You're telling me that the General insures his Bentleys?
Hey.
Since 1990.
Got him.
At least
Yes.
in golf cart.
Listen, no, true story. When he was going to school at LSU, first time away from the family, he could not get auto insurance, and the General was the only company that would insure him when the first time away from the family, and to this day,
His
he
Bentleys.
is stuck with General.
His Bentleys. His Bentleys?
I thought he went to Louisiana and played for the Blue Chips.
Because
LSU. Hold on. Let's
you guys don't get the car warranty
listen.
phone calls
That has nothing to do with the General.
from anybody.
Okay, Markier, I'm gonna say this right now for everybody. Look it up. General Auto Insurance has been around. They are the second oldest insurance company in the United States.
I didn't even know that.
They have been around forever. They're just because their commercials are quirky and funny is not because they're a shitty insurance company. They have been around forever. They're
Dirk,
huge.
I just want to be clear that I heard you say
Yeah.
in these headphones that I'm wearing, they are the second, as in number dos, number
number one?
2.
I said second oldest. Yes.
Oldest, yeah. Who's number
second
one?
oldest?
So they're
You know?
number 2.
Anybody know?
The oldest is Allstate.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But you watch
Second
an Allstate
oldest.
commercial, it kind of shows you, like, the difference is crazy.
Yeah, they're not
Okay,
using a
but look,
cartoon General to sell it to you.
It's crazy. That's weird, though.
What's
that they're that close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, so Aaron Rodgers is full of shit. Him and Patrick Mahomes. I mean, come on.
If that's what you take it
No,
away from
listen,
that, I
keep in
appreciate
mind-
it. I appreciate it.
Listen, keep in mind, I didn't say they were the second
Best.
largest
Yeah.
or with the most money, but I'm saying that
Second oldest.
they're not like esurance.com. They're not like one of these. No, they've literally been around insuring shit back when horses were pulling it. Like, that's how long General auto insurance.
What's
Yes.
that good company that
probably
issues you
owned
the
by
insurance?
Bell South or AT&T, because them little fuckers have been around forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
They always. They
No,
got their
I'm
hand in every
see
fucking
that I'm
Yes.
flabbergasted about
Second
that
oldest,
because
man.
there are insurance companies that have commercials and
Oh, yeah.
seem to be more premium than the general.
What did you know?
And you say number 2.
Yeah.
Oldest.
Yeah.
Oldest.
Well,
Second
that might
oldest,
be,
yeah.
That might be why General can give you insurance when you get.
Yeah, the history
I
of
know,
it.
but when you have high risk insurance, most companies, the bigger ones,
Yeah.
they're not going to do you. But General will be like, all right, you're going to pay a little more,
They're
and you're going to have to come here and pay me.
Yeah,
cutting
on
costs on the
Friday,
commercial.
on
And-
the 14th.
And what do we know about auto insurance? So if let's just say it like you're saying, if the General is taking a chance on people who can't be insured by other places,
right?
What do we know about auto insurance? Is that 1 in every 100 people that they insure ever has a claim.
Facts.
So then what's happening? All those second chance people that can't get insurance anywhere else, at 99 out of 100 of those people do not have any claims, and they're just banking that premium every month. That's how you get big, is giving people a second chance. That's why,
I'm going to do a little research on my auto insurance here because I feel like I don't know what.
Feel like you're getting
guys
gypped?
I'm just saying, you look at it.
Like I picked one and I've been paying for it the rest of my life.
Again,
Let's
hold on, I may be wrong about this, but I think if you look them up, they've been around since 1867. I want to believe.
Jesus,
I want to say,
bro. Horse
but
and
you have to look them up.
carriages.
Oh, you have to look them up.
Horse and carriages.
Yeah,
My lord.
yeah. It looks long,
Horse and
long.
carriages.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what Minnie. That's where your mind went. Horses.
Horse and carriages. Well, yeah. They were insuring some other stuff back in those days.
Horse. I mean, I want to go to a Kentucky Derby. Would you go to a Kentucky Derby?
Would I? Heck
Oh yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
that's
that's
a
like,
party of all parties.
Party. in a
have you
drop
ever
of
been
a
to something
hat.
like that? Horses running, like ground shaking.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a horse race?
I've not been to a horse race, but I've ridden horses. I've been around horses to where.
Puerto Rico, that used to be a big thing back in the days.
You know, I might be going to San Juan here for a friend.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
they were
welcome
trying to
you.
get me to go for the whole week, but I'm trying to do like a fly in Friday morning, leave Sunday morning.
Look,
thing.
I'm Puerto Rican. I won't spend more than 4 days there. Right?
Well,
but I got family
I'm not
there.
wrong. I'm not wrong to think
there.
that way
There's
then, right?
The difference is, to all the Puerto Ricans that just got mad, if you're listening, the difference is I got family there, and my family is annoying after 2 days. So staying 4 is a lot. That's 2 over.
So you're not worried about the crime. You're about the questions.
Where should we go when we're in San Juan?
Bro, while you're in San Juan, all over San Juan. San Juan.
Is there places I shouldn't go? I got a bad
not
mischief
these
to
days.
where.
Look, listen, it's been so gentrified. Matter of fact, when you go, you're gonna see yourself because there's only white people living there now. I promise you, San Juan. Yep. I promise
San
you.
I
Juan-
was looking for some bonitas.
You're gonna find some bonitas, but they're not from San Juan. They're coming over to the party.
Am I wrong? San Juan,
Yeah.
the city of San Juan, is like slowly becoming Costa Rica.
But do they have the
Pretty much.
accent? Do they have the
A
accent?
lot of
or not?
Americans moving there.
Pretty much, they're buying everything, but they have the what?
They have the accent. Like
Who?
the-
No. Okay, what I'm trying to tell you is when you go over there, you're gonna be surprised because I'm talking about San Juan itself. When you go to San Juan, you're gonna be surprised because you're gonna be a tourist, but they live there.
Okay, that's
And
what
that's Johnny and Tommy from down the
That's
street.
what I'm saying. Like, if I want to grab a cab and go somewhere that's 2 hours away, where would I go?
2 hours, first of all, it's an island, my
Well, I
homie.
don't
2
know.
hours.
You'll be
will
in the
end of
water.
island.
You'll be in the water.
You're the other side of the island by then.
Well,
It's an island. 2 hours. You're not going to Miami, son.
I know, but I want to go check some stuff out.
I'll tell you
want
this.
to sit in the city.
I will write down a list of places for you to go that you're gonna you're gonna enjoy. That people are gonna treat you great, which they treat you at most places. But these places, they're actually happy for you to be there.
Yeah.
These days,
that's
These days it's a little iffy because you still got that whole, buy the island back thing, and then they don't want the outsiders coming in and trying to take over everything, so they don't know who's a tourist and who's not.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the places that I write down for you, it'll be great. The food, I'll tell you two things. The food, it'll probably be one of the best foods you ever had in your life. And the woman. This is the place that you'll see a grandma, a mom, and a daughter, and you have no idea who's hotter, and they're all legal.
Oh, man. And I also want to say,
sign me up.
I worked with a guy who was an executive chef from Puerto Rico one time, And he was like, "Hey, I got this idea for an appetizer. This is something we do back in Puerto Rico." And he had it looked like an ice cream cone, but that shit was packed like a taco.
Yeah.
And he goes, if you live in Puerto Rico, he goes, as a kid, anytime your parents took you to the beach or to the shore, he's like, for vacation, when you're staying on the shoreline, he's like, they bring him out, and it's like this metal thing where it's like 6 ice cream cones, and they're packed like it looks literally like an ice cream cone, like a waffle cone, but it's packed with meat, sour cream, cheese, all that, and it's like Delicious. You're eating this shit like a taco, and I'm telling you right now, I've never been to Puerto Rico, but I would go there just for that shit. That shit was awesome. What is that called? Do you know what that's called?
No, there's different ways. Sounds like arepa, what you're saying, but it could be something.
But you know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's kind of what I like. Like, I went to the Bahamas. I ended up getting my hair beaded when I was like,
We're not going to do that.
I know. When I was 16, just getting into stuff.
We're probably going to
like
sell you some weed and coke, but we're not going to do that.
Hit the flea market in Freeport. You do $10, you get whatever you want.
Right.
Bohemian cigarette on the beach.
Well, you got to think about this, though. You got to think about the Bahamas and Puerto Rico a little different. We're a Commonwealth state. So it's going to be American prices. It's going to be $1.
Hey, when I went to Atlanta, I went to go have fun.
No, I'm just saying.
I go to Toronto.
It's going to be American prices. So don't expect the price to be super cheap. It's the same as here. It's American dollar that runs around.
No,
right.
But American dollars work there.
Yeah.
No, it's the same worth. You're using an American dollar. But the taxes are a little lower, though. So that's good.
Yeah.
Your taxes are lower.
Because they're federal taxes.
Yeah, exactly. Buy shoes and stuff like that because you're going to get way cheaper than over here.
I feel like I might be sending you some fun pictures while I'm over there.
Oh, bro, I got the perfect spots. I'm telling you. Do you know where you're staying yet?
They already have a place set up.
Okay, good. Okay, then you're good.
So they're like, just come. You just show up.
Yeah, that's good. Then you got it. You got it.
So I can't do. They wanted me to take like 7 days.
You got it made, bro. You got it made. Take it, though. Take it.
Okay, so once you find out where you're staying, then hit Minnie up, tell him where you're staying, and he's going to be able to tell you circumference of that place.
Facts.
Hit these places.
Facts.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Facts.
He's got the like Grand Theft Auto. He doesn't have to hit fucking X. He already knows the map.
If you tell me that I have to wear a ring in my ear and then they'll recognize me, I'll do that.
Like, oh, he's a local.
We're looking for this.
No,
guy.
But you're gonna have a great time. I've sent at least last year when it was like when COVID started getting people started getting be able to travel. Everybody's buying trips to Puerto Rico because it was so cheap.
Yeah.
So I had like at least 8 of my friends go as soon as it got lifted, and not one of them, which I thank God, not one of them came back with a horror story or anything weird. Oh. It was all a bunch of like having fun. They got drunk out their ass, all kinds of shit.
The stories that I've heard is don't get into a taxi.
What? That's an anti-island, bro.
Bang all over.
That is an anti-island. That is an
anti-island.
But I mean, you still got lifts and stuff over there. But like I said, you'll be surprised. A lot of us are like, we learn English in school and stuff like that, so it's more American.
No. Some of my best friends are Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
To see my friend Rafi Diaz, when his son little Rafi, his first birthday party.
Right.
He's like, hey, come over for a party. And I was dating a chick who had a little daughter, Caitlin. Mm-hmm. She was just a little over a year.
Brought over.
And I'm like, what in the hell is going on?
Oh, it's a party. He meant the word party.
But I know, I come from like Southern Baptist, like how you come over, you have cake.
Oh no.
You just sit around on the couch. I get over there, they are grilling, they're getting down, everybody's getting loaded.
He meant
bouncy houses and shit.
It was just.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, this is how it should be.
Mechanical bulls.
I tell you that's like my one
Puerto
of my
Ricans
first.
are a
That
party
was one of my
people.
first culture experiences, really.
Really? I appreciate that. We did something for you. That's good. I mean, we're a party people. We are.
All right.
That's great. No, so, Minnie, do you have anything else for us? Are we good?
No, we're good. I mean, the All-Star game is coming up, and that's about it.
All right, man. Dude, thank you so much for all the NBA stuff.
No problem.
And, of course, you're not going anywhere.
Of course not.
We're not through with NBA either.
Markier's not going anywhere. We're not done with NBA. This is NBA heavy.
Yeah.
This is like Heavy D and the boys tonight.
We ain't even got into March Madness.
Oh man, we're not even part of the way through it. So we're gonna take a quick break. So in spite of not having beer and wings tonight, we have whiskey and Markier. Whiskey and empanadas, because Markier's lady, who is a chef in every sense of the word, has paired up some empanadas with the whiskey choices that Todd has here, and we're going to do empanada and whiskey. And so last time we're going to do this sayonara to our good friend Erik Myers. We're going to play Erik Myers' bit here about 1990s. And you're listening to Ballbusters. We'll be right back.
I miss the 90s. I miss the 90s. That's when I was raised. That's what I remember. These fucking millennials, they don't know how good they got it. Life was hard in the early 90s. Times was tough. You don't believe me? Remember how hard it was to find one of your friends before smartphones and the internet? If you called their house and they didn't answer, that was it. The trail had run cold. You had to track them down, look for clues. You had to be Jason Bourne to find people in the early 90s. Everyone 38 and up should automatically get to be a detective. Oh, that's right. Just walk into the police station. Do you have any experience? Yes, I had to find people before Facebook. Get laid before Tinder and drive home drunk before Uber. They're like, welcome to the force, Lieutenant. I'm going to make that show, CSI 1992. Just a bunch of guys in Pearl Jam shirts tracking people down. We got to find Dave. I called his house. No one answered the phone. Well, fuck it. That's the end of the show. Roll the credits. I don't know what else to do. Dave's fucking dead. Then I'll make a spin-off, CSI 2018. We gotta find Dave. He's in the bathroom taking a shit. How do you know that? He just liked 5 of my posts. No one likes posts on the toilet. I don't know what to make of this fucking crap. You're not Mormon and you don't shit and like Instagrams. We got nothing in common. One fucking clap from this guy. I'm a comic bully that weighs 10 pounds. Don't make me come out. Even when I'm mad, I'm the least.
Free me.
You're listening to Ballbusters.
I wanna spread my wings and fly away. Put me some worship prayer, make it another year. Can see the world out my window, but I'm stuck in here. And I can take another day, no way. I will make it, I'm afraid to say. They got me locked up in this prison. This ain't what I call living. I miss all my women, and more important, miss my children. Imported through the system, distorts my wisdom and his visions. I'm sickened, should've listened, but I didn't. Now I'm sitting, I'm itching to be free and can't scratch the lock. But I can listen to a beat and start to rap my thoughts. I'm back and forth, back to call. It's a habit, boy. I check out some of these niggas and they ain't mad at all. Yeah, that's a problem. That's what's hard about my time. I'm looking for a ride to drive me out my mind. I'm about my mind.
Welcome back to Ballbusters. So, Todd.
I know, man. That is Markier.
I be talking shit.
What kind of shit you spitting there, man?
I be talking shit, bro.
I know. I'm kind of upset that Dirt cut us short there. No. The one time that I liked a long break.
No, I ain't mad at it.
That was nice. I enjoyed it.
So, so for anybody listening, Markier is also known as Bad Habit, and that was his track coming in from Break Fly Away. He's working on some shit right now. Yeah. But he's working on some other shit right now because Markier has a guest sitting right next to him. Markier, why don't you tell us who you got shit next to you there?
Tonight I have my lady with me, and she has made us some empanadas that are to complement the whiskey that we have been drinking this evening.
Right.
Ah!
I don't know about this whiskey. We've yet to try.
This is the new one.
Oh, this is the old sheepdog
sheepdog.
peanut butter. Everybody's tried this, I think.
I haven't tried it yet. Did we try this last time?
No, this is the newest one. The newest one. So
Haven't
we're
tried it
all
yet.
over the board.
I've appreciated this Proper 12 that we've had, and I've also appreciate the gentleman.
The gentleman Jack.
That gentleman Jack is, for a Hennessy drinker, I can find myself finding. Oh, you don't have Hennessy?
Oh, come on.
I'll take
So now you got to back
Gentleman's.
up? Now you got to back up. Remember I asked you? Now you got to back up.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
It's a possibility. I find someone of my character doesn't usually find Hennessy in some of the establishments. I like to
frequent.
Well, that's first of all. I mean, I spent 20 on the proper 12, 20 on the Gentleman's Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's in
and then I
what did I
bought
call
the
it
sheepdog for
Mini?
$9.99 in a plastic bottle. And Markier's over here giving me shit about it. He's like,
Listen.
everything else is proper.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, I have drank an entire bottle of sheepdog in a night. I'm telling you, that is nothing to sleep on. That shit is...
It smells like butterscotch.
Does it?
Yes.
Melted butterscotch.
Sheepdog peanut butter whiskey.
Ooh, it does smell like butter.
It is good.
Remember that candy?
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
gonna
one of my favorite
This.
candies.
I want you to give me a little more of that because I'm going to save that.
It's funny. I've been talking shit about this Listerine bottle all damn night
Mm-hmm.
because it comes in,
A little plastic.
Yeah, I don't like it.
But is it possible that's your favorite of the night?
Because he thinks
He hasn't tried it. He hasn't tried it yet.
it's
Haven't
meant
tried
for
it yet?
cavities, but it's...
Smell alone, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smell
All right, so
But
Mark,
taste, flavor, feel, gentleman has been treating me.
Something I'm going to drink continuously.
Pretty good.
Gentlemen, definitely going to win.
Okay.
Peanut butter's kind of like it's a treat.
Novelty, little novelty.
Yeah, that would be the right word.
Again, I haven't tasted it yet. I keep smelling the butterscotch because it
T,
smells so good.
give a little taste before we go on.
No.
I
I want to wash that down. That's our dessert. We're going to sit and look at this
How
Right.
long
until we
can you
get
drink
to these
butterscotch?
empanadas.
Okay,
all night.
Mark, why don't you introduce your lady sitting right next to us and let her tell us what she's got for us here
All right,
tonight.
so Miss Tawana today has made us some empanadas from scratch. The dough is from scratch and all the ingredients inside. And I'll let her take it from here from what we'll be tasting.
All right, so what we have here is 3 different ones. We have one that's, I would say, based on Chilean flavors. So we have the first one is ground beef and has a little bit of cumin, a little bit of chili pepper, a little bit of red pepper in there as well. We have some onions in there for some of that aroma as well. And there's a couple of different extra items in here that you wouldn't typically find in an empanada. And this is, again, based on their culture. So we have a boiled egg and some black olives and raisins.
Okay.
You know
All right.
what? You know what? That's the thing that I saw when I saw this come over was an olive, and I do not eat
broke your heart?
olives. But I'm gonna eat this. I'm
Todd?
still gonna eat this.
Todd?
I'm not gonna.
All right.
I said
Todd?
I'm gonna shelf it. And I'm gonna deal with it.
I'm not an olive guy either. I'm
if
right
somebody's
with you.
gonna bring me food, I'm not walking away. I've eaten some terrible asparagus. Made me never want to touch asparagus again, just to give
Some of my favorite foods have olive flavoring. I'm sure you being Puerto Rican, you understand
Puerto
where
Rican
that
Italian,
comes
so it's
from.
a lot, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I
But the actual olive itself, I never could. But the flavor of olive,
I'm doing it.
I can
I'm
get away
doing
with
it.
it.
I'm
Okay, so
doing it.
but she only described one empanada. We have
Right,
3
right,
on our
right,
plate.
right.
So
are
what's
we
the second one?
We eating this one first, and then
Yeah,
we want to taste this one first, and then
I want to do
Okay,
this one.
so we're starting from the left.
Yep.
So that's left?
Start from the left. All right.
Oh, okay,
That's
I
the
see
one with
egg
the
in
old olive in there. Look at him.
And the
staring
egg,
at
yeah.
me.
Oh, I see the raisin.
Chilean-inspired
man.
ground beef. Hopefully that's a good start.
You're not mad?
Real exciting on the air when everyone's eating.
Hold on.
So the raisin really.
No. I want to say something here. Next time, I think I might be able to be James Bond and take a dirty martini now. Everything that fought me up. Like I was a kid, I grew up like I hated stuff that I was forced to eat all the time. Dirt, watch your plate. Maggie's on the prowl.
Yeah, I see her.
So
Everything complements each other
I know,
really.
but it works so
really.
well together.
Awesome.
Thank you for conquering
Yeah,
my
really
fear.
You're absolutely welcome. All right.
Oh man.
What was the basis behind this? Was it you said you based it on Chilean empanadas?
Yeah, their culture or their traditional, I guess, seasonings for their empanadas typically include like the chilies and cumin flavors, things like that.
Cumin. What is cumin?
It is a spice.
Okay. It's like a paprika.
Cumin is actually a spice that's often used like in Mexican foods and
Indian cultures.
and Latin as well. So
That Indian kid that you sat next to that smelled like he always smelled every day, that was cumin you smelled.
Thanks for making me finally be able to identify that.
There you go.
Trust me, I had.
So what led you? What led you to add the extra things into it? Was that just
so
like
sweet in there?
That's just the flavoring and
That's the raisin.
You're seeing like different flavor profiles and mixing them together. Like, what led you down that path?
Yeah, well, actually, this is really based off of what they typically would add in their empanadas. So, of course, there's different recipes, there's different versions, but I think the traditional is to always include that boiled egg and along with the olive and the raisins. But it does give you a balance, so it's the sweet and savory balance there.
So, just like everything else, like when it comes to empanadas around the world, we've been like delivered like a bastardized, unified version of this is what an empanada is. But around the world, there are many different things. That's what you're telling me. Okay,
Absolutely.
No, it's something that easily you can modify and make your own. I mean, you could.
That was great.
Empanada, you could turn that into a chicken parmesan. You mean?
It's essentially like meat and pie. You can pretty much do anything you want.
All right. So, why don't you tell what's in this second one we got here?
So, in the middle one, the second one here is going to be a dry-aged ribeye that has been grilled, and it has a little bit of chimichurri sauce and mozzarella. So,
oh, wow.
That speaks to me already.
To try.
That speaks to me already.
Do you have any rooms for rent? I mean,
well, yeah, that's nice.
You like?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
that's a good call.
The steak and the chimichurri always goes well paired together.
You know what I love best about empanadas? Same thing I love about Thanksgiving.
What's that?
Is there's going to be an endless supply of bread.
Nice.
And empanadas, they put enough bread in there that just makes me just want to love it. And not to mention the stuff inside. The ribeye is a good call. The last one was just as great.
With the mozzarella in there, that was perfect.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time.
Sweet.
Mozzarella is the food, the glue of food.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, and don't get me wrong, you can get it wrong. You can throw the wrong cheese into a mix, and it's not good. But if you throw the right cheese in, all your ingredients, throw the right cheese in, glue all that shit together, I'm telling you, it pops. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
And this is used with a low moisture mozzarella.
This ribeye one is jumping.
Huh?
Yeah, you might want to finish that before you say something.
Okay.
What?
So,
What I was trying to say, Charles, is did you just give her your drink that we just pulled for the shepherd peanut? And I heard her.
She gave me, I went ahead and drank the sheepdog peanut butter whiskey. It is my favorite smell. It smells like butterscotch. It smells absolutely amazing. And then I tasted it. And it is the worst whiskey ever. Thank you. It is syrup.
Oh, man.
Okay?
Too sweet?
It's way too sweet. It's sweet soda whiskey.
It's like
Wait, you talking about the peanut butter whiskey?
It's effervescent. It's got bubbles all in it. I don't like it.
There's a history to it, and we'll get into that after the fact. I'll explain that. But
I am a gentleman.
I want to know.
Therefore, I can't do this ribeye with fucking peanut butter.
You weren't supposed to drink it.
Oh, he's going for the gentleman jack, though.
I
know, but he could have waited. I'm having some real.
I was waiting. I'm drinking and eating. Like, what am I waiting for?
What's his name? Bad Habit.
Oh, shit.
You can't tell him what to do. He's doing what he's doing.
Yeah,
he's got this shit. Mark, you got this shit figured out, right?
Fuck out of here.
All right.
Okay, so Tawana, let's move on to this third one.
We got one more.
We got one more.
So to the far right, we have a smoked salmon
Ooh.
with a Borgia cheese with herbs, and we have a little bit of pickled onions as well in there too.
Oh,
I want to challenge you now to next time I catch some fish off sea to cook it.
Okay.
Oh, man.
No,
That's not a challenge.
I know, but I like to eat fish. I'm not a good cooker of fish.
And I'll tell you right now,
But-
that's a surprise to me. I've been eating empanadas with this lady for years, and not one time have we discussed salmon nor cream cheese inside of it. So
I'm not mad.
I
I'm not mad at
am
all.
going to taste this. This is also, again, I've said on this podcast before, one of my best meals from this lady here comes from the ones where she says, I don't know what we're eating tonight.
I'm not one to.
And then she goes in and she just picks up things that are in the pantry, in the kitchen, things that have been laying around, and it becomes one of the best meals that I've ever tasted.
It tastes like there's
I love
bacon in
So
here,
I'm
but there's not bacon in
super
here.
surprised that there's salmon in one of my empanadas right now.
I know, but that's like, I'm like, man,
That's that smokiness, huh?
Yeah.
No, it's like it tastes like there's bacon in this thing, doesn't
That
it?
is ridiculous. No, I'm with you.
I'm like, is there? Like, I was like, man, I should
This is
tell her to
ridiculous.
put bacon in there, but I'm like, no,
Where
it's
did that come
actually
from?
in there.
Yes.
Where did the idea of salmon coming? I mean, okay, so I told her, hey, let's make something that might go with whiskey because we'll be tasting whiskey tonight.
This
So,
wins.
From me saying that to you, where the fuck did you come up with salmon and fucking this shit?
Look, man, I just wanted to try something different. I wanted to try something new. And
Wow.
It worked.
Yep.
Gentlemen, how you
Sound
feel?
like-
That
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
delicious.
Can I say? I can start off and say
I've
that-
yet to taste it yet.
that. Wait, have you not had this? You not had the salmon
Is
one
that your
yet?
favorite one?
Are you gonna eat these?
Dude,
You guys can have
Mark,
what you want.
Mark, the salmon one right there. Bite that shit right now, motherfucker.
Bite it.
That
Do
shit's
that.
good.
Bite that shit.
The salmon is on point.
Oh
yeah.
my
I mean,
god.
the ribeye is very, and you set it up
No.
perfect because the first one was good. The ribeye was really good, and then the salmon's like, what
That's
the
a good
hell
one.
did I
Yeah,
just
put 'em in the right
eat?
order, huh?
I have never had an empanada that hit me like that.
We'd
Dude,
have a
seriously.
$1 billion food truck that just served this.
Do you make
That's
potato
ridiculous.
balls?
And they would have to catch it. Would you say potato?
potato balls, man.
Todd is stuck on a potato ball.
Oh man, I love potato
Wow.
ball, bro.
It's good, ain't it?
This is
No,
amazing.
but they
Ridiculous.
put some good stuff inside.
Dude,
I promise you, I did not see this coming at all.
the salmon and the cream cheese, the tang that's created there is nuts.
That's crazy.
You know, that's kind
It's
of
nuts.
irony. I didn't see you as being so good with your voice and having lyrics and rhythm like that either.
Oh yeah. Oh, Todd was here the day when you came over and played me your music for the first time.
Yeah.
And I told you, it was like, dude, you got something.
Oh, yeah.
And Todd comes over out of nowhere and he's like, hey man, what is this?
Yeah.
And he thought I was playing something off of Spotify.
Nice.
Because he had no idea that you
No.
did that.
It went
And
on,
it's
it went
that-
on for
the
like
same thing
15,
was like,
20 tracks. You're like,
Yeah.
what the?
but the same thing
Nice.
is
Like, you're
like,
just
who
kinda
would have ever thought?
relaxing. Like,
Right.
I don't have a problem listening
Who
to
would
it.
have ever thought to put salmon and cream cheese in an empanada? But I'm telling you, that shit fucking pops.
It works.
Banging. That was crazy.
That is nuts.
I didn't see
Did you
that
save
coming.
one of those for my mom?
So what diner are you running? You should have.
So, T, you have a Facebook page where you do all of your culinary stuff, like you promote everything. What's your Facebook handle?
Well, I actually have, for the most part, I post a lot of pictures on Instagram. So
Okay, okay.
Sweet and savory perfections.
That's a good one too.
Wait, hold on. Give her. What is it again?
Sweet and savory perfections.
Perfections.
Uh-huh.
Sweet and savory perfections.
Yeah.
On
There's-
Instagram.
Yeah. Sweet underscore. I think perfections.
Okay.
I don't know. There's underscores in there somewhere.
Okay. Either way, you get me the profile. I'll share it on the Ballbusters Facebook page. But so, how long have you been doing this kind of stuff? Like,
Oh my. I've been in the kitchen for as long as I can remember. I can't even say since a young age. after watching my mother in the kitchen, my grandmother in the kitchen, my aunt in the kitchen, it's just something that I desire to do myself.
So the question
I know, but
that
was
I
it
have
like
is,
the conversations you had? Like it was like the I mean, when you I don't
know.
I like that. I think so though. Like that's where you hang out. That's kind of an awkward question.
No, the question I was going to ask is like, in your journey in cooking, like, at what point did you start looking at different types of food and going, oh, I can put all this together and make it? Or was it out of necessity? What is out of experiment? Were you exploring? Like, how does that?
Yeah, so I want to say, and again, this goes back several years. I've just always had the desire to get in the kitchen and create something. And I think, to Mark's point, I like to kind of create my own. I'll start out sometimes with a different recipe that already exists, and I like to tweak it, change it, turn it into something of my own. And then from there, I'll create something brand new. So I think several years back, I just had the desire to go in and create my own thing. So it's just over time, it became a habit.
So it's like your knowledge of cooking, I should say your knowledge of all these different cultures of things all coming together, then you're able to like sort of like connect the dots and figure out where this matches to this and sort of make things happen.
Yeah.
Because I've never had an empanada with salmon and cream cheese. That was nuts.
That was ridiculous. Ooh,
Yeah.
question. Can I have a
do
question?
go ahead.
Go ahead.
So I was say a couple of years ago, because I love to cook so much, and I also bake as well. So a couple of years ago, I decided to go to culinary school just to kind of enhance some of the skills that I already had. So that kind of taught me too to be more in tune with the different type of mouthfeels and flavors and things like that. So I definitely like to explore, and I loved researching different cultures and learning about the spices and things like that. So that helps.
Nice.
What do you got, Minnie? You got a question?
Yeah. Okay, so what did you grow up eating? Like most people, sometimes when they decide to be chefs and stuff like that, it comes from their background, like you were saying, learning from your mom and your probably your grandma and stuff like that, and family cooking. But what kind of food was being served? Is it like Southern style food? Was it comfort food? Like what kind of background?
Well, a combination of Southern comfort food and Cuban.
There it is. See, I was trying to get there. I was trying to get to Latino. I was trying to get the Latino. I was like, yeah, somewhere in there. I tasted.
My mother used to cook for me when I was younger all the time. She used to cook a lot of Cuban dishes.
Nice.
And I think I got a lot of that spice, that urge to taste the different spices. And
right, because that wakes up the palate. And,
Absolutely.
I knew something was in there.
So I got to say, like, I expected her to do and go above and beyond, but that salmon
that's on
cream
point.
Tree shit.
That was the shit,
That
right?
was fire.
I ate the whole of the roll over here by myself. So
I saw that.
I
saw that.
I know. I couldn't run away from
Mark, did that salmon one hit a part of your mouth that hasn't been hit before?
I think it was a cream cheese mixture.
Seriously, though?
Good
That
too.
was
seriously.
Like cream cheese.
The
really
smokiness and the fishiness of the salmon
wasn't there.
Oh, it's crazy.
Did you add any flavors to the
Same.
cream cheese?
So it's Borsian cheese.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's a creamy cheese. It's not necessarily a cream cheese, but it's a creamy cheese, and it has herbs in it. So,
So it's
and then
already
I added dill in there as well.
Oh, okay, that was the
dill.
Okay, the
Yeah.
onions, with the onions,
Yeah,
right?
and then
Was
you
there
have pickled red
THC
onions in
oil?
there.
That's where she
Bam,
touched my
with
heart
the
at.
pickle red onions.
She knows I'm a pickle guy.
Dill is the most underrated spice out of any of them.
Really?
It is if
God.
you don't like pickles. I don't like pickles. And you're right, Markier. Fuck this fucking peanut butter whiskey.
What
Okay,
the fuck?
hold on. I want to say something really
Put
fast.
that on
though.
pancakes, bro.
So,
That's my big work.
I just want to say that my wife is a spice monger. She has an entire wall of spices behind her. And when T brought the food in, and she came up to me like in break, and she's like, "Oh my God, this is nuts!" And so you had a chance to taste them. So you said so.
Oh yes, absolutely. I just couldn't believe that. Who hasn't had? I mean, if you live in a city with any type of Hispanic culture, that if you haven't been to somebody's family's house and had an empanada or eaten an empanada out of a food truck, but I just have to say that she said, "I'm selling you out, T. I'm selling you out, T. Here I go." She said, "Well, he asked me to whip up something just really quick," and I said, "You you whipped up 3 types of empanada. Like, hello, bitch. You know what's easy? It's called you put some frozen spinach with some mayonnaise, and you whip it up, and you put some potato chips on there, and you put the there you go.
That's why your empanadas are on here.
There you go. But she wanted to whip up something quick and easy, and I just looked at her with my eyes the size of saucers when I saw what she brought in, and so
amazing. It was amazing.
Fantastic job,
really
Cigar.
good.
Fantastic job.
I think you did well, and that you're
So
right.
that's
about
quick and easy for you. That's
You're
nuts.
right about the
That's
sheepdog too. The sheepdog is.
It wasn't what you wanted.
Give it to the dogs.
I really pissed myself off by even purchasing that $9.
You got your receipt?
Wait.
He didn't like it.
Hold on.
Oh, well, hold on. Here comes Dirty. Here comes
There's
Dirty.
always one sheep in
He's
the herd, right?
He gonna brush his teeth with it in the morning.
There's always one sheep in the herd, right?
He gonna brush his teeth with it.
No, I'm throwing the brakes on because I have bought sheepdog for Whiskey Wednesday
You
before.
don't say.
And me and Todd have drank that entire bottle.
Hypocrite tonight.
And we have waxed poetic about how amazing it is.
Okay, so in Todd's defense,
It's good if you put it with some Jack Daniels in the same glass.
Todd, may I?
He's defending you.
Go on.
In Todd's defense, when you have a ground beef, a ribeye, and a salmon that tastes like this, your taste buds become to an elite level of.
They open up.
Yeah.
So when you taste that, and then you taste that.
Don't blame this
wasn't
on
it. It
T's
wasn't
good
it.
cooking for making me not like that whiskey.
Okay.
No,
Another
but that's a good argument.
question. Was he already drunk?
No, we started with that.
Okay, all right.
I
was gonna give you a break. I was gonna give you a break.
walk around
Listen.
with the .1. I'm always
regular
on the
level.
limit.
And going back to that, Todd walking around with 1, I will bring up before we in this segment. But guess who got his case thrown out of court, just like I said it would?
Whatever.
Bruce
That's
Springsteen.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, he got arrested for DUI in a public park with a .02,
Wow.
and the legal limit is a .08. So
What?
he never should have been arrested before
in the
because
first place.
because a park ranger was like, "This is Bruce Springsteen. I'm taking this motherfucker to jail
What does
because
he have
it's
to
Bruce
do with
Springsteen."
sports?
I'm so dirty.
Because it was a .01 you were talking about.
Nothing
I
else has been
know,
doing
like
sports.
a long time ago, and I never brought that
Listen,
up.
we're talking about empanadas and
No, that
whiskey
just
at this
That was
point.
a back.
That happened
talk.
Tuesday. No, that was Tuesday. It
I'm
happened
not
Tuesday.
having this conversation.
It happened Tuesday.
Anyways, let's get
All
away
right.
from
So
that.
let's Mark, bring the mic back real fast because I want to say that. So T, do
He's
you
still,
do?
Bruce Springsteen still alive?
Yeah, yes. T, do you do catering or
He was
like what do you
abducted
do?
by
Like
aliens.
is cooking like is that what you do or is that a passion that you're trying to further or like where are you at with that?
It is a passion, and I would definitely like to further turn it into something else. I've been asked to food prep for people. I've been asked to cater for others, and I'm giving it some thought as far as what I'd like to do.
Okay, well you should give it more thought.
Yeah.
Because that was amazing, and I'm telling you from
Where'd
a
the salmon
table
one
full
go
of
on this
people
plate?
here that we eat food all the time,
Facts.
and that shit was amazing. And if you had a food truck and you were selling that shit, I guarantee you'd have a line around the block.
Well, let's mix it up
Let's
a little
all
bit here.
invest in a food truck that just sells that.
No, let's mix
Yes.
it up a little bit though. She can have creative names like the Dominican Empanada.
Like Danny does with the
I like
sauces.
the
Yeah.
names drives it out a
No,
little
that
bit,
would
though.
actually.
You know,
The Dominican
Indomicon stew that Danny does.
That shit was
That
good.
was good.
That shit was
That
good.
was good.
That's
but
where we're at.
T, really,
Come
you're
on,
pushing
man. I
the
told
limit
y'all
here.
yesterday.
I know. I
She
like
was
where
gonna
she's
fuck off.
going. I think you're going to be you need to.
Give it some thought, like you said.
You need to.
Give it some thought.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah,
working on
seriously.
that.
Yeah, so much that this salmon one on this plate is gone.
Like if you
And I don't
if
know
you
who
actually
took it.
decide to do something,
There was 3 there.
if you
but
actually
it's
decide to
not
do
there.
something,
Hey, I
let
got
us
that
know.
salmon.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I will be knocking at your door for a show, and can you provide some empanadas for the show? You know what I mean? So definitely give it some thought, because that's something that
Hey,
could
well,
happen.
Now
Yeah.
we're talking about this. I mean, you're talking about doing some more shows on Friday. Maybe she
Well,
could
I don't know
cater
yet.
for that.
I don't know yet. That's
Yeah, I mean,
that right there will have to be decided on Monday.
We'll get into that. We haven't even talked about that.
We'll
yet.
decide
get
on
into that.
Monday.
Yes.
They will decide that.
We'll get into that. That'll be the
know.
last segment. We'll get into his whole thing.
right.
Next segment, we got Mark's got an interesting question, but I want to say around the table here, let's say everybody, right? Do we want to
eat more empanadas?
Have T come back and maybe because Danny does the wing bowl.
Ooh,
wing bowl's
I
over
would
with.
I think that might be. I think that might be a good
empanada
challenge.
bowl.
I think
Yes.
What we might be on to something.
That's where it's going.
Yeah.
And
The
you
empanada
are good.
bowl?
All right.
Yeah.
That's where it's going.
Would that be something?
Granny May bringing stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
Empanada
So,
bowl
Todd,
can happen.
So this is like American Idol. Todd, is she going to Las Vegas? Todd,
Yeah, I
Yes,
think
for
so,
sure.
without a doubt.
Minnie,
For sure. Hands down
Wow.
going to Las Vegas.
Mark.
Listen, those should be street tacos.
Absolutely.
Everything.
All right, let's make this happen. We'll figure something out. We got to bring T back and
I like it.
Look, we've got a pretty sizable kitchen in here. Let's do some collaboration, but you
we
bring
take
your
that?
stuff back,
Can we
and
get that off the
this
table?
would absolutely. I'm actually sad. I'm sad for Brando.
Yeah.
I'm sad for Liz.
What?
I'm
Why?
sad for Danny that they didn't get to taste that
on the radio
because they didn't get to taste that because that was
But
amazing.
don't be sad because
She's going to come back.
they all know her.
We'll do it again.
Right.
We will do it again.
I know.
She knows all of it. Yes, I
but
know.
It worked out for her to come out here. That all worked out for everybody to be here.
I'm just saying.
And that's where
I'm
it's
just
at.
saying. Hey, I'm sad for anyone listening to this that didn't
get to taste it,
that,
dude,
because
seriously.
that shit was amazing.
Seriously.
Much love.
That's bomb.
So
Good.
we're gonna go.
It was almost like a banana sundae.
So
That thing was fucking
she
delicious.
cooked me corned beef hash.
And it really shot down my
eggs over
shepherd's
easy
peanut butter.
and sausage
Watch it.
this morning
Ooh.
with peppers,
Like I said, do you have a room for rent?
onions, and spinach,
That sounds beautiful.
and tomatoes.
Oh,
beautiful.
man.
It was.
It was delicious.
Markier
I ate
instantly
it.
has become
I
the most
smoked.
hated man on the internet.
No.
And then I played Fortnite for 4 hours.
Oh, everyone hates you now.
Sounds like
Everyone hates Markier.
It's a good day. It's a good day, sir.
I
So-
know what you like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mark, we're gonna go to commercial break, and the song that I have that I'm gonna take to commercial break.
Is it the one with the word I can't say in it?
No,
Oh, that's the one I want. No, that's the, I love that.
You were saying it. Never
I
mind.
never said that.
No. So this song means a lot to you, and so I'm going to play it in its entirety going into break.
Oh.
So why don't you tell me about your song, Doña Daisy?
Okay. That's fair. This is a song that just basically, however many years ago, this is quite old. My grandma was suffering from dementia and she was slowly dying. And, I just dug into my memory of how I felt about the woman as she was going. She hadn't died yet, but we were preparing for it.
That's crazy.
Did she ever get to listen to it?
No.
No, I'm curious about it because there was a woman on our street that I grew up, I knew, and she got dementia, and she went she would walk down the street and she would not recognize you anymore.
Let me tell
is
you,
that what you were going through?
Let me tell you something about that. My mom today takes care of a woman who suffers from the same disease, and before this woman, my mom took care of someone else that also suffered from
A
that.
strong woman.
If you ever watched the movie Beautiful Mind,
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
Good.
I mean,
My grandmother died from Alzheimer's, so I know where you're coming from.
You can get what you can get from those people. Like, you got to take away from the fact that they are suffering from, resetting. They might go back to 94 on you real quick
Right.
and tell you a story. So my mom's greatest thing is saying, I am an actor in a movie and I don't know my part.
She's describing you, or are you describing her?
She's
describing
She's
herself.
just describing what
Okay.
she has to deal with people who have dementia.
Her patients.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's perfect. I'm
When you're dealing with someone with dementia, you are an actor in a movie.
Okay.
You don't know what your role is. You don't know when your cue is going to come or what you're going to say
Oh.
or what they're going to say.
Right.
That's
But it gets deep, But
No.
all you can do is be human.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
And sometimes, if you're smart enough and not shallow enough and can get past your own shit, then maybe you can get a message out of what they're saying. So,
Yes,
a lot of times I try to erase what they're going through and just be human and have that conversation with them.
I went through that with my grandfather, and he was always mean as a snake to me because I was his only daughter's only son, and his two sons had boys, and I never got any good treatment. I would get just absolutely rattled. Like anytime I come around, I would get pushed. But watching him, and he was always important to me. I loved him. But going to see him and watching him at his last little stages, that shit fucking is terrible.
Yeah, it's different strokes, Todd. They get stuck in different time periods in their brain, and that just
like
might be where
Grandpa
he
would
was.
say the same story every time.
But they also
it doesn't matter where it started at; it would go back to that same story.
They also get far more honest, and I'll just say it from my grandmother's standpoint. Like watching her go through, she had Alzheimer's, but watching her battle through that, like she got way more honest. Like, and it, I'm not saying it's like
forthcoming. I think
a good thing
for
her because like she was obviously dealing with a disease, but she got way more honest. Where she was like, she didn't give a shit whether you liked what she had to say or not. She just said what she had to say, and she got way more honest. And so, but at the same point, like I would go in one week and she would tell her roommate about me, and then the next week I would go in and she had no idea who I was. And then the week next, she would tell her roommate all about it. It was back and forth. Like it's very selective. But I will say that when Markier brought over his tracks and we were listening to his stuff, listening to his music, this song struck a chord with my wife and with myself. And I think it's a super genuine song. I love the track, and I just love the fact that the first time it's ever going to be played on broadcast radio, we're going to play it tonight. And so that's why I want to give you the opportunity to talk about it. And I know it's old. I know you have newer stuff, but there's probably somebody out there listening right now who's dealing with something like this that can take something from your song. And if that happens, like,
do you know what it's all about? It's you took a bad situation and you made it a purpose. And that's what it is. Sometimes you're dealt with a sticky situation, and you got to make it to where, man, you know what? I'm going to make this for the best for me. I'm going to do it because I'm going to be happy to see my grandpa mad at me in the corner, knowing that I'm pissing him off. You know what I'm saying? That's the same. That's
funny. That
drives me.
It's funny.
And it drives you, right?
That's almost one of the lines in the song. So it's funny that you say that.
Oh, really?
But however, it wasn't really about me more than it was just that maybe just letting her know without me being able to tell her, this was just that way.
Sometimes it's easier to tell people indirectly.
But that right there is the
oddly
problem
enough, man. As some of the greatest musicians, they really in life, it's hard to communicate with those that they actually love, to tell them how they feel.
Yes.
But when it comes down to writing and putting in the music, because it comes
way
from emotions,
easier. Yeah. So much easier.
Not just easier, but even more precise
and more heartfelt. It's more from
that's
the bottom.
That's where I'm robbed at, right? I don't think I could rap out something I could write.
Well, damn.
But I could write something
you
to
be
a
on
chick
that boat catching fishes. Like
I could write some shit
there's
to a
an
chick.
art in the catching the fish.
But,
man. I just
don't
it's
have
all perspective,
I'm just
Todd.
not poetic like you.
It's all perspective, Todd.
I got robbed.
It's all perspective, Todd, because there are things I'm sure you do in this life that are just as beautiful as it is me being in the studio.
I just do me. And whatever works out for me.
And I'm glad
I got you guys around me. Minnie, over here.
Yeah, this is a great night, right? It's been fun.
Yes.
Yeah. And I will say that
this is an awesome podcast.
Calling Markier a rapper is a serious disservice to who he is.
I'm a lyricist.
He's an artist.
No, you called him a rapper.
Come on,
Did
dude.
I call you a rapper?
No,
I'm an artist.
He's an artist. Yeah. Like, cause he.
See, well, that's things that I know, but
I'm an artist who can rap. I'm versatile in many ways.
I understand
There's not one genre of music
For the
that
common
you put in
folk.
front of me that I cannot write to.
And dude can also blow a saxophone.
I don't.
You play the sax, bro?
Anyway,
No, for real?
let's-
Like you should, like
I
you
know,
should-
but
he's
I
not
call
moving.
I'm not joking.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
not
like,
joking.
I want to know, like, for real, that's fire. That's fire. See, that's fire. See, that's-
like
see,
if
that's
I hear music
fire.
that
So,
I relate.
I haven't picked up a mic in about 6-7 years, but it's riding a bike.
You better.
Honestly,
You better get. You probably got training wheels on it right now. You better get serious.
Playing the
You sound
instrument is
some good
commendable.
shit. You got some good.
This is why I brought my stuff to
I ain't
my
scared to
fellow
challenge
producer.
you.
I see how
passionate
he is for the art of producing. So I figured, and
Yeah.
I like I said before, I appreciate you handing it off, but at the same time,
So if
man,
you saw Dirt, what kind of tattoo sleeve would you give him? If you ever hold on.
This is easy.
Hear me out.
This is
hear me.
easy.
Hold on.
It's
Hear me
easy.
out.
I'm hearing.
Hear me out.
We're hearing.
You ready?
So
Can
if you do something,
can I hear yours and yours, and then I'll say
I don't
mine?
know what's going on
I'm
anymore.
setting
Go
the
ahead.
situation.
Set it up.
If you become something successful, you're gonna have to give Dirt a sleeve.
Sleep. I will buy.
What kind of
whatever
sleeve
the
are you
fuck he
gonna give
wants.
him?
Or Dirk already has some ink on him, don't he?
Oh, Dirk, look at that.
Just
There's
one.
some ink on him?
Just the one.
That's just hair werewolf over there. Come on.
It'll be like a whiskey duck dynasty.
Oh, all right. Some mallards cruising around.
It's gonna be half camo.
Okay. But I think you have that, and I want to
Heather's
see
face
that
over his
on
heart.
Dirt's arm. I want to see that on Dirt's
It's gonna be
arm.
sponsored by Maceo.
The dogs and shit.
We
It'll
can
be a
talk.
bunch of shit.
No, we can talk.
Go ahead.
Hey.
Go ahead.
The bathroom decor in there from when I
Alright.
was throwing up for 2 hours.
Well, that's right. That happens to the best of us. That's why I was so welcoming to you, because I've been there before, and I've watched
I know.
friends that were dear
These
to me.
last night, by the way.
No. Nice stinger. Well, it's not true.
Well,
But no, I've been there and I've had nobody come there to help me out. And I'd be like, and the people I thought would help me out would never help me
Nah,
out. And I
you
was
would.
like, fuck that.
Right.
You come. your
I
friends
was
with-
very, very
Yeah.
intoxicated, but I remember those moments.
For
and
me,
one of
that
my
shit's-
favorite moments was thanking you and giving you that hug for that.
We hug every time now, but
You are my favorite person.
I
who
still
ran in the Capitol.
enjoy helping somebody more than not helping them, because if I don't help them, I can't make fun of them. Right? If you help them, you get it right.
I see your sadistic ways, and it makes sense.
And I love it
Right?
because I'm just as.
If anybody,
That's hilarious.
I'm
if
just as
anybody's gonna be there talking shit,
yeah, you
I'm gonna
redneck
be
me.
the only one.
Yeah. You're the one that helped.
That's it. No, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
He
I
red-
was there. I know, but still, you know.
That was funny.
It's not many rednecks that are in Brooklyn, but if there were any,
Oh man, they
I
have
can see them.
bad tans, man. So the buildings that block out all the
Look at them
light on
freckles.
my arm.
I'm gonna start calling you
Dude.
Freckles.
Oh, come on, man.
All right, so let's
That's a tough one,
let's
too.
go to commercial break, and this is
Oh shit, don't you?
this is Kabir's song. No, listen, this is Markier's song. Markier, what's your rap name?
I
Bad
like
Habit.
that name, though. That's
Look at
good.
this.
Markier, here we go.
That's my producer, y'all.
No, I'm. Hey, we're throwing
Markier
it out
and
there. We gotta
freckles
throw it
up in
there,
here.
right? Come on, man.
I love y'all, man. This is
Bad Habit. All right, here we go.
Featuring freckles.
All right,
Donya Daisy.
we're listening to. All right, here we go. You're listening to Ballbusters.
Yeah. You know, everybody has a special lady. And mine is my Donya, my mama, my grandma.
You're listening to Ballbusters.
First name Donya, last name Daisy. If you don't know her, she one hell of a lady, and she made those who made me that made me more. All the love and care you gave me, made me yours. Made a mark in our world, gave 2 marks to the world. Now you ready to go, and it's hard on your girls. Shit, it's hard on me, cause memories of me and you is all I see. Just to know you'll be okay is all I need. Watch them roll away slow, and then they lost my knees. It's been a while since the last time, but this could be the last time. It's hard for me to act fine. Yeah, me and Grandpa smoke the past time, talk about hope in the past, the glad times. I'm mad, I'm sad, hate to see yourself, I'd rather see you mad at me for not eating supper. I've grieved enough for you while you alive. When you ride, I'm celebrating like you're still by my side. Grandma, the true love of my life, tried to help me understand the world, and I was just 5. Man, I was shy, damn I could lie. Graham had a plan and made a man out of I plan to expand the franchise and survive. Beautiful Daisy, one of a kind.
No, you ain't gotta worry. No, you ain't gotta cry. Everything gon' be just fine. Yeah. No, you ain't gotta worry. No, you ain't gotta cry. Everything's gonna be alright. Yeah. You ain't gotta worry. No, you ain't gotta cry. Everything gon' be just fine. Yeah. No, you ain't gotta worry. No, you ain't gotta cry. Everything's gon' be alright.
Sure is, yeah, and I love you, girl. And now my heart's so heavy, cause I wanna roll with you, but the Lord won't let me. You're most definitely special to me, Daisy. Help me as a man, help me as a baby. You feel guilt like I helped you to go crazy. Made all them damn kids, Graham, you amazing. An angel on your way home from vacation. Tony, Junior, Carmen, and Charlie waiting patient. We miss you when you ain't even gone yet. I be leaking this grieving all seems like a strong test. It's hard, but I'm cool at the calm breath. Honestly, to me she the strongest. Don't just go and give up, lady. You ain't get to smile at her, kiss my babies. I love them cause they are you, and you are me. Cause all this I'm clean, so let's
No, you ain't gotta worry. No, you ain't gotta cry. Everything gon' be just fine. Yeah. No, you ain't gotta worry. No, you ain't gotta cry. Everything's gonna be alright. Yeah. No, you ain't gotta worry. No, you ain't gotta cry. Everything's gonna be just fine. Yeah. No, you ain't gotta worry. No, you ain't gotta cry. Everything's gonna be alright. Yeah.
Welcome back to Ballbusters. So we just had a very interesting segment of food and whiskey, and I want to say, Todd, kudos, my friend. We that was a great segment. We had fun with that.
I'm more of a nature's kind of guy. I like the nature bars more than kudos, to be honest with you. I mean, when I need a snack, I'm not taking a kudos.
So when we got into this, the building of this show, and we were saying, all right, big things going on is NBA right now, and you had a conversation with Markier.
That's right, but first of all, I want to talk more about this salmon empanada.
All right, well, that was last segment.
I know, I don't care, Dirt. You just give me a second here.
Give me a second.
I love it, and I think you got something going on. And as far as that, could you think of Out of great athletes, like we compare LeBron with who?
Jordan.
All the time, right?
Yeah.
But how many people?
No, that was Jordan of Empanadas.
Yeah, I know, but how many times has Jordan destroyed another player's legacy more than LeBron has?
I don't know how many times more. I mean, if you're posing the question that way, I would say Jordan has kept more Hall of Famers from getting a ring than LeBron has.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then let's throw it to Mark. Mark, how did you phrase the question? What was the question you asked?
I think somebody in this group said robbed. How many times did Jordan rob other players of
Champions.
a ring?
Okay.
Let's go ring.
Right.
And I said I don't think it would be robbed because Jordan earned everything that he did, so he didn't
Absolutely.
rob anything.
Agree.
So let's just take Jordan out of the equation. And what players may have possibly gotten a ring if Jordan didn't start playing?
How many players were denied by Jordan?
Okay, so the list that you compose of players that would have gotten a ring if Jordan was either never possibly. This is all hypotheticals. But
my favorite conversation.
If he was, let's just say, not even born or play basketball, started playing baseball all his life, never played basketball.
Yeah, he got stuck in baseball. Or
I want to hear the list.
His dad wanted him to be a ballerina. Who
knows?
knows?
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Let's go with my first team, and that would be shit.
Oh,
yeah, you got it. I know you got it.
I didn't do teams. I did
Kevin Johnson and Dan Marley.
In this fucking Hornacek, man.
Okay.
There was a Hornacek and a Charles Barkley on that squad too.
Okay.
I don't know if it was that team. Yeah, Barkley.
They're on the list.
Barkley was he tried everything, but he just could not ever seal the deal because he ran into bad situations. Even when we went to Houston late, he still couldn't do it.
He robbed Houston.
Do you think that Phoenix Suns team could have won a
There
championship?
goes that robbed word again.
I
He
know.
was washed by then. He didn't even want to play.
Do you think that Phoenix Suns team could have won a championship had there not been a Michael Jordan?
Yeah, because they met him in the finals. I mean, if there wouldn't have been Jordan, it would have been who?
I think
it
they
would have
would've
been
been enough.
Craig Elo.
Yeah, who
With the Cavaliers?
Who did Jordan go
Cavaliers,
against?
or would have been
in the,
Reggie Miller and
and
the young
who did
Reggie
they
Miller?
go against in the West?
Oh, it might have been the Knicks.
That's a good question. I don't think it
Might
was
have
the
been
Knicks.
the Knicks.
I think it was the Knicks that they went against the
Yeah, the Knicks were
In the
strong
East?
through that time.
Or Detroit.
Yeah,
Detroit.
Detroit was dying out. I mean, Isaiah.
Okay.
Either way, what other names you got? I want to hear it.
So let's go down to the Hawks. Let's talk about
Okay.
the Kimbe, Mookie Blaylock, Christian Laettner.
Yep. Hey, those are
The
names.
Hawks?
Those are names.
Yeah.
Those are names.
Okay.
Leitner is one
They
of the
may
cats.
have had a ring.
If it wasn't for Jordan. And Mutombo, that's a Hall of Famer right there, ain't it?
That's a good one.
Oh, this can't be Mutombo is
tough.
easy.
You
a Hall
like
of
that,
Famer.
Todd?
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
one, right there. Charles, that's two right there. So that's two Hall of Famers right there. Who else in those two teams that he mentioned that was going to be in the Hall of Fame? That's it. Those two, right?
Yeah, that's enough.
So that's so far we got two Hall of Famers.
Okay,
So keep going.
So you're just clocking the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'm clocking the Hall of Famers.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
All right, he's taking another tick. I get it. I get it.
That's fair, but I mean, any
No,
given
that's
Sunday
that's
can be.
That's
No,
basketball.
that's
That's perfect.
No, I hear
What
you.
was the
I
first
hear you.
team we had?
It was Marley and
Sons. It was
Marley.
Sons.
KJ.
Marley and Kevin
Barkley
Johnson.
was a Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Was Barkley a Hall of Famer?
Barkley's gonna be.
No, Barkley. I said, yeah, you
Yeah,
got two. We got Barkley and we got Mutombo.
Mutombo Hall of Famer.
All right, so let him go
He'll be
forward
first
with.
ballot, I think.
Let's let him. Who do you got next on your list?
Next on my list would probably be a Sean Kemp and a Detlef Shrimp.
Okay, no Hall of Famers there, but Sean Kemp's close.
Oh man.
No, but I want to throw something there. When Sean Kemp and Detlef Shrimp played together on the Seattle Supersonics,
Right.
there was also a glove involved.
Ooh, Peyton in there.
Yes.
So that's another Hall of Famer. That's three.
Now you're talking about. No, hold on. That changes the whole complexity of that team.
Of that team, yeah, because that makes the team complete.
Now you got Peyton,
Yeah,
Detlef Shrimp, and Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp, yeah.
Now that's a championship team.
that's right. That's right.
But
They
they-
would have definitely won a championship without Jordan being there.
Yeah, but they
Definitely,
couldn't
for sure.
beat the Blazers. Come on.
Dude, still like
Oh.
I mean,
It was gonna
be
Porter.
Blazers had a team.
It was gonna be a dogfight. It was gonna be a dogfight.
Clifford Robinson,
it was
my
still
man.
gonna be a dogfight. You got Clifford Robinson and you got Sean Kemp.
How great are these
I think
hypotheticals?
Rashad Watson.
You love this. Look, Mark is loving this right now. Throwing out hypotheticals.
No.
That's what he lives for. All right.
So what you got next?
Because it's always, it feeds to the true fans of
Right,
whatever
right.
era you're in.
Yeah.
Right?
Facts.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
combination can work in any true sportsman who knows.
Who you got? Let me see that pen.
All
right,
here we go.
This one's easy. Next team, we're gonna go Anthony Hardaway.
Oh.
Shaq. Although Shaq's not really on there because he got a ring.
We were never set up to win that anyways. Go against Elijah Wan.
I have to put Anthony's name there.
Hold on. We went to the finals when there was no Jordan. The next year would have not been against Michael Jordan.
It's a possibility.
It was Scottie Pippen.
95, 96.
That's
Scottie Pippen.
95, 96.
Here.
If there had been no Michael Jordan to knock us out of the Eastern Conference Finals, the Magic could have gone to the finals 2 years in a row.
Are we talking about the season where he lost his jersey in the locker
Shaq
room?
his first.
Totally different story. We're talking about the following season when he was full-time back, and it was Orlando Magic, Chicago Bulls, Eastern Conference Finals, and the Bulls knocked them out. And they went on to start their second three-peat.
Yep.
So if there had not been a Michael Jordan, could Shaq and Anthony have
back to back.
handed?
They should've.
Well, first of all, you're
forget
highlighting
Anderson.
a year after
We got
the year we were the
Nick
dominators
Anderson's in
and
there.
we made it to the finals. And I know, but you're like,
you
will we have come back? No.
And you have all of a sudden ignored the question.
No, but we still would not have
He
been
would've-
able to be.
Minnie,
Houston?
Elijah
Hey,
Wan,
Minnie,
Western. We
Minnie,
would've been
can-
able to
okay,
win.
Minnie,
Hold on.
can
Look,
I
can we stop
just
for a
point
second?
out the
You're right.
irony in this argument?
You're
that
right
the
about
man
that.
that's wearing an Orlando
You see
Magic
it.
jersey.
You see it.
Yeah.
You see it. Because the
not
irony
a
they're
believer.
pointing out, Todd, is that Elijah Wan and the Rockets were nowhere even near a Western Conference championship that year. So they wouldn't even had to beat them.
You're wearing an
They were
Orlando
long
Magic
gone.
jersey.
Long gone. We're talking about 95,
How are you
96.
arguing against this point?
Yes.
right now?
Well,
It's
thanks
like,
for
yeah.
making me feel
going.
real
Just keep
retarded,
going.
Dirt.
Just keep
Yeah.
going.
All right.
They were not even
I got
close.
a case of retarded.
It's in 4K.
We ended at Barkley, so who's next?
All right.
No,
good.
that's a good one.
Good.
Barkley
Jesus
and the
Christ.
Suns.
I have to move on.
I mean, you had Shaq and go keep going.
Yes, I have to move on to Reggie Miller,
Ooh, another Hall of Famer.
Mark Jackson, Chris Mullin, and Rick Smits.
Oh,
How
man.
many Hall of Famers is that? Because did Mark Jackson get it? No, but for a coach, probably not for a team.
That's a good one.
Reggie
I'm pretty
gets
sure
it.
Reggie's
That
gonna.
could. I'm going to say whether they're inducted or not. That could easily be 4 Hall of Famers that there.
Yeah, easily.
Easily.
Reggie gets it. I know Reggie gets
Easily.
it for sure.
Easily. No. Like,
No,
if
no.
Detlef Schrempf is not a Hall of Famer, I want to know why.
Shrimp.
Because that dude was literally the
Schmidt
most.
was the guy on that
you said
team.
Rick Schmidt or
It's-
Detlef Schrempf?
No,
Did you say which one? Did you say?
That was earlier.
I said both of them.
But they're both on that team. So Detlef Schrempf could honestly have been a Hall of Famer in any way you want to pull
It's
the
not
pull
a
it.
3-point that I wouldn't feel comfortable with him shooting.
Right.
Yes. No, there's not a spot on the court where I would feel comfortable with him shooting.
He was balling.
That dude
Pretty
could.
good, but I mean, the only time they ever seemed to show up was when they played New York.
Oh.
I mean, if
that
it
was-
was, well, let's be honest.
It wasn't like it wasn't a pushover team either, though. You had a lot of good players on that team.
Pacers were solid. Reggie Miller.
No, I'm talking about New York team. You actually like the only time
New
they show
York
up when they
was
played New York. It
good,
wasn't like New
but-
York was soft
But
and they just showed up. They had a lot of good players too.
He's doing his Simon Cowell.
I get it. Keep going because I got one Hall of. I got for sure. I'm only going to count for sure Hall of Famers right now,
Oh, really?
just for sure.
Karl Malone, Utah.
We haven't got
Jazz.
there yet. Stop it.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right, let him go.
Sorry, I mean, I wanted you to
Yeah.
go on it.
All right, let him go. Here we go.
Mr. Tim Hardaway.
Tim Hardaway.
Mm.
Okay, I give Tim a Hall. You give Tim a Hall of Famer? The inventor of the crossover? Man, whatever.
All right. Quick pass.
Yeah.
Ewing, Oakley, and Starks.
There we go.
Oh, yes.
Let's get to it.
I will give Ewing
Ewing deserves a fucking ring. Let's just say that.
That team definitely would have won. That team definitely would have won.
But Ewing,
Can I put a fuck in the air for
that
Ewing?
team definitely would have won.
But he missed the biggest finger roll in life.
In the
I mean,
moment.
he missed a finger roll that could have won it.
He wouldn't
And
have
he
to do
didn't
that.
have it. And you're gonna tell me he's the greatest? Come on.
Listen, he's not saying the greatest. This is one you're not. This is the part you're not
The
understanding.
precursor to this conversation
Give me 1 second. This is the part that you're not understanding about the whole conversation. He wouldn't have to do that if Jordan wasn't playing. He would have to do all that stuff that he did, all that extra stuff, all that extra.
They would have been up by 10.
All that extra headache that he had that game, all the extra bumps and bruises that he was taking. It's because he was playing the Bulls. If he would have been playing somebody else, that's the point. He probably would have won easily.
All right. Let's
easily. That team was
you're
good, bro.
Right about that.
That team was good, bro.
But you still can't blame that on Jordan because Ewing missed a wide open finger roll.
But he wouldn't been tired of shit. And
Pressure.
And pressure buzz pipes.
Pressure.
I'm going to give you that one.
And I will say,
I thought I had to argue
it. You would be hard pressed to find somebody that doesn't say that Patrick Ewing was the DNA of a big man in the 80s.
No, he had the best. He had
that
the
dude,
best set moves.
a guy that could play in the fucking paint, grab rebounds, block shots, and can hit from 18 feet.
Yeah.
Fucking. Are you kidding me?
He had the best setups. He
was a New York god, brother.
To turn in.
Oh yeah,
Patrick was that dude.
Georgetown. He was a Georgetown god before he was a New York god.
We're not going to talk about
He's
Allen
got the pedigree.
Iverson
He
tonight.
has the pedigree.
We're not talking about Allen Iverson tonight.
Can we
I was just about to bring him
CGI?
up, boy. I was just about to bring him up.
Can we CGI a Knicks jersey on Todd tonight?
Right. So who you got next? Who next? I got some Hall of Famers in here. Who got next?
All right,
We're going to the Salt Lake City of Karl Malone and Stockton.
That's
yes,
Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
I think that Moses was on that team too.
No. Moses Malone was retired by that point. I believe.
I believe so.
I love.
I'll look it up.
Mailman,
but
though. Mailman
no,
was
Moses
one of my
Malone
favorites.
was. He was
him
great.
and Stockton were one of the greatest combos because
He was
always
Karl Malone.
Karl
You're talking about Karl Malone. Karl Malone was
Karl
one of two
Malone.
different people.
No, I'm talking about the mailman.
And it's very,
Karl
it's-
Malone.
Just
Yeah.
Karl
it's
Malone.
very important that you
I
get these
said
two not
mailman,
mixed up.
All right.
No, but you said Moses.
No,
So-
there's some
before that
controversies.
I asked, but I went and I
Okay,
said
so
the
we
mailman.
got Stockton and
Anyhow,
Malone.
all right, good. Yeah.
But mailman was Stockton always knew where mailman was,
Facts.
and it was the greatest combination ever.
You think so? You think?
I wouldn't
That's
think
a
of it.
great question. From little man to big man.
If they would have played,
That's a good. I mean, it's debatable. That's a good ass one.
if they would have ran
ran
a triangle offense with those two, what do you think would have happened?
Could Malone run a triangle?
Wow, well, that's a good point.
But either
But
way,
Stockton, that's the
either
best
way, that
combo
combination
ever.
was. I guess I'll give you that because nobody else lasted as long either way. Because if you want to put Penny and Shaq,
He could
that was
probably
just short-lived.
he could probably adapt, but it wouldn't suit his style of
Stockton
play.
wouldn't have been Stockton
Stoudemire and
without
Nash.
Malone, and Malone wouldn't have been Malone without Stockton.
I'll give you that.
That's
I think that's fair.
I can give you that.
That's
fair
debatable,
assessment.
but
To
very
Minnie's
possible.
point-
Where's a fair assessment though?
to Minnie's point. It's not his style of
I
play.
think they both got gold medals in the Olympics too.
They
Though.
did. Yeah.
Could he learn? Could he learn? Could he adapt?
Yeah. I'm trying to think who
the fuck knows?
biggest
That's
duo
what these
of all time
conversations
from
are
little
about.
man to big man is. It might be Stockton and Malone. Now that I'm thinking
It
back,
has
I'm trying to
to
think of a
be.
better
It
one,
has to be.
and I can't think of one.
I can't think of
you?
one
All right.
either. No,
So,
not at all.
Moving on, the
Damn.
next one's probably going to be even more controversial than this.
Where we at?
You guys know a lot about this new age points and stats and who's who. This is a super early one.
Okay.
Not sure if you guys would agree if Jordan did not exist
Okay. Yeah.
at all. Wasn't
Okay.
born, didn't start playing basketball when he was 12.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm with the scenario.
With Mark Price, Larry Nance, and Brad Doherty
Oh man.
Greg Elo.
of the Cavs.
The Cavs get a bad rep because of the way they used to get beat
Been
by
able to do
Jordan,
it.
but it wasn't a bad team.
No.
Like, people forget how good the team was. It was just Jordan was doing their asses in when it was the playoff time.
That
Michael
was
Jordan-
the beginning. No, that was the beginning of Jordan letting everybody else know that listen up.
I'm Michael
I'm
Jordan.
here.
Yeah,
I'm here.
I'm Michael
I'm going to
Jordan.
open
Hello.
the party and I'm going to tell you when the party
here.
is fucking over.
Yeah.
And that's when Jordan
Okay.
announced himself.
Hello, guys. Let's take Jordan out of this conversation.
Yeah, no,
I
no.
can't.
All right. No, but we have to talk about that because literally,
without Jordan would have never been there.
Listen, Jordan single-handedly halted the progression of that franchise because that team was getting better and better and better, and that one shot over Craig Elu that sent them out of the playoffs. The very next season, that team they stopped spending money. And they went back to, let's just go back to the playoffs. Let's go back to the draft. And that happened. Like, literally, that shot over Craig Elo that we all know from the Gatorade commercial, that literally halted the progression of that entire franchise.
That should be the new logo for NBA right there.
What, the last shot?
Yeah.
Oh, when he jumps up. Hey, I'll take it.
That's a good one.
I'll take it. I'm not even
That's
mad.
a hard argument. That's a
Anybody
hard
else on
argument
the list?
with anybody.
That's the list.
Okay,
right?
so as of right now, let's stop. Let's stop. Before,
Right.
so this is what I'm going to name, and then you tell me if you remember any Hall of Famers that I missed that Jordan might have not robbed, but beat out of a ring.
Yeah.
Right? So we got Mutombo, that's 1.
Yeah.
Shaq, 2. Gary Payton, 3. Barkley, 4. 5, Reggie Miller. Oakley, 6. 7, Ewing. Malone, 8. 9, Stockton.
I'm going to add to that. I'm going to put Jason Kidd in there because Jason Kidd played with Mutombo.
Yeah, he never won.
No, he's good. Let's take Shaq off because Shaq got a ring.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right.
So we adding Jason Kidd, taking Shaq off.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got more?
Shaq got multiple rings.
Mark, do you
We
have
got
more?
Indiana, we got Reggie Miller.
Scratch his name
Did you
off
get Reggie
5
Miller?
times.
Yeah. So, Mark, do you have more?
That was it.
That was it?
Oh, man.
Okay. All right.
Do you have
All right.
any-
So here's the
No.
discussion.
See,
See, I'm confused because we got Sean Kemp,
I
too.
mentioned
We got
elites.
Gary
Famer.
Payton. Well,
Not all my elites
pay
were
him.
Hall of Famers. He marked down the Hall of Famers.
Right. Okay.
he's good on
Go
that.
from there.
So here's the question I have. So for the group at the table. So do you, if you could pick one person that you think suffered the most when it comes to championships because of the existence of Michael Jordan, who would that one person be?
Are there 2 answers?
Hold on. Let's
for
go around the table.
non-bias
Hold on.
and bias?
Hold on. Let's go around the table. Hold on. Let's go around the
I got
table.
this one.
Minnie. One
That
person
suffered the
that you
most?
think suffered the most that could have had accolades.
Barkley.
All right. Charles Barkley.
Mentally. Never recovered.
Okay.
I'm going to argue with
Todd,
you on that because
who do you think?
Because I'm going to go Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, shit.
I said Thomas 1.
Yeah, but Isaiah Thomas would have run through that time. Now he had to deal with him.
But he still
early.
won rings.
got a ring.
Barkley
I
never
know.
did because Jordan fucked his mind up.
But-
So you're
He was
saying
the
But
MVP,
that's
bro.
the difference, though. Is Isaiah Thomas could have been.
You're
he could have
changing
been
the
a
conversation,
huge,
Todd.
the
He's not.
greatest
No.
guard ever.
But think
He
about
could have
this.
been the greatest guard ever
Alright.
if he didn't run into him.
Understandable.
No, he's on point.
Understandable. And you're
He's
on
on
point on
point.
that. But this
He's
is what
making
I'm
a point. Yeah.
This is all I'm saying. Imagine you winning rings and being still, even though you're not the greatest point guard of the great guard ever, you're still the man in Detroit. People still listening to you. You're still the man. And then meeting Jordan. And imagine being a young buck who won the MVP, who's thinking the world's about to open up, and Jordan just fucks your head up, and you'll never be the same. Who suffer more?
Chris Webber.
Whatever.
All right.
Barkley
So,
got did it, dog.
so, no, but I get where he's going with it because I think that had Michael Jordan not come along, that 90-91,
That's a fact, though. That's a fact.
Sorry.
that 90-91 Bulls team that won their first championship probably wouldn't have been Lakers versus the Bulls. It probably wouldn't Lakers versus the Pistons.
Right.
And they would have had a chance to get their three-peat, and that would have given Isaiah Thomas a chance to solidify himself, in the annals of NBA as a three-peat. Okay, so no, I get that. So Mark, who do you think, out of everyone, who do you think suffered the most from the Michael Jordan dominance of the NBA at that time period?
I agree. My first thought was Barkley.
Yeah?
Yeah, but the argument with that is that they're kind of in different divisions most of the time, all the time. And Barkley didn't run into him all the time. But
To me, he just never is the same.
So I don't.
Mark, give me your thoughts. Why do you think Charles Barkley?
It's an overall
Yeah.
thing. It's the endorsements. It's just like Barkley sneakers were just as popular.
Facts.
And still are.
I
as
own them.
Jordan.
I have
Me
them.
too. CB34.
Bonus
I have
points.
I
What
have the
college
GOAT
did he
at.
go to?
They're on. They're on my watch list.
Mm-hmm.
a couple different pairs. One of my cousins had it's his nostalgia, his impact, his.
He's one of those players.
Brand.
Right, would have been.
Was there. It's there. It's right.
One of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Facts.
It's right there.
He's one of those players.
And the difference is Jordan isn't commentating.
Jordan knew how
Jordan
to.
got rings.
The difference was
Imagine
Jordan
if
knew
Jordan
how to
was
win
sitting
that.
down and commentating today.
That's
and
what
talking shit.
Man, Charles
to Shaq.
Barkley. Charles Barkley. I love Charles Barkley. But he just didn't know how to seal the deal. Michael Jordan knew how to seal the deal. And that's a complete difference between the two of them.
But could it also be because Charles Barkley's position on his team?
That team was stacked.
Hold on. Could it be said? Could it be debated?
Who,
I'll just
B.J.
say.
Armstrong beat him?
All right, I'm talking right now.
No.
Could it be debated that was there a bigger star on the Phoenix Suns than Charles Barkley?
He was the MVP at the time.
Was there?
I don't
think
think so.
Hold on. All right, so let me finish. Was there a bigger star?
I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying.
No, there
Bert.
wasn't. Listen to me. Let me hear me out. There was not a bigger star on the Phoenix Suns than Charles Barkley.
Right.
The difference between him and Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls is that Charles Barkley was indeed the MVP, the biggest player on the Suns.
Right.
But he was also a position player. He wasn't Michael Jordan that was out front running the point and putting the ball around and Barkley was a role player to his core. And that's why he's a Hall of Famer.
Until the final 5 minutes, Barkley would take a game over, just like Jordan would take the game over, just like McGrady would take the game over, just like Paul Pierce would take the game over, and they would make it about themselves. I'm going to win this shit. And that's the thing where Barkley was not as good as Jordan at sealing the deal.
But for
I love Barkley, man.
And in Barkley's defense, what you just said, he's got the respect.
He does.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's got the heart.
Confidence.
We know he's a champion.
Right.
So we never questioned it.
Yes.
That's right.
Absolutely. Yes.
Absolutely right.
So
yes.
That's really where his love and respect, and he's not a role model.
You know,
And
yes.
we know that.
And we can agree, Charles Barkley his name pays at the door.
Right. Facts.
He doesn't. It just being Charles Barkley pays at the door.
Yeah,
and if you're somebody who
next time you're around Charles Barkley, hey, let's do some arm wrestling. And we'll beat you.
Right. So if you're someone who is a man or aspires to be, when you look at that legacy of who Charles Barkley is, then you'll understand and respect.
I know who Charles Barkley is.
Barkley
I love Charles Barkley.
Round
Razorback
rebound.
himself. That's my cat, man.
Purple and black, baby.
So I just want to say that
He's
when
just my style of player. He always just he competes. He knows how to do everything really well. But then, like myself, sometimes I don't know how to finish the deal and become a champion. And that's kind of where I felt he could have still.
Totally get it.
Well, that's where it comes important to making people around you better.
And that's why when
Jordan won at college.
When Mark brought that question up, and I'm like, that's a great fucking question because I've heard many before say, like when we were talking about when Paul Westphal died, and we were talking about what a great team he had in Phoenix, and Todd's like, yeah, but they never won the championship, and Minnie said, yeah, but a lot of people didn't win the championship because of Jordan.
Because of Michael Jordan.
There's a lot that way. When we brought that question up, I'm like, that's the kind of question I want to talk about because there is a lot going on there. But when you really think about it, so the NBA as we see it right now is
we don't see that anymore.
No, we are there.
Yeah, Michael Jordan was cold as ice, and we don't see closeout players just take over games since Kawhi Leonard did it when he was there.
Not listening. The NBA.
What's his name?
No, Kawhi Leonard. He says Kawhi. Anyway, Kawhi Leonard. Anyway, listen. Here's what I'm saying. So the NBA that we are at right now would not exist had there not been a Michael Jordan. And I promise you that.
Yeah, that's fact.
Go back, look at the fucking ratings.
I get that.
Right. And so what I'm saying is that the NBA that we have right now is because of Michael Jordan. So going back and looking through the annals of it and seeing who maybe could have won a championship, who wouldn't, that's an interesting conversation. And I love to have that kind of conversation with people.
That's the problem with the NBA right now is everybody's looking for a Michael Jordan, and there's not a Michael Jordan around.
Well, there's never going to be a Michael Jordan. But, okay, so let me pose a counter question. Let me pose a counter question before we go off the rails. Since we already have right here, I think I named 8 solid Hall of Famers that did not get a ring. Okay. Can you name, because like you said, you started the segment by saying, who do we compare Michael Jordan to?
Right.
Can you name 8 Hall of Famers, so people who are going to be possibly in the Hall of Fame, that LeBron
did not get a ring,
kept him from getting a ring?
Oh, man.
No. Hold on. To that point, not only can you name 8, can you name 8 to that caliber?
Oh, that's never going to happen. So don't worry about that. That's never going to happen.
So what are we talking about?
No, but I'm just saying, either way.
Okay. I think that's where we're screwed at here because
it's apples to oranges.
Hold on, because first of all, LeBron stole a championship away from Golden State, and that whole team got championships.
Yeah, but they already had championships. So they don't count. So you got to count them out. They already got championships. You got to count them
off, right?
Yeah. So
when he says single-handedly won and equals still, I get it. Yeah.
Miami had the chance to steal it from Dirk Nowitzki, and he said, "Fuck you."
And Dirk got his. Yes.
And he got it with Van Exel, I think. He got it with a bunch of boys.
It was a bunch of boys in there.
Yeah, Jason
Barrera was in there. There was a Puerto Rican in there. Trust me. JJ Barrera.
I keep going.
Okay, so the question he's asking.
Who would you say?
I can tell you one right now.
Cool.
I'll go on record right now. I'm going to say that Giannis will not win a championship.
Ooh. So
I wouldn't say that was.
And I'll say that he will not win a championship because of
being LeBron.
Because of not only LeBron, but because of the climate of the NBA right now. He signed basically his entire career.
To the Bucks.
And I do not think the Bucks will ever build a team that will win a championship. And I'm going to say right now, Giannis retires, no rings.
No, that would hurt.
It would hurt.
Hold on,
but I'm just saying, I see that happening.
Giannis and that team, they do nothing but know how to lose. And another thing is Giannis is going to end up making a late trade in his career. And he's going to go to a contender team and get his shit.
Would it be too late? Is the question.
I don't think so. All
right, so you guys, you're saying Giannis. I'm saying Melo is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, okay.
And he's not going to win a ring no time soon, I think. And unless he wins this year, he's playing great. But unless he wins this year, so I'll say Melo stayed out of getting a ring because of LeBron.
Carmelo Anthony, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Carmelo. Yeah. Okay. Chris Paul hasn't got a ring.
All right.
Do you think he's going to go in the Hall of Fame?
That's a good one
I will
too.
put Chris Paul.
He's a Hall of Famer easily, I think.
Paul. You got Chris Paul. Then you got Melo. Anybody else you can think of?
I'm trying to think
that didn't get a ring because of LeBron.
LeBron loses so many that there's so many other teams that won around to end with LeBron. When Jordan was in there was an 8-year span, where it was Jordan for 6 years.
Yeah,
and now he dominated a decade.
If he didn't leave, it would have been longer.
He dominated a decade.
Yes. Okay.
I mean,
and now we're going.
I know, but that's
this
what
man
makes
has
it
been
tough.
to 11 finals, though.
That makes it tough to find.
We're losing sight of the big picture.
Not. I don't see so, Dirt. I think
we are. I'm going to explain it. If you'll stop talking long enough for me to explain it. We're losing sight of the fact that Michael Jordan was a champion from 1991 to 1998. Right?
About LeBron.
Right? And LeBron has been in the league now for 17 years.
I know.
And out of that 17, out of that 17, he's been to the finals 11 times. 11 out of 17. 11 out of 17 years.
And how many has he won? Jordan won how many in his 6 appearances?
6 out of 6.
All right. And LeBron has won how many out of his 11 appearances?
We're at 4? We're at 5?
What's that?
5? Yeah. He's at 5. No, he's at 4. He's at 5.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got
exactly.
Can you shut the fuck up for a minute?
Was it 2 from Miami? 2 from Miami?
He has 2 in Miami, 1 in Cleveland, and 1 in LA. So he has 4.
4. We're at 4.
We got Harden.
Jordan did have 11. No,
he would have had 11.
He would have had 11. No, Jordan would have had If you didn't think about that, if you didn't quit the 2 years, he was 2 years away, or a year and a half, whatever. But there's 2 seasons that he didn't win because he went away. Even the season when he came back and y'all got the ball when the Magic stole it and all that. Let's just hypothetically say he won those 2 years. He never left, and then remember he quit, and he probably could have easily went to the finals again the next year if we had the same team. So he could easily have won. I mean, goddamn 8 in a row.
Possibly,
yes. That's retarded. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
I don't want to cancel that out because Elijah won Drexler, Cassell, Greg Anthony.
So I'll tell you this.
They had their little run in the middle of that.
They had their run.
I know.
They won one.
But the thing, Jordan would have beat
them
three times.
2 years,
Yeah, think Jordan would have beat them three times?
Back to Jordan.
I think so. I think those 2 years, Jordan would have had the better team.
It's impossible.
I think so.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying, Jordan.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to him.
No, Jordan's a way better player than LeBron's ever going to be.
LeBron left
I would say that.
Rose, Jimmy Butler, Westbrook,
Oh, yeah,
Harden.
Rose is a
Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook is a
He's a good candidate. He may never win a fucking ring.
He may never win, right?
Yep.
So you gave Rose, on the list. Westbrook. Who else? Because Rose might not get it, but
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy might get it. If Jimmy keeps coming close and not getting it, he's going to make it to the Hall of Fame.
Paul George.
Paul George. Yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah, Butler.
Yep.
Okay,
Got,
Butler.
DeRozan.
I wouldn't put him in the Hall of Fame.
Lowry.
Lowry got one with Toronto.
George, yeah, he got one with Toronto.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So as right now, we got Giannis, we got Chris Paul, Melo, Westbrook, Butler,
Joe Johnson.
and
Vucevic.
The last one you just said.
Vucevic is going to make it.
And Paul George.
Millsap, Harford.
I don't think they're going to go to the Hall of Fame.
If this was a card of basketball cards, a pack of basketball cards you're open up, Vucevic would be the one that was at the back with the piece of gum stuck to it. That you had to tear half the card off to get the gum off of it.
That you were never going to get nobody to trade for.
That's the one. It's never going to be mint.
No.
I mean, I don't even like your PR right now.
It's not for you to like, bud.
lifelong Magic fan. I'm just saying, I know what we got, and I got used to it.
Magic are always willing to make a terrible trade.
Yeah, that's fact. That's a fact. You can count on that. Count on that.
All right, so here's the way I look at the Orlando Magic in terms of professional. So they're on like a 20-year pattern. It's like every 20 years it seems like they put together a team. The problem with it is that their ownership is never willing to participate in making that team better. Like not to the extent that's going to make them a championship contender. And it sucks. But born and raised in Orlando, and I don't give a shit. So, if they get to the finals, I'm going to be out there in the street with my fucking titties out, fucking painted blue and white with fucking stars on them, cheering them on.
Do you have a reason for what? Do you think that do you have any kind of inkling of why that is?
Yeah, absolutely, because we're such a small market team. We don't have the amount of revenue coming in to support the expenditure that it takes to support that team.
I think that's going to end real soon. Orlando's about to be a big booming house.
We with all this building and stuff and all this stuff.
We got a long way to go, buddy. I'm just saying, knowing markets.
That's the biggest team we have in town. You're going to talk about Orlando City. Orlando City's a good draw.
Okay, Todd, I'm going to ask you a question.
But the Magic are going to make it.
Todd, hold on. Todd. In the United States, what number market do you think Orlando is? 61.
Jesus Christ.
61.
They're
61 out of 50 states.
There are 60.
Out of 50 states.
Not capitals.
Markets. I said markets. Markets.
Well, I don't think that's relevant.
There are 60 markets.
Anywho,
That is 60 markets.
Dirt, because it doesn't matter. Tampa is the same situation, but they're able to still spend the money to make it go happen with football. They are. So if you got money involved, you can do it.
But he literally said that's the reason why they can't win, because the ownership won't put money to the team. They won because they got Tom Brady.
Dirk's so passionate.
They got Tom Brady. That's why they won. It wasn't because, Tampa was like the greatest team in the world.
Well, they were already there.
Their defense was bad as fuck. They're good as shit. Their defense is good as shit. And the receivers got that great because he was putting the ball where he was putting the ball.
Yeah.
Because when you had Jameis, old punk ass, sorry, but he wasn't doing much.
Well, I mean, you subtract 17 of his interceptions.
And then when they went to the playoffs,
Brady
they probably would have won a
the
championship. But to his point, that's what I'm saying. To his point, the reason why that market won because people put money into it and they got Tom Brady there, and they're not willing to do the same shit here.
That's why
What mark is Tampa? 39.
Yeah.
Dirt.
Oh wow.
Dirt, but still, that's
Not
why
even close to
I
Orlando.
don't expect Orlando to win. When we go
That's the whole
to
point.
the finals, I don't expect
That's
us to
the
win.
whole point he was making.
I wasn't asking opinions.
Yeah.
I wasn't asking
sorry.
opinions.
That's the point
I
he
was
was making.
stating facts,
Okay, I'm
which
sorry.
are hard for people to swallow sometimes. Tampa is a much... So, giving perspective. So,
Right.
listener base. So, for example, the actual municipality around the market of people who you are selling to in a certain market is the number one thing that they base it off of.
Right.
So, Tampa St. Pete is 2.8 million. To Central Florida that we're in, 1.2 million. Not close, right? Would you agree?
Yeah.
So that's why in Florida, if we're going to have champions, they're going to be in Miami or Tampa, not Central Florida, because we cannot pull that. Because what happens is people come to Orlando and they go to a Magic game, not to cheer on the Magic, but to go to cheer on the Knicks because they're fucking New York people that are retired here. Then that's where we're at. So that's why it's tough to pull that kind of thing in Orlando.
Do you think that will ever change without selling the team?
You need to watch. You need to pump the brakes on that.
No,
one. We're not selling the team.
No, I'm just saying. Do you think that will ever change?
No.
I'm not. We should do it. So you rather have it
No,
complacent?
because think about like with Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks shut down Miami Heat.
The
Dallas Mavericks did not
number
have,
5 market in the United States, by the way.
Yeah, but they were not paying the money out. The Mavericks weren't paying the money out at that time. But they wouldn't beat a threesome duo, Bosch, Wade, and James, with a whole bunch of other knickknackers
They did, though.
sitting there.
They did.
I know. Dallas did that.
That's true. That's true. So there is so there is hope at the end of the day that maybe one day.
Orlando,
Here's the way: is small market ball. This is the way we have to do it in Orlando, and we haven't done it this far. So our ownership, our management has not done this. So what you have to do, and they've done it in basketball, they've done it in hockey, is you have to do small market ball. You have to trade for prospects before they become something.
Big guys.
And you have to draft and trade for prospects. And that's the way it happens. So Kansas City, the Royals.
Right.
Kansas City Royals won a World Series. Why did they win a World Series? Because they drafted properly. They had a good front office. They got prospects. So by the time they won their World Series is over, they get the trophy, and then everybody on their team is getting millions and millions of dollars to go play for the Red Sox and the Yankees and the Dodgers.
Right.
That's the only way you can do it as a small market
So the
team.
problem seems to be we're selling them before they get big.
You're comparing the Royals to Shaq and Anthony Hardaway.
No, but this is
Penny Hardaway.
This is the thing.
I mean, no, that's the thing. Like we build ourselves up.
Understandable.
Same thing,
but we're giving them away before they become big. He's saying
Exactly,
grab them before they get big and keep them.
We're
grabbing them as they're young and then giving them away.
You have to get them. You have to get the wins. You have to get the wins before they become the name.
Right.
You have to. So that win, you have to get the win that makes them name.
Right.
That's the only way it works for a small market team, and that's our ownership hasn't fucking grasped that yet. And that's the thing.
That sucks, though.
Yeah. I mean, it does suck, but you know what?
I hear you?
It happens. We learn it. We
know.
we learn. So, all right. So let's take a break. We're gonna go to break. You're listening to Ballbusters, and we will be right back with the closeout of the show, and we're gonna talk about what Minnie did last weekend.
Oh yeah.
Because apparently Minnie had a big weekend last weekend and embodied one of his heroes, and so we'll talk about it when we come back. You're listening to Ballbusters.
You're listening to Ballbusters.
Smoking on the side of the road. What did we know? I saw you and fell in love right there. So cliche to say it happens for real.
niggas will kill for a dollar bill. Hearts made of hollow steel, still feeling follow ill. Got the gains till they lock the chains. Rotten brains, plotting schemes for the type of change that can stop the rain. I cop and slang, I cock and bang. They drop in pain, now they know I'm not for playing. I'm crazy, but I'm not insane. I show niggas love, but the love they show is not the same.
You're listening to
Motivated, know they hate it. I hate a figure, cause it shows in all they faces. I was born to make it. If it's yours, I'll take it. I'm incredible, so y'all better be more than basic. And respectful, cause I use a...
Welcome back to Ballbusters. So we just had our little debate here about the Michael Jordan era of the NBA, and so now we're heading into our the twilight of the episode here, and I'm going to kick it off to Minnie, and I'm going to say, Minnie, you had a weekend last weekend, huh?
Oh, dude, yeah, it was. People don't know I've done comedy for a long time. I've done comedy for maybe it's about to run on 11 years, and I've had great shows with multiple people that were amazing to me. At the end of the night, I felt like I was flying. But last weekend, I did my first theater play, and it felt better than I have felt in anything I've ever done before. When it comes to at least being on stage, we got to do Friday live on theater. The movie Friday with Craig and Smokey and all that, Big Worm and all that. So we got to actually play that, and that's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's actually my fiance's favorite movie of all time. And I got to play one of my favorite rappers of all time, which is Craig.
Jobby job.
It was my first one ever. It was great. It was crazy. The vibe was crazy. I would not think that it would go well when they presented it to me. A theater version of this movie, when we all know the movie so well and we know how what's going to happen. So it's kind of like weird having to see in a theater version.
It was received a lot better than you thought it was going to be.
Way better. Like, I thought it was going to be good, but it was really great.
Yeah.
Like, the crowd loved it. The ambiance was great. I got to smoke on stage. That was awesome. Yeah, we use CBD, but I swear he makes some real shit in there. Yeah. I promise, because I forgot like 3 lines. I was like, wait a minute, was I supposed to say something? Yeah, it was great. It was a great time, man. I definitely thank you for Dream City Orlando, which was held at 250 plus people each show. 2 sold out shows. It was more than 600 people there. It was crazy.
What was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene in the play. In the movie, maybe different, but my favorite scene in the play. Okay, so
all right, that's right.
We're doing basically everything scripted, but when you know each other and this and that, you sometimes throw something in there that's not in the script. Right. So when Smokey's talking to Big Worm, and Big Worm is trying to get the money from him, and you remember in the movie, he's like, if you don't get my money by 10:15, I'm going to kill you and him. So my homeboy's the one that played Big Worm, and we're really cool. So when he's saying that, he was like, I'm going to kill you and that short-ass motherfucker right there. And I didn't see that coming. So it took everything inside of me, one, not to say something back, because we're all mic'd, and 2, to not respond, like not to react to what he said, because
not to laugh at it.
Not to laugh at it, because I got to play the straight role and I got to not know what the fuck he said. Yeah. So in our play, and we've definitely rehearsed this play for 3 months.
Never heard
and
it.
He has never said that.
Sitting on it. But I know, but think about it. Big Worm wasn't selling out Sundays, huh?
He was selling out like Chronic when he was selling out. But that was definitely my favorite part.
So the question I have is that, Minnie, you and I both have done stand-up.
Yeah.
And I have done theater stuff.
Oh, have you? I didn't know that.
So Crack Rock Opera, Danny Feedback's Crack Rock Opera. We've done multiple theater shows. And
nice.
And so the thing is, and I think you just realized that I have gotten way more pop and way more vindication, feel way better with the theater stuff I've done than the stand-up. And I wonder what's the reason for that. And I think it's maybe that when you're in a character, maybe some things are forgiven. I don't know. But for some reason, when you're in a character and you're funny, people are way more willing to suspend disbelief and have fun with it.
How much funnier is 5'6" Craig?
I'm 5'3".
Wow.
So I don't know him. I don't know that guy. I don't know who 5'6" Craig, because I'm 5'3". But to answer your question though, I'll say 2 things. Yes, I think that people, when you were over there and you're on stage and you do the kind of material that we both kind of do, it usually is kind of like about self. So a lot of people sometimes are even put off about that. Even if it's funny what you're talking about, they're like, oh, he's self-involved. He's always talking about himself on stage all the time, blah, blah, blah. And when you're doing a character, it's kind of, they know from the beginning, that's not him. So whatever you say, whatever, they're not going to take it personally. They're not, so it's easier for you to get away with stuff. Right. And people actually be receptive to laughing at whatever you're saying just by giving them a funny look.
Yeah.
That, to me, the reason why it's so rewarding, I honestly think that I love anything that has to do with a group of people winning. Like, I have done sports that were one-on-one sports. And I've done weightlifting that is on your own. You know what I'm saying? I've done wrestling. I've done great. I won medals and stuff like that. Wrestling and stuff like that. But my greatest memories of sports is team sports. You know, football, basketball, baseball. And I think being in the theater, the camaraderie and the fact that it's kind of like a team, like you all depend on each other. Everybody depends on cues. And you kind of feel good when somebody else does good. You know what I mean? Like this person might have been messing up this whole 3 months in this one little area, and they nail it that night, and you're like, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that shit, all that shit add up together when the show's over.
As soon as they come back behind the curtain, you're there,
you're high-fiving
going, "You did that shit,
dude!" Yes, it's like that feeling stays when the show's over. You still get that. It's just like when a football game is over and you get that adrenaline is still running through your mind. You're like, man, remember when you hit that motherfucker, that shit? Or you remember when you scored that touchdown? Or when you juked that dude? It's the same shit. You still talking to the motherfuckers like, yo, remember when you hit that line? Or remember when you said that and everybody laughed? Or when you added that shit in? Yeah. Like, it's just that feeling.
Bitch, please.
That shit is fire. That shit is fire. Like, I would never thought I would do that. Like, the theater was not, I didn't go to theater class when I was in high school. Didn't college neither. I never thought that I would actually love this shit to the fact that I'm like, I'm open to trying anything when it comes to that.
He did well with it.
Eddie Murphy was a stand-up before he was on SNL.
Right.
All these comedians that you watch and you worship were all stand-ups before they did theater.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You already paid your dues. You've done it for like 10 plus years. For a decade, you've done stand-up. You have reacted to an audience. You've read an audience, known what they wanted to hear, changed your set to, to cater to the audience in front of you.
Right.
That now what you're doing is you're doing the same identical thing, but you're doing it in character.
I didn't think real well at it too.
You are though. I mean, that's what it is.
That's real. I mean, I didn't even think about that. That's real because that makes sense of why because I was the first 3 times that we did it and we went rehearsing and went over it. I'm like driving back home and I'm like, hey, you ain't that bad at this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, hey, I'm surprising myself. I'm like, hey, hey, bro, you're not. As long as you remember your lines, you're good.
Yeah.
But I was wondering where that comes from. But you hit it in the head, nail in the head. It's 10 years of being in front of people. Yeah. And being able to kind of see what's up. In the situation and all that. It kind of prepared me for it.
Let's get this thing going. I'm getting tired tonight.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get
I know my girl's probably thinking I'm cheating on her by now. Because I ain't home and it's 11:20. She just said okay. Look at that. She just texted back okay, guys. So I'm pretty sure she heard me just now.
You're screwed, bro.
Oh, no. I got the most beautiful woman in the world. I'm good. Trust me.
How's her empanadas?
Oh, fire too, bro. Fire, son. I'm fire.
I'm the only one.
You remember, she's Puerto Rican. She'll stab a nigga if I say anything else. So you tripping. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not trying to get stabbed. I love your empanadas.
And he ain't never had them.
I say, let's get a whole big up around the table here because we did this show. Only one ball buster at the table. We made this shit happen, and we did an entertaining show. I want to thank our guest, Minnie here.
Thank you.
And our guest, Markier.
Minnie.
Bad habit.
You really filled that shirt out nice. And Markier.
I'm fucked up.
I'd rather hear your music right now. Fucking dirtbag.
But we did it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to Ballbusters. For the lone ballbuster at the table, Mr. Big T, Little Odd, and his Orlando Magic jersey. Big ups, Orlando. Let's hear for Minnie.
Yeah.
Follow him online, Minnie Roberto Font Comedy. Let's hear from Mark here. You're going to hear more of him, Mr. Bad Habit. I am Dirt McCoy. Thank you for listening to the Ballbusters. We will see you next week.
Yeah.